Alright, we were live for 8 minutes on another channel. Hello everybody. We might be on right now. We will let you know. Yeah, I think we're live this time for sure, 100%.
Yeah,
definitely.
we are.
Yes.
Amazing.
Hey guys, what up? Reno here. Welcome to the official BL broadcast from the Red Bull Gaming Sphere. We are here with Become Legends, straight from Red Bull Gaming Sphere in London. We're here with all the BL players, Nebs, Setty, Kami, Savage. Then we also have Matic is here, Tripper is here, Tayson is here, Hen is here, Pink is here, Wolfies is here, and Vino is here at the Wolfies Den, the official name of the event. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today we will be watching the Elite Cup, which is what is happening right now. It is day one of the Elite Cup, which is going to be going on the whole day. So all the players here are actually playing in it. We expect them to do pretty well. So I look forward to seeing how that's going to go. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome everybody, welcome, welcome.
And I
welcome.
see you guys in the chat finally.
Welcome to the chat finally, bro. We were live for 8 minutes somewhere, but we don't know where. So for everybody tuning in right now, welcome. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Amazing. Let's go.
So the games have started, so we're just gonna jump straight into it. We've had a bit of an action from the beginning. So Setty was actually knocked, and Kami managed to rest him. He got his reboot card. This is the game one. They haven't died yet, and they got the kill off spawn as well.
Let me get the chat up.
Yeah.
Just gonna.
So we're gonna have
discussion stream.
If we have some friends out there at the org who knows us and they want to moderate our chat, who we can trust and give a moderation to.
I learned how to give mod to someone, so we should.
Too.
Be
You
good.
can right click. So if Hamis, are you here today? Hamis is actually playing. Somebody was talking about Hamis. Also, just to let you know what's going to be happening now over the next days, we have Jacob coming in tomorrow.
Yep.
We have some guests here in the studio today. Kinch is going to drop by and join us. He's a bit more analytical than me and Rafael are, especially regarding the complex side of Fortnite. So it's going to be good to get another caster to join us and support us here. I think also we have to promote this and share it on our social.
Oh yeah,
we are live.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm gonna do that. So if you can just
I'm gonna
for a
do
few minutes, and I'm just gonna go and promote
for sure.
I'll be right back. Rafael's got you.
So okay, boys, I'm going to run through a bit what's happening today. So we're gonna have day one of the Elite Cup. So I will be showing you in the chat. I'm gonna read a bit. You guys, hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, can I moderate the chat? We don't know you, unfortunately. Is Bloodix coming? No, Bloodix won't be coming, unfortunately, but he will be coaching MrSavage and iDrop, Setty and Kami, and most of the players which are in the sphere, actually. And so you will be hearing him in the oh, sorry, I see that the mic is too loud. Yeah, sorry. It should be... Ooh, still loud, I think? Let me know if it's still loud. We can change a bit. Sorry for the mic, guys. So the first player we have will be Nebs. We have him right now. He's fully chilling. The first game should be fine, obviously, as you guys know, and it should be getting a bit more spicy towards the end. Then Setty getting the snipes and trying to get some good. Oh well, actually, knowing that it is quite close. I don't know how many people are playing this. I think we're about. It was 200 at the beginning, so I would say around 500 now. Then we have Kami's POV. Then we have Tayson, who is, I think he died first game, possibly, I'm not sure. Then we have Tripper running into zone, probably got revived. We have Matic chilling on the BL channel. We have MrSavage with iDrop fighting off spawn in Logjam. Then we have Hen, who's chilling with Vortex, he's new duo, so we spoke a bit with him yesterday about how it was going. Tayson should be playing with Chapix, but I have no idea whether he's playing or not. Ooh. Is it? Can you guys see it slowly as well? Okay, it's better now. Was lagging for a bit. Then we have Pink, who is dead, and with his pink hair, I don't know if you guys saw the chat, the stream that he... Oh, Chapix is with the Andy. Then probably, I would guess Tayson isn't playing then, since he has something while the finals are happening. So I would guess that he will be not playing, which is unfortunate. Then we have Wolfies, and then we have Veno. You want to come over? Yeah? Yeah, feel free. Feel free. Take a mic. So for you guys that don't know, this is Kinch Analytics. He's been one of the kind of casters who have been giving... Yeah.
He is the analytics of the Fortnite scene.
He's the person that gives you all the cheeky stats about your favorite players, about grand finals, and all the qualifications point that you may need, etc., etc.
So how you doing, Kinch? You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
welcome.
Nice to be introduced as the Fortnite analytics guy.
You are the Fortnite analytics guy, whether you like it or not. That's your official title in the scene. Unofficial. No, we love to have Kinch here. Welcome to the Red Bull Gaming Sphere. So today we're just going to be watching the Elite Cup, watching all the POVs from all the pros that are here, and yeah, it's going to be a fun one. So what is your thought on the entire Elite Cup sphere and system?
Yeah, I mean, overall, like, I think it's a good idea, first of all, just to try it out, because people seem to be becoming a little bit bored of the FNCS format every season. It was becoming quite stale. Just sort of, you know, the new season starts, then we wait a month, and then we play 2 qualifiers, and then 99% of the players, they're done for the season.
Yep.
And a few go through to the grand final. But now they've got like this idea where more players can be involved through the whole season. They can work towards promotion. And, you know, hopefully at the top level in these Elite Cups, like, the games are just much higher quality. We don't have to watch the pros playing against the relatively bad players compared to themselves. There's no more, like, 40 bombs being dropped.
Yeah, that's
like,
none of that.
There's no more insane catch-ups on the last game.
Yep.
These sorts of things that used to be...
So you feel it keeps it a bit more competitive, actually?
Yes.
All right.
I think it's a much fairer system overall. I think there's definitely some tweaks that can be made. I'm sure everybody has thoughts on that, and I know Epic have thoughts on that themselves. They know this isn't the final product. It's, you know, it's the last season of the year, first time they're trying this, and I'm sure there will be many things that they change afterwards.
Yeah, just for your info, we also have the direct sound feed from every single player. So everybody out there who's listening, if there's too much profanity, sorry about that. We have uncut raw live feeds from every single player and their POVs. It's a fantastic setup that Red Bull fixed here for us. So this way we don't have to use the game client. So we're looking at every single gameplay directly as it is right now. This is as live as it gets. So pretty cool overall. We're happy with the setup. It's pretty good. It's going to be a fantastic week for us, and this is also just as a big part of the preparations going into FNCS Invitational, like for them to get, you know, a bit more accustomed to playing in a different environment, different computers, and we also have had some programs. Today we actually had a spinning class today. If you don't know what that is,
insane.
That was crazy. That is cycling, while you have like this guy who's like a DJ blasting some funky beats and hyping you up and taking it like through this roller coaster. 45 minutes of physical torment. But to be honest, it was amazing. I was there all the time. I did not drop.
Everybody joined, which is surprising.
Yeah, I gotta give a big shout out to the Fortnite pros for actually sticking through. I didn't think they were gonna do it, but also when I was there, I thought like if I leave the bike now, they're all just gonna, you know, somebody's gonna follow. Han is gonna drop off, and then Vino. I didn't want to be that
Han
guy.
is the friendliest person in these moments. He just like he's there, and then he's the one at the end showing the muscles, but he has no sweat on him, and he's done nothing.
You know, there's like this knob on this bike, so if you turn it left, it's easier, and turn it right, it's harder. Han was all the time turning it to the left, like he was just trying to get it.
He was
done.
screaming the most, doing the least.
Yeah, but it was fantastic. It's a great workout session. Like, I think it's good for the Fortnite pros as well to do some physical exercise. So this is some of the activities we're gonna do. And another thing is like with the current state of the Fortnite scene, where, you know, we're in a bit of a boring phase of Fortnite. That's how some of you feel about it and describe it. So it's good to have some stuff happening before the Invitational.
Yeah, I think this is really great preparation that the players are getting. As you were saying just now, like, it can be really alien to like play on different setups. Like I know I've been to a family's house or whatever and tried to boot up Fortnite, and suddenly like, I feel like I have no
on
mechanics
Dad's laptop.
whatsoever.
Yeah.
And it's like a slightly different mouse, and you're just completely lost. I mean, I know they can bring peripherals around, but, you know, the smallest things can really change how you feel about the game.
Yeah. That's the thing with Fortnite too. It's such a complex game. Like it requires so much of the hardware. It's not enough to just have good graphic card and CPU anymore. You need a good motherboard and a good memory to actually be able to, you know, all the data that's processing, especially in the end game with tons of builds going on at the same time. There's like lots of data that's being handled. So sometimes you don't have the best PCs and just adapt. For example, Setty, when he won DreamHack, shouting out my own player. Those PCs weren't great, man. He was dropping frames left and right, and there was some stutters. Like, for his game froze for like a good solid 3 seconds, and this is the eventuality that you have to prepare for. It's like playing football. Like, you go in there, it might be sunny, then suddenly starts raining and snowing. What are you going to do? Leave the pitch? No, you
actually
have to
the best comparison is probably Formula 1, where you don't exactly control everything, and then everything can happen, and it's not always
you need to have the right tires and the right strategy. Otherwise, it's going to be tough. So this is a great preparation. also just super hyped for the Invitational overall. I think it's gonna be good. You hyped?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Invitational is gonna be something else.
Can we get a little prediction?
What's the
What are the
points?
stats saying?
Well,
Most
the
important.
company I'm in here, there's only a few teams I'm allowed to predict, I guess.
Oh yeah. True.
Um,
I see people rating Setty and Kami highly just because they're uncon going into this.
I think it's not just that they're uncon, it's just that they perform at LANs as
They
well.
perform in LANs. They have an
Yeah,
excellent.
I read an article. They are the most performers.
They are.
in terms of.
I mean,
LANs,
they have
so
first, second, and
game
third,
base, yeah.
and sixth in a no build, which is, I have to say, like, Setty and Kami are maybe not known to be, you know, the best fighters in the scene. They're one of some of the most consistent players. So having them getting sixth on LAN on a no build, I was actually super surprised and happy for them as well. They could have gotten better if Arab he was camping. Last game, Setty and I'm watching the POV, and Setty and Kami are coming with a Lambo, and Arab is sitting under the bridge. He goes up, throws a boogie bomb, and just kills them. And that was like,
Yeah, I remember when I saw Arab kill both. I was like,
Arab
What
just
is
killed
happening?
Setty and Kami. Like, well,
Yeah.
that was that tournament, but it was fantastic setup anyway. But the way I look at the Invitational, for me, I think it's like it is a mini world. It is a World Cup. Like it is a World Cup de facto.
This lobby, the standard of that lobby is going to be the best lobby we've
oh,
probably
for
seen
sure,
Ever.
for sure, yeah.
since the World Cup. Obviously, the standards of Fortnite have moved on.
I've moved on quite a lot.
Relatively to the time, at that time, the World Cup was the ultimate lobby. Now this is the first time since then. we've had
Which
the
players are missing? Like huge players that
Who
are
did not
usu-
make it?
Yeah,
Invitational?
I've seen
Yeah.
Andilex, but I think he got picked up. I
Is
think
he actually going?
Yeah, he got picked up by a Middle Eastern player.
Ah.
So that's
Okay.
interesting. And Hellfire will be playing with Falconer. I got told by
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hellfire,
So-
fantastic player playing with Nebs,
Yeah.
super solid. Look forward to getting him
See how
there.
they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, here we have Nebs and Hellfire right
I
now.
don't think there's really a single player missing that you could say would like really challenge the title there.
Yeah.
I think
From
everybody's there.
EU, I feel like everybody who deserves to be there are there.
Yeah.
From NA, yeah, probably. I don't know that much about the other regions. I don't follow that closely. Maybe a bit in OC, but it is the most stacked lobby we've had since the last World Cup. And I don't know if you can call yourself a world champion, but it's pretty darn close. I would say also, like, if you think about it, in the first Valorant VCT, which had like the first the Descent one, that was like they didn't call it a world champion, but that made in the world champions you beat all the
that
best
was champions. Yeah,
you
yeah.
beat all the other best teams from other regions, so
international.
that isn't that a world championship? It is. So I think it's a good prep. Personally, I would like if the prize pool was a bit better. It's like, I'm not saying it's bad. It's just I think Fortnite needs a bit of attention outside of the scene right
Maybe
now.
they're keeping it for something
I
bigger
think
next year.
Crossing my fingers. I think that
Who knows? Who knows?
who knows?
Only
Who
a
knows?
few people, probably.
There's the crazy part is somebody knows. There's people out there who definitely know. So like yeah, but overall it's going to be a fantastic event. I look forward to it. I'm super hyped for it, and I can't wait to meet everybody. So yeah, let's see how's everybody doing here.
Let's do a tour a bit of what's happening. So we have Nebs, he's chilling, he's over Surge. So yeah, that's what you were saying also. That first games usually you don't see Surge, and now we have Surge, we have stacked lobbies, which makes it way more interesting. Let's see how Setty and Kami are
This
doing.
gives everyone way more prep for like the biggest matches
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you find that some teams that used to qualify for like Cash Cup finals, they've never played in a lobby before
Yeah.
that has like big surge in it.
They were just
they
dropping
are-
250
They just
bombs.
have no
Yeah.
strats. It's just
Yeah.
like
They were just qualifying randomly off a 40 bomb at the end.
Yeah.
And they have no idea what they're doing in the stack lobby. But now, yeah, like they will get practice.
Yeah,
once a
no,
week
jak
in these, and then
yeah.
Look at
Oh
this here.
my goodness, there is actually a legend standing right next to me here. I don't know if he wants. Do you want to take my seat, Mister? Or are you? Hang on, look at
this
this.
guy camera shy. Really?
Camera shy 11, yeah?
Surely not.
Look who's here, the big Levin.
I don't really like being on camera, guys.
Oh, yeah?
I'm a bit shy, but for you guys, I'll
You'll
say
do it
that
for us.
a bit,
Oh,
yeah,
thank
for a
you.
bit, I'll say that.
So how do you like it here? Is it good?
Oh, this place is sick. This place is sick. I'm based in London, right? So I'm in London. So whenever like anything cool like this is in London, I'm trying to be there. No, it's good. It's good for sure. Red Bull, they're doing a great job.
Yeah, and we're speaking about doing more of these, so
Yeah,
can be extremely good, you know.
Let me know the dates, mate. I'll stop looking them in.
So let's go a bit around. So Tayson, how is he doing? Oh, he's not playing. Tayson isn't playing, I think.
Wait, why not?
Tayson was looking for a duo earlier.
Yeah.
Because he can't play in the finals.
And he's going to Manchester United, Chelsea.
He's not invited me. not invited me.
Aubameyang invited me.
Yeah, no. I was asking for tickets. I was like, yo, mate, let me come with you.
We want the tickets as well.
Let me come with you.
So, oh,
Fair excuse.
MrSavage chilling second game, I think. Han with Vortex. That was a bit of a tricky situation with him because I think Vortex is quitting next year.
Is he?
Yeah.
I didn't
So
actually know
that's a bit of a weird one.
Okay.
Let's see how Pink is doing. That's a bit of your favorite duo, isn't it?
Okay, let's do it now. Hold
Pink's
the edit
my
above
guy,
me.
you know, because
Be careful,
the thing
okay?
about Pink,
Alright,
right, is
edit.
that like Pink's like one of the few like players in the community at like a high level.
I got beamed.
I can
Might
like
get cracked
relate
here.
to a
You
lot,
good?
right? Because he's like from London, you know.
Use minis.
You know, we grew up in similar sort of areas, so I've always just got along with Pink.
Just care behind, we haven't
And
checked.
he's
Had a good
doing
year.
great
He's
Maybe
had a
recently.
good
splash,
year,
maybe
yeah,
splash.
He's had a really good year.
Even content-wise, he's picking up now,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he's doing so much for that, and a lot of videos
just
coming
block.
up regarding the bootcamp.
Yeah.
Let's see a bit. Wolfie's chilling. I think he needed some arena point. Vino on height. How surprising, with Queasy.
No
This
surprise
first
there.
game?
Yeah, I think this is for first game for everybody besides Savage.
Yeah, I've seen them
Setty
die
and
to
Kami
spawn,
on low.
but-
I think they're possibly in the same game.
Szedłem do góry, co? Tutaj dwa przynajmniej.
Chilling. We can hear the comms.
Ja mam kapamatu. Zaraz będą mi builder w tej głowy.
Dobra, tutaj zostajemy.
Yeah, when you get Queasy Vino and Setty Kami in the same game, you
Lepiej.
won't know unless
Co
you
to
know
miał?
the map.
Yeah,
Never gonna be
exactly.
anywhere
So,
near each other
yeah.
in the game.
so I think they are possibly.
Jeden.
Hard for me to see the map from here.
Yeah, I think they are.
3,5.
Let's see who
Trying
takes
to
it.
like, look at it from like a bit of an angle. but
Maybe we can have a little late game retake from Setty and Kami. Straight out from Blood Access books.
straight out of the textbook right there.
Let's see.
Ja dostałem
Oh, he
80
gets
jakimś
beamed.
cudem.
Okej, okej. Jadę tutaj. Ale idę do typa.
To ja. Kupuję to blisko.
Dobra, popój. Ja idę do przodu.
Mam jeszcze jednego. Po lewej, po lewej możemy zajebać.
No, mam.
Setty and Kami haven't had the best of times in the League Cups so
No,
far.
because we can speak about that later.
Renault's off camera shaking his head like, don't mention that. Please do not mention anything about that.
Well, Kami split went from uncon most of the times to a 50-50 POI, which has been a really hard transition for them, and they've suffered that, and they know that they need to get better for Invitational because that, I mean, you can get con. That's one of the reasons why they might do a bit bad.
That's the age-old story of Fortnite, though, right? It's like,
Yeah.
you know, being cons
Mam
difficult.
milion splashów,
especially
pamiętaj.
when you're not used to
Mam
it, you
milion
know?
splashów.
Yeah, I mean,
Tym możemy
people,
zrobić
I think,
Dobra.
unfairly used
Zrobionego.
to say that Setty and Kami were only good because they were always uncon,
Yeah.
mid-map.
Yeah.
Great position on the map, but always
Wiedzą,
uncon.
wiedzą.
And obviously that is part of the reason why they had historical
Poprawiam się
success,
teraz.
but
Masz Berika?
like if you put
Mam
other
trzy-
teams
trzy jeden
that
i-
aren't
tak,
quite
trzy jeden i
good,
pół,
there's no
zero.
way they would be as
5-5-1.
consistent
Yeah.
and successful
Dobra,
as Setty and Kami are. Like,
I podepnę
of
teraz.
course it sets you up
Ile
for a
to
great
mamy?
end game, being in that sort of positional sport, but you're not going to come like top 5 every
Mam
game
100
like
twardych
they
tylko i
pretty
100
much
drewa.
Yeah, it's just
potentially
one
do.
change the game, you know?
Ooh, nice skill there. And surprisingly, the FNCS they won. They were contested the first game and they won that. So that's kind of contradictory.
But yeah, you see now that they're getting contested a bit more, it's
kurwa.
a
Forward
little
pad.
bit more to think about.
They might hit iPad, they might hit.
Depth,
Oh,
which
dead.
everyone's going to have that when you're contested. There's no way you
Looking.
can
They didn't get it, I can go.
whitewash it an elite team
Ladder?
every single game.
I don't see him.
Landing under us. We're good.
But yeah,
I have
you know, they're the
400.
sort of team
Bang
that's
him.
really
50 on
grind
one.
this game properly
20.
and learn to
Bang him.
improve. So
Was
I
bang
wanna speak a bit about
Yeah,
next
400
year
good.
and what first of all
Keep
what do you
driving
guys
out, boy, jump
expect,
fella.
and if
I'm jumping, I'm
if
jumping
there
to
was a
shit.
World Cup, how would you see it?
360,
Because I
360,
was chatting with
Look,
Tripper
underneath,
and he told me he would want a 15 weeks qualifier for World Cup.
They're
how-
definitely
how-
sharper right
Which format would you guys think
now.
it would have to be in order to make it fair and for everybody to have their chances
I
to
can already see
I
it.
blocked him.
The 15
I got the
week
buddy. I think he
qualifier,
dropped on the
someone
match though.
qualifies in the first week, and then presumably they can't play the
Yeah, I
rest
got
of the
match.
week.
It's over.
So they're just
15
bored
games
out
or
of their
something,
minds,
Yeah.
nothing.
complaining,
He's black
or
box.
you let them play and everybody just complains about griefing in the later weeks.
Oh yeah.
I
Trying to
guess
get
that way.
anything.
I guess if you were gonna do it over that long of a period, it would just be like you're
Move up.
accumulating
Yeah,
points over time
something
to
like
qualify,
that.
you
Got it.
know, so-
But you see, then you get the problem that if everything is on cumulative, then the individual weeks feel
50,
kind of
next
boring and meaningless. You know,
You're
and
punished for starting
it's
late, or you're
difficult.
punished
Yeah.
for
It's difficult.
splitting up and all these things.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he kicked mantled up on
It'd
me.
be hard, I guess, but it's weird because, and
Coming up.
this is the way I've always thought about Fortnite compared to Fortnite. We have a lot of issues
I'm dropping down again.
like that one, right? Which aren't like that's not an issue. Like imagine going to like a Valorant team and going, oh, and saying to them, yeah, we're doing a 15-week format, and they're like, oh, I don't want to do that because what if I spit up from my teammates in that 50? Like, those things just don't happen in other
What if
games.
I qualify first week
Yeah,
and I
you
can't
know,
play
like,
for the next
in
week?
other games it's not an
Yeah,
issue,
it's
but
3 footsteps, 3 footsteps. You just easy to find.
you know.
I'm taking Alex.
But yeah, I think like in terms of
Okay,
what the
100
World
on
Cup
him,
would look
100 on him.
like,
I need to
I guess
heal
they
up,
would
I
have to have solos.
I have 3 builds.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay, I have
I
1 build.
guess they would pick either duos or trios.
I do wonder about that though. I do wonder whether like, you know, because we had the year of trios, we had the year
I'm
of
gonna take a
duos. I
sec.
wonder like if, you know, they will commit to sticking with duos or switching, right? So
I feel like a change is needed though at some point. Now after
Holy fuck, he
a
just
whole
dropped!
year of duos, I don't think.
You see what they did? You see that? You flew on my screen.
Vino?
Yeah, I think.
He did it. I 1-pumped it.
Not a bad start.
Oh wait, he did.
We
It's
have
weird.
hands still again.
It's weird. I feel good. I feel good. Mainly just because I have that I told you so feeling. Because at the end of last year's trios, when everybody was dying and desperate for duos, I said to people, "You're just gonna complain at the end of duos and say you want trios again."
Yeah.
And I got people saying, "No, we just need to change. We just need to change." And I'm like, "Yeah, cool." And now here we are. A lot of people want to switch again. So.
Yeah.
But I feel like trios is also the most competitive. I feel like the year we've had, there was less people complaining than now, but that's probably also because of the meta that there is right now and the changes, which some people have complained that there is way too many changes in such a short time. So and with snipers now, it's going to be interesting to see how it impacts DreamHack, because we've had a DreamHack without snipers and now we're going to have solos events with snipers, and I feel like we're going to hear a lot Queasy on the timeline screaming like he usually does.
I feel bad for whoever's sitting next to him at DreamHack.
Well,
They're gonna be playing next
Kami
to
once
us.
again.
Kami's going to be playing next to him. He's going to be like, desk is shaking every single game.
But I think yeah, going back to the World Cup thing, I think they'll probably also have 0 builds.
Yeah,
That's pretty much a given
yeah.
at this stage. That they will have that, and they'll be probably hoping that some of the the big old time streamers will be qualifying. The Tifus of the world.
And I think Epic wants that.
Hot take, I think comp should just switch to 0 build.
Do you actually think that?
Honestly, yeah.
Expand on
Because we were saying like some like Soul from Manchester City said he enjoyed more Gamers 8 0 build than builds, which I think is the case for everybody.
No, it was true, but it was true. That was the case though because they kind of messed up in the rule set.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Yeah, I
old
remember that.
situation.
Yeah.
So it's interesting because if they didn't mess up in that regard, who knows? It could have been like really boring, but it was very entertaining because
Yeah,
of it.
because everybody had gold.
Yeah, it was sick. But you know, I don't know. I just feel like I don't think there's much they can ever do to get the scene back to a point they want to do with like regular build mode. Whereas I think at least with 0 build there is hope of cap. Because again, like Risa talks about this all the time, right? Like when people are like, Fortnite's dead and all this stuff that we've been saying for years and years and years. It's like it's not. There's still a massive audience of people who follow Fortnite. A lot of them are just now just playing 0 build, right? And maybe they're not as interested in regular build competitive. And at least there's a large group of people who you could convert. Whereas I feel like a lot of people who, people are like, oh, now it's like a mad World Cup and people are going to come back. A lot of those people who you think are going to come back, they've gone.
Yeah, they won't.
You know what I mean? And so a lot of people that you could have captured to convert into build comp, I feel like probably have already moved on.
Evil Chrome Chuck on me, that shit is so shit.
Yeah.
Whereas like 0 build, I think there's still like a massive amount of people
Yeah, I know.
who
They buffed it
could
though.
actually get to buy in.
It was better before.
Have the massive creators like Ninja and TV who are
How come?
consistently playing 0 build. So
I know, I could actually hit more than 30
the
before.
thing is, at first,
And I was a
when
30
0 build
Magnum.
came out, I was like, no, I wouldn't want that. I hate that. But
Yeah,
Chili chunks.
I thought the same.
But realistically, and like when you speak to, I'm sure we could speak to a lot of the pros. A lot of them probably wouldn't even mind because a lot of them are still going to be the best players.
Yeah, and
know?
you can see it like with Thomas, Anas, and Queasy. They're so dominant
Yeah, like
in so many ways. And
So I think,
Mini
I think
second
what 0
or
build
minis,
really captures
bigs?
is something
Six
that
minis,
we used
one
to have
big future.
in competitive Fortnite, which was these strange weapons
Oh, I have two keys, I
and
can match
items
chucks.
that you can make
Right.
some really crazy plays with.
yeah,
That maybe
Yeah, I'm
aren't
sure
the
drop my
most
2 chucks, I
fair
think.
thing ever, but actually that's what kind of brings a lot of the hype of the game.
yeah.
Shit,
Um,
shit fucking
You know,
holo.
there's a lot of comp players seem to
shotgun
think
holo or
that,
anything
the
on
more
you?
stacked an end game is, the better,
hammer.
or something.
hammer,
But I've
that's it.
never really agreed with
I
this,
don't
and they were always
blame
like,
I
we
got
want
cheese brushes,
60
yeah.
people in first moving zone, and that's the best. But for me as like a spectator, I I thoroughly disagree with that. I find it
But
incredibly
would you
hard
rather
to watch
have
that many people in an
Would
endgame.
you rather have a stacked end game or like a no build where it's always something happening and always somebody
Yeah,
dying or
that's-
some
that's
fights
what I want,
happening?
which is why I liked the Storm Surge changes firstly, because now there's actually something happening in the mid game in builds, and there's slightly less in end game. That
Stacked out of my
hasn't
mind.
removed from the idea of
Same.
you know
As a-
Fortnite at all for
Can
me.
you carry a shield?
It just means that I can follow
no.
the tops and the builds just a little bit better than I
Big
used to
chili
be.
truck right now.
And I think that's one of the key points there. People don't ever really think about how difficult, from like an entry viewer's perspective, being
Purple
able to
Ranger, if you want.
understand what's
And
happening in an
pads.
endgame.
Yeah.
So once you understand Fortnite competitive, like, of course that's super exciting, right? There's so much going on, but it can be difficult to track, right? For years,
They're
we
both in
had
green.
problems with like
Both in
actual
green right next to each
observers
other.
being able
Yeah.
to track and understand what was going on, and even now it's still not perfect to this day.
Yeah.
And I feel like Zero Build
We get the double
makes
bump
it
next to us.
easier from that level instantly, and makes it
I
more
think there's
accessible
one
from
on
that
it
level instantly.
I don't think there is.
We can
So,
go for it
I don't
though.
know. You know,
Yeah, it's right
it,
next
it
to
might
me.
be controversial. I
It's on
just
the
feel
way
like
to-
there's so much
You
upside
can pads and stuff.
potential with
Yeah,
just
I'm
like
coming.
making Zero Build like the main thing.
Oh, this W
I don't
keyboard,
think
yeah,
you
that's
actually
ours.
lose
Yeah.
much. Like we're still gonna have all the same characters and community, because a lot of the same pros.
Going over now.
Even not even I feel
Building
like
up.
almost all the same pros are still gonna be top of the
That
scene
bitch
in
is
some
ours,
regard.
mate. This bitch
You know,
is
you have the
ours.
opportunity to bring new people
Yeah,
in.
absolutely.
Like, I just feel like there's so much upside that I would not be surprised, and I wouldn't complain if they just outright just made Zero Build like the main competitive mode.
You know, the thing I would worry about most about doing that is that Zero Build 2023 would be the build mode of 2019, and as we move past
Yeah,
some
people
sort of
would
big
go
World
back
Cup,
to
people
Oh,
would
my bad.
people would start complaining about every single small thing in Zero Build
Yeah.
that could possibly be slightly uncompetitive, and then the pressure will be on to make
Good,
Zero Build extremely fair, which in turn
Say,
kind of makes it boring.
Super hit.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what
Spider-Man
happened to
from
Build.
the new battle pass.
That we, you know,
And
It's a hard balance to
there's
strike,
obviously-
man. That's
It
why I
is,
always
it's
say,
really hard.
you know, whenever
we
I
got
speak
nothing
to
from
like
that
people
one.
on the competitive
Yeah.
team at Epic, I always just say like, I do not envy you at all. Like,
Yeah, it must be hard.
I do not.
Because you
envy
can't have
you
everybody
at all.
happy.
You can't.
No.
You can never have it. And I think
There's
a lot
not
of the
even a
time, like,
pet,
people
mate.
always like assume the grass is greener, but when you look at other scenes and you're involved in other scenes, people have their
What's
complaints.
the purple
Absolutely.
ranger
You
and
go
the
to
pet?
Valorant, people
Right next
have
to
their
each other.
Yeah,
complaints.
every
Couple
time a meta
mushroom and
changes,
then
you see
the
everybody
chest up
complaining. But
left.
yeah,
Because
absolutely.
you're in the Fortnite scene, you're sheltered from that.
Yeah.
You
I
don't
dropped
see
mid
the
to you
complaints,
have
right?
picks them in
People
this.
are like,
Big
ah,
picks.
CS:GO,
Get the
look at
mini
their
done.
scene. CS:GO have been crying out for 10 years
One
for,
pet,
for
6
Valve
sharks
to
and
care
6
about their
minis.
game, right? But
True.
you know,
Alright.
Fortnite players don't
Yeah.
see that, so they go, yeah, but look what CS:GO have. So it's
Pit
always easy
spending,
to look at other
one
scenes.
blue.
and go, ah,
That's
yeah,
cool.
Yeah, these
you know,
casual
they
viewers,
have
they
this.
probably only watch the World Cup. Maybe they watch some FNCS
Yeah.
finals. They're going to watch the Invitational. They don't see all the drama and all that stuff behind the scenes.
I'm getting that.
Hang out on
You want the blue hammer?
like Twitter or
Yeah.
the social.
Purple and money.
I, bet
I can
you
also
do
buy a
nowadays,
gold
so
one
don't
after,
blame
please.
them.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, fuck
Okay, so I'll give the mic to Reno.
Yeah,
GG
fine,
now.
get him out of here. Didn't want him. Get out, get out. Shoot,
Hello.
shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, they.
I'm back. Oh, here we're
One
watching
game,
Nebs.
and
Hey
then the rest
guys,
of the
all
games.
good?
Neb's
Lovely.
my star.
Very good.
Nebs, my style. Let's have a look how everybody else is doing here. We have Nebs here. We have Setty, Kami, Tripper. Oh wait, this might be some. Oh, they're doing good. We have Tripper in here. Then we have the big MrSavage here. 171 above Surge. Vino.
Tree on
Being
me.
attacked.
I think Levin is getting.
Getting attacked by a tree. What's going on?
Not sure.
Bloody Elix, mate. He's sabotaged me.
There we go. There we go.
There we go. I'm
No more attacks by the trees. We have Vino here and Pink. Are they in the same game? Probably are. Probably are. Then we have Henrik McLean here on the top. And Tayson's not playing today.
What's going on with Tay? Shall I go have a word with him? What's going on with Tay?
Don't talk to me even do.
Give him a pep talk.
Tayson's not
Should have
playing.
played me.
Should
Are you an elite?
I could be, mate.
Could be. Oh, really?
Could be, but I hurt my knee actually. I had a knee
Ah,
injury,
okay,
so
yeah.
couldn't.
Same
play.
thing that happened to me.
Yeah.
I feel you. I feel you. Do you play Kinch?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you like compete?
No.
No. Okay.
It's a wise choice.
He's trying to keep his sanity and his health intact.
Yes,
I see.
yes,
I understand the
Yeah.
it's a
See, I'm
tactical
I'm
decision.
at that age where I'm slowly, losing the brain cells naturally. So
I feel you.
yeah,
I
keep as much as I can intact.
you know how hard it is to be the oldest guy in this bunch. Like I have to hang with the. I feel like a boomer,
I
man.
don't
Like
know how you do it actually.
You only feel like one. I mean, I just know I'm a boomer.
I do actually feel like one. I mean,
It's a skill. It's a talent, I guess. It is. It is.
I get treated like one, but I'm not. I'm the same age as most of these guys. I'm 20.
I
I'm
know.
the same age as Queasy.
I know you are.
But everyone treats me like I'm like 40.
Yeah, it's because your mechs are half the speed of Queasy's, so we know how his are.
Yeah, fair point, fair point. I can hang, you know, chuck me in like, you know, like when they're warming up and stuff, right, like they'll all hop in like, you know, PvP and, you know, do FFAs and stuff, and I always like try hop in, and I can hang,
Okay,
yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, well.
I 1v1 pink and it did not go well.
You tried
Did not
actually.
go well. You killed me many times with just an AR.
Yeah, 1v1 is hard.
That's why I challenge them outside the game all the time. I try to, you know, put them out of their comfort zone,
Oh,
like,
yeah,
you know, ping
Get
pong,
them in the spinning.
yeah,
these kind of things.
That's
Spinning
him.
class, bro,
Yeah.
I crushed it
I heard
in
some
there.
of them went to the gym for the first time. Tayson was saying went to the gym for the first
I
time.
actually believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that. Yeah, I saw a couple of Fortnite pros struggling today in the spinning class. Not gonna lie, but I was pleasantly surprised that they actually pulled through the entire session and they did not give up. So that was good. Savage is here almost. Yeah, he's in proper late game here.
Yeah.
Did they die early, like game 1, I guess, or?
Game 1 was quite early, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure whether this is 2 or 3 for them.
Yep. Here we have other POVs right now. Not that much happening. Vino is in a middle of a fight here.
He won his first game. So
Ooh, of course he did. Didn't expect anything less. Off height, I'm assuming.
Yeah, they were up on height, yeah.
I mean, height shouldn't be as easy at the moment with the pads in the game, but it doesn't seem to have changed that much.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I keep hearing about the FNCS Invitational is that there's so many good high teams, but not enough like mid ground and low teams. So that's why many favor Setty and Kami actually, because they're one of the more established teams in that thing. So I hope that holds true. All right. We got some kills here for him, but let's jump on to Savage in the late game here. 160, 149 above Surge. 34 people left in the lobby. Only 1 kill for the big Savage and iDrop. They have been.
You ever thought about getting into commentating, mate?
I did comment, but this not Fortnite though. I did comment Dota actually.
Really?
Yes, sir. That was my go-to game.
Wow.
Dota was my thing. Like I originally played the original Dota, the expansion to Warcraft 3, and then I got into Dota 2, and at the same time League of Legends came out. But the people spoke and they chose League of Legends, so Dota kind of became, you know, the second game in that ranking, so to speak. But Dota has a healthy scene still. They have the biggest tournaments. The international is massive, and it's actually, I think it's fantastic still. So it's pretty good. Some of the biggest prize pools in esports history actually.
Crowdfunded, right?
Yeah, they beat
before
the
the World Cup, it was
Fortnite
always
World Cup, didn't
Dota.
Yeah, they have the compendium, which is like a crowdfunding sort of thing. So shout out tips to Epic. I mean, you can jump on that ship too next year. I mean, would love to see something similar, like a competitive battle pass. It wouldn't hurt. I'm just throwing out some ideas here,
You're
you know.
in dreamland right now, mate.
BL
Very
back
good.
bling, BL skins.
Yeah, I'd cop a BL.
I'd cop them all. I'd buy them all. Even Wave. Nah, I'm just. You know, Wave boys know I love them, but I love to throw shade at them. We have this like, because you know, this is the thing I'm missing in the Fortnite scene, the bit of the rivalry between, because that spices up the timeline. If you look at like the League of Legends teams, they're throwing shade at each other all the time, even the Counter-Strike teams.
It's harder though, because we don't have like, you know, direct 1v1s between people, right?
Exactly.
You know, there's no set. You know, you don't have a
rivalry
versus BL game.
Exactly.
Right? So it's always harder to have, but there's still there's room for it. It could be a thing. But
We'll see. We'll see how it develops.
What do you think about Savage and iDrop this season?
I on paper I loved Savage and Han. I thought they had good potential. I know Han in and out as a player, and I know Savage pretty well as a player. I thought it could work, like if they could figure some things out. There was obviously some things to figure out, but unfortunately, like it didn't pan out the way they expected. So iDrop has always been like a good player. Ooh, struggling a bit here. TT9 Somerset. Is that Moneymaker?
That's Moneymaker.
That's Moneymaker. There's a few Somersets out there. There's
Yeah,
just
there's
one
Moneymaker.
Somerset, but
there's
there's
only the one Somerset, but there are some imposters. for
there
sure.
are a few imposters, indeed. But yeah, I think I think it can be good. I think iDrop probably feels he has a lot to prove. Still, he
does,
still
he
hasn't,
does,
you know,
yeah.
gotten that big achievement that he's looking for. And I know he's always kept like really near the top, and he wants to show that he can do it. And now he's, I mean, invitational. You got to show up. You got to show
Yeah,
up.
big chance. Looks like they're going to be Uncon there
Top
as well.
3 for them.
Not bad.
Pretty decent game. Got some points. Here we have Vino, Wolfies, and Pink's corner. Here we have Trippern and Tayson. We're going to jump straight into Trippern's gameplay here. They are in their second game as well. Seems like they got some points. The first one, 60 points right now. So what does the unofficial analytics of Fortnite say? What is this week's, or what is the weekly actually like? Is it the same every week, or?
No, it changes a little bit because mostly because more players are getting promoted from Challenger. So it tends to go up basically as the weeks go on.
Right. Bare bussen hen ved gas.
So it goes, it's
So
going
yeah,
up
last
actually.
last
Okay.
week was 4.9.
Den er tornado hen ved Sanctuary, tror jeg.
Okay.
Er det ikke den?
Across the 2 days. So expecting.
Det var den der, hvor man kan flyve.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah.
Der er også en dernede
Do you like that way, the
ting.
promotion system, the way it works? Like, do you think it's a good thing, or would you prefer more like, you know, if once you're in elite, like that's the group of elite players?
Definitely need
That's what I
promotion.
think the-
Keeps players motivated.
Down
Right,
now.
like it's a huge factor.
Could maybe close off a bit too much if it was, you know.
But yeah, the problem is that
Så er
there's
der nogen her
no
omkring?
demotion
Right.
at the moment.
Bagfra.
So you know, by the end of the
Ja.
season,
De kommer til at skyde bag. De kommer til at skyde mig igen. Du skal kigge bagved lige om lidt.
something like
Jeg stiller mig i den her
580
Du skal kigge op bag mig.
instead of
Ja, jeg blev tilbage.
It's quite a lot.
So it's like quite a
Han
big
blev snipet.
difference
Måske
in
headshot.
terms
Er
of
klar.
like ability of the lobby.
Yeah.
Ja.
Hej, buddy.
I
Absolutely.
mean, you know, 580th in EU isn't too bad, but it is still a clear difference between from top 200.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And yeah, I think players just like need more incentive as well when they're not looking. If they're not going to qualify for the Elite Cup weekly final, they lose motivation for the rest of that week. They're too far behind on day 2. They give up. So they need something else to keep them playing properly. And the threat of relegation might be that.
Absolutely.
Well,
Yeah.
As someone who's British, you know, and I follow a lot of football. That's like one of the things that like people hold on to very dearly right in the UK. Is like they love football because there's promotion, relegation, it's that level of competition.
I actually agree on that.
And it's true, right?
This is
It's
one of
like-
the issues I have with franchising, that you can't lose your spot. You
yeah.
can just be, you know, the worst team for 5 years in a row,
Yeah,
and
that's
then
it.
you're just a meme. But
You know what I mean?
that's another problem.
But it's true, and I think, you know, if we're gonna have things like promotion, let's add some relegation in there. You know what I mean? Like, let's sweat for their positions and at the highest level.
So, talking about football, how do you feel? How do you feel this season is going so far? Like, I mean,
Yeah, you know, I just want to talk about Fortnite. You know,
so yeah, here we have Setty and Kami, or
No.
Look,
I'm enjoying the season so far. It's been real fun, but I think in terms of the team I support, I have much high expectations, which is
what
is
is your
fun.
realistic? What is your expectation this
My,
season?
genuinely, my
Spadała
only
chyba na
expectations
NW.
are for us to be competitive in the Europa
Ja,
League
dwa
and
padły.
try and make a deep run.
Wypadam
And in
się,
the Premier
hej.
League, I genuinely
Fajny
do not
domek.
have like any expectations of, oh,
Jest to kraka. No, widzę.
I just want to see him
Dobra.
improve.
Dostał?
And improve, we might see improve on the pitch and finish
Nice.
10th.
Sergi też
But I just want to see improvement on the pitch. That's what I'm prioritizing as a fan.
Kurwa, na chowiem ten strzał.
Absolutely, yeah. It's been an interesting season for me as a City fan. You know, getting Hall on its team, that was an amazing one, and I called it actually last year. I remember
Możesz
sitting at
budować
EPC
drewno,
with Elix,
400
and
drewna
we were
i
talking about.
160
Remember
brika na
that the
tym, a
2
na
days
drugim
when
nie.
Ronaldo was heading to City.
200...
I said this is
A
not
nie,
gonna
nie
happen.
brika, nie
I
brika,
know that they
metalu.
want to buy like
160
a
metalu
long-term
i
project, they're
200
gonna invest
metalu,
in the
400,
future.
400.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Ja
And
się
everybody
przerzucam.
kept talking about it.
400
And when
drewna i
Ronaldo was
400
like
metalu
off the table
praktycznie.
and he went to United, I'm like, yep, we're getting Holland next year. It's just it's settled. It's gonna be Holland. There is nobody else.
Dokładnie na
It's,
370. no, tam
I'm a football
400.
manager player, right? And in football manager, you know, it simulates, you know, everybody has their saves, things simulate, and what would always happen in my saves was Haaland would sign for City in a lot of them, because like they're one of the few teams that can afford him in the game, and they'd always sign him, and every season, the first season of the game, he'd always get like 50, 60 goals. And people always like, it's so unrealistic, so unrealistic.
Well,
Look what's happened, you know what I mean? Like, he signed and he looks like he could get bloody 50 goals, so...
yeah, I think the thing with Holland that I'm mostly worried about is like injuries, actually. You know,
You're
because
lucky he's not going to the World Cup. He's got
He's
like
not
a
going
whole
to the World
month and
Cup.
a half to break.
if he can
like-
stay healthy, I think I don't think it's unrealistic. You know, those
No,
numbers.
genuinely, if he stays fit and doesn't have to, you know, take an extended period of time out, he can hit 50 goals. As crazy as it might seem to people, he genuinely can.
I think so too. You can already see that, you know, he's gotten in the heads of other players, like of other teams. You can see they respect him. They respect him, and you saw it like versus Liverpool. You know, he was man-marked by plenty. Like he didn't really get that many chances.
I think there is a blueprint to be able to stop him, and we saw it in effect at Liverpool, which was cool. But when you look at what that blueprint is, understandably. But when you look at what that blueprint is, I don't think there's many teams that have the means to replicate it. And so it doesn't even matter if people know how to stop him. There's not many teams that actually just have the facilities to be able to stop him anyway.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Fun season. Enjoy the title though, man. Enjoy the title.
Yeah, like that's the thing. We got so many now. That's not the one we want. You know, there's another trophy out there in Europe that we're chasing, and
you'll be waiting for that for a while, though.
And I think, like, I don't know why. Like, I feel like I know from being a competitor myself, when there's something you want that much, it just keeps eluding you. It's gonna be like a evasive thing to just keep chasing. It's almost become like a dream.
Yeah.
So if City can get over the mental barrier, because they have the technicality pitch, they get over the mental barrier, and if Guardiola, as much as I love him, stops tinkering and overthinking the big games, might happen. Might happen.
For sure.
And we already are out of the group stage, so that's good, I guess.
Must be nice. Must be nice.
Must be
nice.
Don't worry, Man United will be back. I believe.
Give us a couple of years, we'll be pushing again.
I believe, and like even if I'm a City fan, I absolutely love and respect Ronaldo, and I really want the best for him as well. You know, I think most people do. So I'm interested to see where he's going. Ooh, trip. Eating that shot.
Stop! What?
Who do we kill? I have 120.
It's a perfect cut off there. Over to Fink. What a segue. Still here in relatively.
You hear him like 60 white. We have enough at first, at least.
Tayson coming already there. Killy chugs.
So there was some teasers in the invitational trailer showing shockwaves.
Yeah.
I don't think that's happened. That seems like a meme.
Yeah.
That seems like a meme.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
yeah, we can hit the flying thing.
I personally don't read anything into that. Like, I personally don't read anything into that, just because I feel like it's quite obvious from experience, at least, like being a competitive Fortnite fan, that like, you know, the people who actually are like controlling aspects of the game, like something like that, like adding such an item, you know, they've never really been on the same page of what the competitive team, you know what I mean? So
the competitive kind of have to work with what they get.
Yeah. So I've never like seen stuff like that and been like, ooh, maybe they're hinting to us. I'm just like, probably just chance or coincidence, or you know.
Anything can happen.
Shockwaves are in casual play already.
They are.
So it's not as if they're suddenly going to be unbolted and put in every mode, because they are already on. So yeah, but yes, probably not.
Yeah, I think so too. I think actually this season is like not too bad competitive wise. I understand the players feel it's like a bit, you know, stale, because we've kind of played the same season now for 3 seasons in a row. I would say there hasn't been like no big changes that happen, but I've heard some rumors. If they are all true, I see a spicy change after Christmas, or actually right before Christmas. I hope it's true. We'll see.
There'll probably be a new season, December.
I'm guessing, after the invitational, there has to be something, and there is a announcement pending after invitational. I don't know what that is.
I'm guessing, obviously, again, I don't know anything, but I'm guessing they're probably going to announce like their plans for next year, right? That would be the best time to do it.
If Epic gives us a roadmap for the whole year, I will thank them so much. Us as an org, like when I go talk, for example, to sponsors, and they ask me what are you going to do through the year, like, I have no idea, man. Whatever is thrown at me, I'm kind of like a competitive team. Whatever gets thrown at me, I just have to work and adjust and figure it out. Like now, we plan to go to the Invitational. Now suddenly we're going back to back in 3 rounds. We're going to Invitational, then it's Atlanta, then it's Jönköping. It's going to be crazy, but like, and you have to bring your own PCs, all the logistics, and you have like a month to plan all of this. It's a lot of work, cost.
Like a commentator, as a human, like I get my friends like, yo, do we do this in March next year? I could be in the other side of the world.
I don't know what's.
I have no clue where or when I'm gonna be ever. You know, so
Planning is not, you know, the forte of the Fortnite. Scene.
hopefully, you know, that can change.
Yeah, absolutely. It would definitely strengthen the scene a bit, and I think also give some predictability. Here we have Kami and Setty doing pretty good here. They have 6 kills, 18 people left.
Z lewej nie mamy
Last.
kontroli.
So,
Mam kontrolę.
seen them in their
Tak, tak, tak.
classic
To na
low
jednym.
ground strategy style.
Do you have the chat up?
I do have the chat
Go on
up.
to the
If
pass.
anybody in the chat,
Go
can we
on to
get
the
a
pass.
Kinch
No,
Reno
sorry.
11 Q&A? If you have any questions, fire them away. I will be reading them out to our guests over here. Like, just so you guys know, they're here on their own accord. They are we're very happy to have them here, but they're not forced to be here.
I'm actually getting up to leave now, actually.
If you have better things to do, you're all free to leave.
You're not going to get your fee if you leave now.
Oh, true, actually.
You
Yeah,
still have an hour left on your clock, so
paycheck. Yeah.
Yeah.
still have an hour left on your clock. So yeah, this is.
I'm actually gonna go get some water. Actually, I'm a bit thirsty.
Go ahead, go
Is there
ahead.
some in that fridge?
Chill, mamy zero. Mamy
Sorry,
zero.
this
Do
is
tyłu, do tyłu, do tyłu, do tyłu.
this is the Red Bull area.
Well, yeah.
Żeby pić mini wyszulujesz? Mam twarde, chodź. Masz masy?
All right,
You say they're
100 points for Setty and Kami. Pretty
Okay.
good game 2 here already.
Tak,
No
powiem,
matter how it ends up,
40.
they're up to 9
No i
kills
na
here.
loganie są.
Kami
Tak, będzie
having
pod górę, ale
5 of them.
top
Setty's
4.
POV
My
for a
duo, na dole
sec.
duo i u góry duo i solo.
In his
Za nami.
Going up the mountain.
Tu jest ten krak.
Logram.
90.
Zara?
them shots.
Ja jestem na Logram, gdzie się bije.
Can you still win games of low ground? Like,
Nope.
I would say it's harder
Ja
this season than I mean.
na dole, ma zero.
You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
like
So one of the difficulties is
There's
the
no
Hive
half
team
now,
has
there's
pads,
no
so they're saving more mats these
Dobijamy.
days.
Dobijemy
And
i
sometimes
będziemy
they're also
więcej
taking like later pads.
yeah.
So I think in general they're going to have a little bit more resource at the end.
Leaving it.
So yeah, it's very difficult.
I'll wait on this. I'm more
But
chilly
it's
now.
still possible.
Absolutely.
It's fine, it's fine,
absolutely.
it's fine. Just hold your
Yeah,
walls, hold your walls,
it
hold your
was
walls.
second place for Setty and Kami.
Heal up
Now
now,
to
splash,
120
splash, splash. No,
points
no,
after
no,
2
no,
games.
splash.
You're pretty good. I'm just going to check
I'll
the
try look for a flopper,
leaderboard
maybe.
just quickly to see how they're.
Okay, slow.
Well,
I'll
according to
chill
the
this one as well.
latest update, it should be
Yeah,
in
I'll chill
first
this, I'll
place
chill
actually right now, but I'm guessing it's not like fully updated yet. There are some games ongoing. It's probably
Zoom pass,
ended also
zoom
at the same time. So, but still, they're solid. GG to them. Here we have Pink and Anas who are on.
Very good. I'm not with. I'm breaking you up.
Points.
Up.
Looks like 34.
100. 1 HP. He's full one. He went up.
he's full
Lucky
one.
cunt. Come up here.
It's full one.
Just heal. I hit him 180. Yeah, go on. Keban. Use method.
I'm
Go
actually
ahead,
kind of curious, because the Fortnite scene was so healthy, like last year, like in terms of viewership and everything.
ahead,
Like,
man.
it wasn't obviously. It's always been like everything goes down. You have the initial the big wave that you ride, and then
You get it?
things kind of stabilize. I would rather call it stabilize.
I'm not with
losing
you, I'm not
viewers,
with
more
you.
like people
Yeah.
stabilize. But
They might just try run at you, bro.
last 2 months it's been brutal.
It has been. I remember when I
Shall I just start shooting?
at the start of last year. The numbers
Tell me,
were
okay?
crazy. Like
Crazy.
they're crazy to the point
Dead.
where, like I was like
buddy.
flexing them to people I knew. I was like, look, I was
Get
just
it,
on
get it,
this,
get it, get it.
broadcast. So it was like,
Back.
you'd stream it. They'd stream it live on Twitch. You'd have like
Dickhead.
would have like 50k viewers. Then on YouTube,
how much
it'd have
meta is there?
like 10 to 15k.
Yep.
And then
How much-
obviously on YouTube after the VOD's finished,
How much is
by the next show there would be
you,
like
like, split it or something?
500,000 views, and you're like,
Yeah.
wow, so
Oh,
many
that's
people
perfect.
watching this. And obviously, yeah, it's gone, a lot lower than that in recent times. But again, I think it's just a sign of the times. Like, I think I saw Reese in the chat, but one thing Reese and I will always do, we'll always look at Ozzy's views on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Because Ozzy's views, like the videos he makes, like they're very good sort of,
They're going back.
sort of point to look at how many
Agree.
people are like interested in competitive right now on like a daily basis. And so, a couple months ago, Ozzy would be getting 100k consistently.
Consistently, yeah.
You're like, okay, so right now on a daily basis, about 100,000 people who care about competitive Fortnite stuff. Starts to drop a bit, you're like, oh, okay, maybe less people. And as it drops more and more, you're like, it's only about 20k people who want to know what's happening in the Fortnite comp today. You're like, interesting, right? Obviously, it's not that low, but exaggerating a bit.
Yeah,
so.
it is. It's definitely fallen off a bit, and I think like one of the main factors that I kind of see is I think Fortnite needs to start building an audience from outside of the game as well, so to start reaching like new audiences and new people as well. Because like there's no way to
Did you hear my take earlier?
No, I did not.
So I said they should just switch the whole game, or they should switch competitive to just zero build.
I wouldn't mind.
There's an audience there to be had, you know.
I wouldn't mind, because I think now the skill ceiling is so high as well for the top competitive scene that like it's extremely hard, you know, for people to. I mean, you can still play competitively, but you know, to win the big tournament is hard. But the thing that I like about zero build is it kind of has the same feeling that the early Fortnite had. That like anybody can kind of compete and you can
so
do
we're saying
decently.
it has the excitement of these
It has the
occasional
excitement.
silly moments and silly
can
items that create these
Exactly,
these
like
hype moments.
you can have like Tfue, Ninja, Savage, and Setty in like the same lobby, and many other people like, and it creates some sudden like on a gamer state. I don't know if you guys spoke about it. I thought the zero build was way more fun to watch than the original one. It was obviously, you know, very chaotic with the the mode they had, which was, you know, tents and everything. But if it was like even the Twitch Rivals model, you know, it's fantastic. Like I think its zero build is great.
What do you think about a mode that was like zero build but a very small amount of builds?
I've thought about
like
the
if you
same
had
thing.
like a mat cap of, you know, you could carry 10 builds each or something, like really small, just something where you can't like full edit course somebody, but you can do a little bit of protection.
Provide some cover for yourself.
Kind of like a Portafort, but
you know, so you still
like
have to learn
you
to
can
build,
build
and
it.
edit
Yeah.
to a reasonable level, but it's not the whole game. Like it is, like right now, obviously you need really good mechs to be at the top.
I think one of the things with zero build is like the accessibility, and I hear like especially from I've spoken like when we have some BL events, the kids come out, you know, some of them are very young and they have their parents with them, and it's like we've heard like moms and dads to say, now I can play with him too, you know, because we can play zero build. So I got my own PS5 like hooked up, and we can play with them, because before it's like no chance, I can't build at all. so I think the accessibility overall just creates for some excitement. And if we actually, you know, I think if there is a World Cup next year, there's just no way we're not going to see like a zero build as a part of that.
Exactly
It will be
saying.
there. It will be there. And I don't think anybody of the pros will complain. I think they will love it, even like if it's like a creator turn, whatever it is. Zero build will definitely.
No, 100%. Even when I've just spoken to some of the pros who I speak to on a regular basis, because I've been thinking about this for the past couple of weeks, and when I've asked all of them, I was like, would you, if they switch to zero build, would you really be bothered? And a lot of them say no, just because they are still going to be the top players.
Of course they are.
You know, they're still going to be. So I think the one fear at first when zero build came out was people were just like, it's so different, and at the same time it's like it's random or whatever. So like, you know, but I think now with the sample size we have,
it became pretty
100.
clear
I'm on.
after 2 weeks.
I'm on.
literally that.
Leave.
Yeah.
So
You just do what you think is right. I have 15
think
builds.
there's
We got to
always
drop
to be
layers.
captured. One thing I actually want to get your thoughts on that I
reloading.
believe has been somewhat of an
On me,
issue
me.
for
Dead.
for
200.
viewership and
Yeah,
the way
Max.
Fortnite works as a community.
Get on my wall.
Is
Chill.
that in
Go left,
comparison
go
to other
Follow me,
games
follow me.
and sports, I always felt Fortnite
I have
had
one hard
a
box.
significantly
How many builds you got? I have 6
percentage
builds.
of the audience
Put it. Look
actually
here.
actively wants
Ban
to
you.
compete as well.
Absolutely, 100%.
100.
Which I've always felt was a bit of a problem in the sense of like.
Okay, you ready?
in-
Do it here.
I'll use other games and I'll even use sports. In like a Valorant scene, for example.
Leave it,
watch
Anas.
the major tournament. Yeah, sure, people like
Drop
in an
Logan,
ideal
Lo-
world
Logan
dream
right side.
also being pro players and playing
Yeah,
on
me
that
as well.
stage. But for the most
In my
part,
box, in my
most
box.
people are just
Dead.
fans watching because they appreciate competitive Valorant. Whereas,
My box.
you know, in a lot of
There's
the
4 kids in my
Fortnite
box.
events around the Fortnite
Ban you.
community, a lot of the viewership
Go.
are people who
I'm with you. I'm
genuinely
Max.
are, like,
Leave
also
it.
playing
Come.
the cash cups as well, and it's like, oh,
Come to
I'm
me.
watching because my cash cup games ran out, so I'm just watching you know that.
No,
kind of thing,
no.
right? Like,
We got a break.
I always felt like there was so
can
many
use
more
that-
people
Okay.
who are like the audience, but
Okay, there's a guy there,
actively
there's a guy there.
players as well. And
Chill.
maybe that's been, like,
Just break left.
the nature of the scene
Go,
because it's
follow
so
me, follow me.
open and accessible to everyone to compete. But I don't know, I always
I
felt
don't
like
matter.
maybe that was
Careful in
part of the
front.
issue. Like, there's not
I need to
enough
take this.
people
My only
or
build.
viewers to just be
Fight them.
viewers. Yeah.
100%. I've said the same thing, and you know, it's like you can even see it on the people who actually, you know, say
Fuck's
popped
sake,
off, like,
bro.
with their
Oh my
followers, like
god.
Mongrel people watched him for a long time for a reason. And you had Benji Fishy and like
So
even
I'm
the
watching
era when Noah Rayleigh was popping off, he
Tam
was the
stop,
most
yeah,
mechanically advanced player.
Ta,
People
teraz
wanted
na
to
wodzie,
learn.
wchodzą do
That's why he had
wody.
all the viewers like 300-400k
farmy mace. Ja
views
mam klucze.
per video. Like they wanted to learn something for themselves,
Yeah.
and they didn't really just watch Fortnite just to watch it. So they never probably, or some of them maybe did not appreciate the competitive scene. It was just you just wanted to see Noah, you know, do crazy shit, like implement that into their own gameplay. Where in football, I'm not gonna watch Ronaldo do some crazy shit and gonna go. I mean, kid's gonna try it on the pitch probably, but you know, and do a soo. But I know, like, you know, I still watch football just as a spectator, and I think
It's weird that balance though, right? Because like I guess if you're in with sports, like most of us have grown up playing those sports, and obviously we've gotten to an age where we don't. But you just still
No
watch
better than
it
him.
for years and years and years,
Uncool.
just to watch it. And it's
Put me in a
it's
cool
hard
out
for you
here.
to get
No,
engaged.
no.
I
absolutely.
think that's a big thing to do with not having like orgs at the centre of the thing of Fortnite. Like if you had orgs near the centre, then people would, when they're playing Fortnite, they might have a team they support. When they stop playing Fortnite, they might still support a team and they'll
Because
still be
they
fans
still
of the
have
game.
someone to support.
But like,
Yeah,
you know, in 10 years, none of these pros are
You
probably
know,
gonna be
you can run out there.
and
Nice.
probably half the orgs will have changed
Oh,
as well.
fuck, I got it.
If-
like,
yeah.
where's the continuity?
Grab my KP.
If there is one pro who's still here after 10 years, that you're gonna have like a legend
Oh,
status,
don't you, but-
because that is like the same thing we've seen in Call of Duty with like
Yeah,
Scum
Blue Prime.
and some of the top, you know, pros from Call of Duty who's been around for ages,
That's
you
some
know.
lovely little RNG,
But that's
isn't
true.
it?
It's
It's
true,
such a
and
puzzle.
I think this is also one of the issues, like because maybe you know, Fortnite never really created like a proper.
Sorry, I'm
No,
just
go
sorry.
ahead,
I'm
go
just
ahead.
my brain was going crazy because it's such a great point that you make, because what I think about is all the Mongrel fans, right? When Mongrel became Mongrel.
Yeah, I got
see
keys, so.
this. When Mongrel became
He's on the
Wash,
premiere of Black
yeah, I
Adam
saw
with
that.
face.
I'm sure he doesn't care what 11-2K has to say about him. But when Mongrel was like
Yeah,
god dead
nothing.
awful at the game and was still like kind of
Yeah, I'll check
competing
mine in
here
a
and
bit.
there, a lot of like just Mongrel fans were just still like actively, and they were like fans, like they were fans. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, clearly that can exist in Fortnite, but you just have to have like continuity. You have to have like staples who are there, who people support and they love and continue
That's
to
something
love,
you asked
you know?
before. Can
Absolutely.
you carry
Those
those
players are
cheesecake?
going to last forever in any sport, so that's why you need the orgs.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
good though.
Right,
yeah,
continuity
team.
when
Yeah.
a player
More keys.
retired or something. Like in football, you get obviously massive fans of Ronaldo and
I have
Messi
3
and whoever.
keys.
But one day they're going to retire. But the football fans aren't going to disappear because
Yeah,
they
'cause
still support the
teams.
clubs.
Yeah, they still support teams.
You, know, you
so.
support both.
Absolutely,
In
and
Fortnite, it's-
yeah.
you
I,
don't
I
have that.
think like I think like since Fortnite is such a big game as it is, and it has Epic Games in the back, and the marketing system of Epic Games, which is absolutely unrivaled, I think, in the gaming scene. If you see all the commercial collaborations they're doing, I think they're going to figure it out at some point. Like it might take a year, might take 2, might take 5, but they are going to figure it out. If they want it to happen, they're going to figure it out. There's smart people working over there. I know some of the people working in a competitive scene, and that's one of the things when we entered the competitive scene in Fortnite, we kind of knew that, okay, like as an org, we're just not getting anything. Even in World Cup, when we went to the World Cup, like the logo had to be like this big, and there was like, if you had any sponsors, I remember actually one of the players got his jersey, like they cut off the logo like with scissors to take off, which was like here, you can't even see it because you're sitting under the desk.
Yeah.
It's like really brutal. I'm like, okay, well, damn, like we have to just create our own value in this scene to create something. That's what we did. But in the recent, they're opening more and more up, and I think they are going to figure it out. Like and in 5 years, like competitive mode might look completely different.
Apparently
Than
it's slow-mo.
in slow
The
mo.
POV.
Oh, hence.
Yeah, people in chat saying it's slow-mo.
Uh,
And I'm watching the stream and it does look like it's slow-mo.
is it slow mo now on Kami? I don't think it should be slow mo.
Maybe I'll sit with
Nikogo nie ma...
Oh, Hans POV is always slow mo. Maybe Hen was just chilling.
Ja ci sparałem.
Actually, it does look a bit. No.
Yeah, I think maybe there is just a problem with Hen's POV.
Okay, Han is in slow mo. Okay. Oh, I see it. Whoa, what the heck is that?
Yeah.
It's like 75% speed.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so we're not gonna be watching Han too much today, unless you want that slow mo action here. But I guess that's not why you watch Fortnite to begin
that
with.
just looked like the speed I play, you know. That's how fast my builds go,
Yeah, I
so
can
it
kind of
was
understand
normal.
what's happening right now. So that's that. Yeah, so I think like you know the game we're gonna be playing competitively in 3 to 5 years might like I've also been thinking about like if you think outside of the box and think about is there any opportunities like in 2v2, 4v4s, like these kind of setups? Is it possible? Because if you remember the one in I think it was the All-Star tournament last year where they had the edit course and all these things
Yeah.
before the actual tournament. That was fun to watch.
Yeah.
That was hype. You had Benji versus Noah. Like Noah won. He was in BL back then. You know.
This is one of the things.
First place.
This is one of the things
So
you could,
shameless.
I have no shame. I'm too old to have shame, and the older you get, you know, I'm getting to the stage of being that grandpa who just doesn't care. You
Yeah,
know.
no, honestly, you need to lean into that angle, man. It's
I
fun.
just
It's fun.
and I will keep leaning hard. So it's like I think that was like super fun to watch, and like if you can create a little rivalry between the players, and that actually had pretty good viewership as well.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to do that well, but it created kind of hype, and I think like
Kan pometa...
also if you think about it, like I think battle royale games just have an interesting just problem as a viewership because you're following a like in a football pitch it's easy, like you have 2 teams and then you have some players, but you don't even need to know all the players. Maybe you know the strikers. Like
Yeah.
it's 100 people here. It's quite a lot. Like it's maybe too much for the human brain to digest.
So
Yeah, no.
yeah, potentially like that creative stuff is something you could do with
Mats,
build mode. If Zero builds became like the Battle Royale mode, then with builds you could still have mini tournaments. Great.
Det er han. Vest,
I've seen also tournaments. I can't remember who had it. Was it Ninja's tournament? There were like 60 or 70 players.
Well, yeah, that's how Apex
should
are.
make
Apex are
them
what,
to
they're
hire?
trios and they only have like 20 teams.
Apex is great. There's no off-spawn beef in Apex as well. You get your drop spots. You kind of it kind of creates some more interest into the actual game as well.
Der er
You
10,
know?
der skal løbe, det. Så mange der
To be
søger
honest,
sig mig, hvis de ramte
I love the
30.
off-spawn
Han
beef.
sidder og kigger
I
derop
think
igen.
that has spiced up
I
the
et vindue.
Fortnite scene a lot, you know,
It has.
especially on
It
Twitter.
has.
So
Og vest, kig her.
A
Der
lot
var
of
kig
the
her.
greatest sort of, you know, thing when you're thinking back at things you remember
sidder lige
about
der.
compared to Fortnite.
Du
A
kan
lot
se
of
ham,
it's to do with off-spawn beefs.
Malibuka.
So yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
suggesting you get rid of that by any means, but it's
Han reset,
interesting because
kom,
I
kom.
always felt like a lot of the stuff we always, a lot of the stuff always like will link back to each other, but like ultimately, off-spawn beefs are great and all that, but like there should be room for like other things to be exciting to a point where we talk about those things in the same sort of light, right? Because like there are examples, you know, of games where that isn't prominent. So like an Apex where off-spawn beefs aren't prominent, but I'm sure they still have plenty that they are excited about and they talk about within their game, right? So where can we improve as well in that regard, where it's not just off-spawn battles that we're excited about?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it develops. I think Invitational also is going to give like a little clue of where the future is heading in Fortnite. Like I'm excited to see the viewership and the hype they managed to create around it. Like I think they should like double down whatever they're doing right now, and I hope to see like celebrities there, you know, because these things do matter. Even like don't like if when I remember and think back to the World Cup, like I remember like all these, you know, big names that were there. There was lots of people and who were like influential in the scene. You had Marshmello, you know, from the music world, and you had NBA players, you had NFL players, you had lots of different people who were, you know, hyping up the scene, and that accumulated to 83 million views, you know, in total for the Fortnite World Cup. So that's what I mean. Like I think the game needs to maybe start attracting fans from the outside. Like if you think about like F1 as well, I don't think anybody like, or 95% of the Fortnite scene probably never even heard about F1 before they watched Drive to Survive on Netflix. I think that probably opened up a lot of doors and eyes, you know, to a brand new world in a sport where they created these storylines about these people and that you kind of got attached to. I have to admit it, like I never followed F1. I mean, I knew about it for a long time, but I put on Drive to Survive, like, oh, F1 show, this is probably gonna be lame, you know, cars just driving around, and I put it on, I was like sucked in immediately. Like, this is great. This is. Then I went on Twitter. I started following, you know, all the big names. Lewis Hamilton was like the immediate one for me. You know, I just loved. He's like a kid coming out of nowhere. The self-build story.
We know all about him in the UK already.
Yeah, I know you do. I'm a huge fan. I know he gets some. I know he gets some flag, but I'm a huge Lewis Hamilton fan. I don't care. Like many of the big people in F1, there's no secret they come from, you know, a background where, you know, they're kind of been thrown into the formula. But this was a kid that was karting, you know, all this self-made sort of, you know. And I went to Twitter, started following them. I followed F1, and what I usually do is like when a new thing comes out, like just the same thing as you do with Aussie. I remember when Squid Games came out. I went to the Instagram of all the big actors, and I just like, you know, took a screenshot of their Instagram like the day it launched, waited like 2 weeks, and looked at it again. Like, holy!
The numbers for the Squid Game actors
unbelievable!
was insane how high it went up.
That was just crazy.
But yeah, man, that's so key. Like you see it with everything. Like you gotta put whatever it is that you have, you know, because Fortnite is a very beautiful game. Whatever it is you have to put it in front of eyes so that, you know, in front of more eyes and new eyes so it can be captured. Like the way you know, sort of have now fallen in love with F1. For me, I'm really into basketball and the NBA. I got into it.
What's your team, if I can ask?
Olympics. I support the Lakers.
Oh, let's go!
Painfully, I support the Lakers.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I was watching the Olympics, and it's like, you know, they had the Redeem team in the Olympics, and so it's like I'm watching basketball for like one of the first times in my life. But they were so amazing that I was like, what the hell? I gotta watch these guys. And then I start watching the NBA, and now I've bought into the NBA, and I'm an NBA fan. And it's because, you know, they went and they sent their best players, they put them in front of the eyes of the world at the Olympics, and now I've become a fan. Like, you know, there are people out there who I do think would you know, be prone to being interested in competitive Fortnite, but we have to get our game in a good light and put it in front of those people.
We as much as if we like it or not, like I think we need, you know, we need people together like Jimmy Kimmel, all these shows to create their content to hype. There's gonna be moms and dads out there who are gonna tell the kids. And I remember when I was young, just talking about the NBA, like I didn't know anything about the NBA, but one of the things that every single kid wanted was a they wanted Chicago Bulls. Jordan was, you know, the GOAT at that time. Yeah, I'm an old man, but you know that was a time like and I didn't know anything about the game, but the hype machine that they created with this, with the Bulls, like you just wanted it, and that kind of, then you got, when you got the shirt, which I got, I was like, I'm kind of interested, like what is this actually? That's how I got into the NBA. And I didn't watch it for a long time, and last year when we moved into the BL house, Sven logged into the, he bought like this NBA subscription on our BL TV, and I just started watching a bit for fun myself, and I'm hooked again, man. It's like, it's such a good package of everything you want to keep you entertained, and the competitive is there, the storylines are there. It's just like a massive system. It's fully functional.
It feels like since the World Cup, the marketing that Epic have done is to promote the casual game to new players, and I'm sure they've managed to do that, and they've got a lot of new, you know, 10 to 12-year-olds or whatever to play casual Fortnite. But they haven't really. It doesn't feel like they've marketed competitive. They're sort of hoping that these players come in, very young players, they start playing casual, obviously they start buying V-Bucks, which helps Epic make their profits, and maybe eventually they might launch competitive if they find out about it. But that's not really marketed. That, like, for me, that's like, you know, that's like if UEFA marketed, you know, you could go down to a Sunday league and start playing football, and it's a really fun game. And that's all that they promoted, instead of promoting the pro leagues, which is what actually gets people interested in sport, and then they find out about where they can get started.
But there has to be that progression available to people, which doesn't exist, right? And I think that's where I feel like that would be the key. If they were to switch to zero build, which I think they should, they need to make sure that that progression exists, where as a player you are naturally inclined to start competing yourself in a way that isn't like too forced, right? So it's like, again for me, like my story in Counter-Strike was I discovered a random video from Frankie on PC in 1080p. I saw a video of him playing Counter-Strike. I was like, this game's kinda cool. Started playing it myself, played a couple casual games. Felt like I was good in casual, started playing competitive, started ranking up, I want to get better. YouTube, watch a tutorial guy on YouTube, he starts talking about, you know, do this that the pros do. I'm like, pros? Start watching the pros, start supporting, you know, Envious, I think at the time was the team I supported.
Envious, yeah.
You know, with Kenny S and
fantastic
and
team, oh what a roster,
you know,
man.
And so now I'm watching every single competitive event, and I don't even bother thinking about playing the game anymore as much. I'm just thinking about, oh, what are the pros doing, you know? And there has to be a progression there where now, if you are a casual player who, you know, maybe it's like a collab with The Rock and Fortnite, you know, you jump on, you get your skin, you start playing zero build all day, and then you're like, okay, tomorrow, play some more zero build. You know, it's like, there isn't that progression to see.
Naturally zero build is easier to progress though, because once you start playing zero build more, you improve naturally. What's going to improve in your zero build game? Your aim's going to improve, and just your like knowledge of the items and how to use them in a good way. And that is basically what you have to learn to become a pro zero build player. Whereas in builds, they're trying to improve a little bit, but they may never get round to learning to edit, spend time in these things. They necessarily need to, especially in those level build hubs.
That's the thing,
They don't progress enough.
That's the thing that people never really like acknowledge, the fact that, like, you know, for the longest time with builds, you could sort of get away, if you were just a casual player playing builds, like, you didn't actually have to be like good, and you were still fine for the most part.
Yeah, you were
like,
fine. That's see, that's,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Whereas like in a lot of other games, like because you're progressing through ranks and whatnot, it's like you have to be good like at your rank to move on to the next rank. So you are like constantly trying to improve. There isn't a level where you can get to and you can just sort of skive off, unless obviously your elo stuff. Even then, you're still trying to improve. You want to get out. So
Yeah, absolutely. I think like one of the things that I discussed with some of my colleagues in BL is like I told them like if Fortnite wants to succeed, it needs to win it sounds crazy, but it needs to win the playgrounds and the school grounds. Because if and I remember somebody told me like that Epic didn't care about the competitive scene because like it was like such a small percentage of the whole player base. But I completely disagreed because the essence is if you don't have the key players like at the time, like if you think about Mongrel, Benji, and all the big names, and if the kids who watch up to them, if they go to school and they talk about Fortnite, they feel it's cool. If Mongrel stops playing and Benji stops playing, they're gonna go to school and they're gonna say, Fortnite ain't cool anymore, you know. Now Valorant is cool, and that's if you don't win the school grounds and the playgrounds where the kids are, like that's never you're never gonna have anything to grow off. So that's like one of the things that I think is the biggest issue with competitive scene. Like that's why it hasn't established as well. As I said, I got the Bulls jersey, and and that got me kind of intrigued and interested in the entire scene. But there was a scene to follow. But now, like, if you want to follow competitive, like, I feel like there isn't enough of like an ecosystem of active thing. Even like there are some web pages. I don't know if you know Jackson. It's like a esports site. It's like they have a Fortnite section, but if you go there, it's just like Fortnite used like while every other games is like about the competitive. So you go CS, it's about the players. Here, there's nothing. It's just like the patches because that's what people click. I guess they've tried, you know, back and forth to have stories about, you know, pros players, but nobody's clicking this stuff. You know, nobody's reading. So I think like it's I had a fun comment here from Reese who said the next 3 years there will be a Fortnite. No, it was actually Josh Finey. The next 3 years there will be a Fortnite movie with all 7 featuring The Rock. Mark my words. Yeah, I hope so. I hope we see a Fortnite movie. I definitely wouldn't mind, you know, to see a Fortnite movie. That would be cool. Come in a bit of a pickle here with 29 people left. We're still chilling on 142 points. Gonna have a little look at the leaderboard after this game here. Still alive with 2 splashes here, trying to rotate slowly into the zone with quite decent mats. And down with a proper Pierdole Polish style, dropping off. Just gonna do a little refresh on the leaderboard to see if we can get some indication of how these players are actually doing right now. So gonna do a little bit of a change here on the camera. So this is not fully updated. This is a few minutes ago, but we see Paco is back, man. Paco is slaying. Krusty and Paco in first. We have Lusha in second, Diox in third, and Murstache and Malibuka in comfortable fourth. So overall, the leaderboard is looking as it is. Setty and Kami are in 18th. Do we have anybody else from the boot camp here? We're going to have a little look. Nebs and Hellfire, quite healthy there in 24th position with 160 points. We're just going to jump straight into their game right now.
Can you make a watch party of all the people in the boot camp?
Yeah, I think we kind of can.
It would eventually
not through this setup, but the point is that they're supposed to, you know, stream themselves.
Oh no, I mean like actually on the leaderboard on a Fortnite tracker, like get them all together.
That
so
I definitely can do. That we will set up.
Waiting.
Go now, no.
Beautiful song from Hellfire.
I'm following you.
I'm gonna lay low backside, I think.
Yeah, I'm full tracking you.
Be careful here.
If you have any questions for the chat, do let us know. We will be answering.
Yeah, changing Chris says there's a new generation of players who were brought in by
I'm
2.5,
2.5,
I don't think they have any desire to play build
360,
and that's why like I think
so like
it's very valuable to just commit fully to 0 build as like the main combo, because then you almost get like a second try, right? In terms of compared to Fortnite team, like, you know they had like a philosophy and idea and a strategy when it came to build. In certain aspects was successful, in other aspects it wasn't.
Here, yeah.
Now you have a whole new fresh set of people, a fresh new audience, and you get like a second chance at it, right? And I would love to see what they would do.
There's no hype, by the way.
Not like the same thing.
No one's playing hype.
You know, it's
East.
like
that's it.
You know,
but
you say like, we'll have to build arena and to build cash cups and some FNCSs here and there, right? Like hopefully
we still have 2 pets, so all good.
Yeah,
make it a bit different, but
2 pets, 1 shield kick, 6 splash.
It's a solo west Suffrage skin, by the way. He's used a lot of mats.
Absolutely,
like
absolutely.
7 boxes.
Jump straight
I
in
just
here
heard
with
someone
Pink.
pickaxe him.
Do you think it would be fair if there is a World Cup next year and there is 0? Do you think it would be fair to have like
343 brick,
invitational
260 metal.
qualifiers?
We can look down here.
You know what? That's the one thing I think they're doing a bit of a mistake this year. Like I would love to.
We're getting hit by Surge. Let me look.
Keep the legends in the scene. Like if you have to put Mongrel on a payroll, do it.
He's on me. He's on my
fault.
faults.
On the payroll, just do it. You know.
You with me?
Can't lose these kind of names. Like if like it's a bit hard to
went
compare,
up.
but like if I was about to say
Leave it.
Jordan,
Maybe they need
like,
Sergio.
left- he did leave NBA. He went to play
Yeah.
golf for a while.
No, it's baseball.
Baseball, sorry,
Yeah,
baseball.
awareness, it's
So he
awareness,
did
so.
leave for a little while, but like I
gonna
think
drink
like
Red
you need to
Bulls.
keep
Please
these
keep
names in
looking
the
around.
scene somehow active. You know, you need to keep them.
Mhm.
You don't want to lose these names.
You
I think
should.
They're very valuable.
I have 2 pads.
So to do an invitational, you know, to get some of the big players guaranteed in there to boost the viewership, like
Yeah,
I
good.
personally wouldn't mind. I love the open scene and open aspect of Fortnite, but that might also be something
from
we
here.
need to accept, that we do need some.
We pull.
The problem
Shall I make
is,
more
how do
boxes
you do
in
that
brick?
in the right way?
Right, exactly.
Because even though, because I've had a bunch of like players, like some of the pros have said this to me, like, what 11 to what? You don't think if they did a crazy World
Okay,
Cup,
literally
like,
there's
paid
pre-edits
Mongo
everywhere.
engine that
You
to
can't place
play
water,
and
you have to
react
reset it.
you don't think it'd be good, and I don't think it would be, just for the sole reason that, yes, those guys have like big audiences and big fan base.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for it.
You also have to look at like what made them
I'm gonna
successful
hide
and
now,
what
no
made
fence,
people like buy into
Running
them.
in. I'm
I
going
just
on
don't
up.
think you can repeat those conditions. So, for
Right.
example, the
literally
likes of
5
Mongo, yes, Mongo was like
1-5-1-1.
entertaining because like his rage moments were sick and whatnot. But like the core of Mongo, like the key formula to what made Mongo like successful was all those funny moments and that. But he was also like one of the best players.
He was.
Like he was also one of the best players. He was also doing well.
Let's get ready to run. I think
So you had the combination of
You cannot replicate that now.
Yeah, but I'm going one down.
Am I just dissing Mongo? Like, I'm
Bring
just
some of their
dissing Mongo the whole time. But like,
We're gonna
you
run
couldn't
again.
replicate
I'm
that
gonna
right
try
now.
and run over to
And
the
you saw it a bit. All those guys where, yeah, they still had big audiences while they were streaming and stuff, but like, you know, it was clearly floundering because they weren't doing as well.
You bring back some of their original audience, but you won't really grow things.
I'll take
Because people aren't interested in
At the match.
watching Bendy die spawn
Let's
6
go.
times.
Let's go down again.
Yeah.
It's not going to create new fans like that, no matter
That's why I just don't think it'd be like, I don't think it'd be as worth it for them to
Yeah,
do
can you get
that.
up? Can you get up?
what if they kept on
Push far right. I'm jumping down low. Come on.
panels like in there.
So that's
Think
one
right
thing.
side, second
Yeah,
up.
man,
So
I
we
need
can
to my
take
arm.
Definitely one
coverage.
thing I think we should have done
I'm
a
found him
much
out, found
better
him out.
job of was like
I got here hot.
creating the
Going back.
progression.
But did
I
we
can take down
ever
the ship kick for you.
have a good,
Yeah.
I
I'm
don't
slashing.
know, Benji and Mongrel would have been horrific.
Mine yellow on the short
No,
right.
of course. So that's
You can go right, I think. Come.
yeah,
go
but
for
like,
Okay.
so
I don't
example,
think
I
that's
think
the
of
Go
middle.
up right.
because
Yeah.
Zay,
Heights cup.
No height,
he
there's no
retired.
height.
Yeah.
His
Box,
streaks are
box.
massive. Respect to Ozzy because
One
even
feet.
Ozzy used to
Nice.
joke about it, but like Zay killed
Fine.
Ozzy's viewing parties. Like
Fine,
everybody
fine.
was
Yeah.
watching.
Go,
Like
go,
Ozzy
go,
go,
was
yeah.
making jokes
Slashing we
like,
go up, okay?
Zake's
Yeah,
not
I'm
streaming
going
today.
up.
Really?
I'm gonna have a good day, right? And it's like Zake
That's the
was
same
massive.
with
Nice,
Booth
perfect.
and Ozzy.
Yeah, no,
Booth says
100%.
Ozzy's
Nothing.
killing his
Yeah, like you know, of course.
Yeah, really.
There's always a
It's
bigger
very good,
fish.
but
Always
not
always a bigger
That's
fish.
it,
but
nothing
like,
drop down now.
Imagine with Zay,
I'm
right,
dragging
'cause
us,
he starts to
come.
get burnt out from streaming, but like,
20 seconds.
you know, there has to be a progression
That's good,
where
yeah.
people in other games that are like
Pulls
Zay
back.
would have went on to be analysts.
I'm going
And they
outside
would've
so
got
I can
opportunity to be
play.
analysts
Absolutely.
as well, and you keep them in these positions. And
It's just got to be the right sort of
What's your
person.
mats?
of course, it has to be right. I don't
260
actually
with
think
25
he
middle.
wanted to do that kind of thing. I think I remember him
Um,
mentioning it,
101.
1-2, maybe I'm misremembering. But like, there has to be that
Nothing,
progression there.
nothing.
There has to
You got
be that
this
Coming up.
opportunity
Okay,
there.
okay.
And
Can we play
I think
aggro on?
that's
He's gonna be
the
weak.
bit, but I
Yeah.
don't think with some of the characters we've had, it would have made sense. So again, I'm
They
saying
drop one?
this, but again, it wouldn't have made sense with Benji or anyone like that.
Yeah.
But
Wait, one's mantling behind.
there's
Might
definitely
come
more
up.
that could have been done to incorporate them.
Nah,
Maybe
you
not with a broadcast, but like
He's fucked.
if Fortnite competitive
You can't let
like,
out.
bought into those characters more, there definitely could have been more done.
Dead.
In
going
terms of
one.
maybe like collaborating with them when they are doing viewing
I
parties.
don't know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like,
I'm
I
checking
think
us.
of Valorant,
100 mile.
Tarek.
It's a solo on the duo, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
massive
Drew.
in
Space,
viewing
space.
parties,
Play the
and
duo.
it's like,
I'm coming down.
Wait, Solo's on us.
He's not
Nice.
switched over. He's not.
Add.
but he's massive
Nice.
still 'cause he's
Solo on
doing
height, solo on
parties,
height.
and he's not.
I've no mats, no
Gets
mats.
confused in the
He does,
first
he
stream
does,
sometimes.
My box.
right? And
Nice,
so,
sure.
I do think maybe you couldn't have made Mongrel a caster or analyst, but he could have had like the biggest viewing party in compared to Fortnite.
Absolutely.
Right, and those could have been some funny moments, right? So like, there's definitely things we could have done better with some of those characters and some of those brands. But again, I feel like it is like a lost opportunity. I don't think there's anything we can do now that will bring those back in a meaningful way. But there's still people there. So
Yeah.
let's say we switch to zero build competitive,
HP.
right?
Fight white.
Building up a new audience.
We've
Okay,
got
that's
a big
fine. We
audience,
run
but
ahead now. We
you have
run
to
ahead
remember,
now.
We still have some
Come,
massive
come.
people. Zero build
Go one down,
competitive.
go one down.
Tell Ninja, hey Ninja,
You with me?
hey, I'm FN competitive. Hey Ninja, viewing party every single zero build
good,
event
we're
we're
good.
gonna do.
Now start
They're
looking for
gonna be
pre-edits.
massive streams. Like,
There will.
they are
And
gonna
I
be
need
massive
hards from you.
streams. Same with
Come to me,
Teams,
put
same
pre-edit,
with
put pre-edit.
whoever. There will be some
Okay.
very massive streams.
Give me,
and
put pre-edit,
again,
give me
that
mats.
will help grow a community, grow an audience.
Look down, right, down right, down right.
That I think could be meaningful. So
I think also just from the, if you think about like
Yeah.
from the viewer's perspective,
That-
like I remember
okay, we
when
keep
I
going.
got into
Just
Fortnite
keep looking
early
at-
on, it's like in 2000.
We could drop down, we could drop down, we could drop down.
It's just like it's a bit of a hard thing to watch, like if you don't understand
Come
the
to.
essence of the game, especially.
I have
towards, like,
100
late game.
hards.
You see
We
a
need
bunch
it-
of
we need a kill
boxes
now.
and names and like.
Put pre-edit
you
one
really
up, one
don't
up,
know
put
what's
pre-edit one up.
happening, you know,
It's
so at
hard
times
enough even when you understand
Come
what's
to me.
going on.
even when you understand, there's times where I'm definitely lost, and I just gotta
120.
rely on my
Nice.
players and my team. So I think like
100.
Zero Build also creates that accessibility,
100.
increases viewership. I remember
I didn't get
like
the
one of
loot. I have
things that
350, but it's fine.
I was
Okay, how many
working
splashes?
with
How many
Blizzard
splashes?
in the Hearthstone department, and we were hosting majors.
Okay,
in
come to
Norway,
me,
and
drop
we
down
had,
right.
and
You see me?
That was the year that
I'm low, I'm low, I'm
Overwatch
low.
came out.
I have to eat ticks.
And there was just
I need
like,
you to splash me.
I felt Overwatch
No, no, no.
like such a forced.
Okay, I have
game
full
into
builds, full builds, bro.
esports. Yeah, like
Full
it was
builds, full
such
builds.
a hard thing to watch for some reason because you had the POV from the players and the players were like.
Okay, I'm not with. I'm not.
some of
Flow,
the
flow,
characters
flow,
are
flow.
Extremely twitchy.
Careful,
so you have,
please,
like,
bro,
you know,
right
they're
here.
moving their mouths
Nice.
really fast. It's like really, it's.
Okay, it's a
just-
wood floor. It's a wood
Maybe
floor.
I'm too
visual,
old.
no,
Maybe I'm
it's
too
We're good
old.
though.
visual clutter.
Come here,
It's a
come back, come
visual
back, come back.
clutter, so it's like really hard to follow. Compared to football, it's just so simple. Every big sport is just so simple. You don't need to understand anything. Like my nan can sit down and watch it. You know, it's just she just gets what's going on. There's two teams, two different colors. It's very like. I think like we're just instinctively not wired to
fight.
not understand that much information at once. I don't know. Maybe in the future, if we create some sort of Web 3.0 with AI viewership, that sounds like viewbotting to be honest. That sounds like
There's
viewbotting.
mad potential for that to go wrong.
Maybe that's it. Like, but yeah, I think like that's one of the things that I do like about Zero Build. If I'm just thinking like, okay, today, so let's say we have two scenarios. We put in infinite money in both.
Good match,
What
very
has the
good
most
match.
potential, the build or the Zero Build? I think it's the Zero Build, to be honest.
I do definitely think so.
Like,
On that point you made, but in terms of like being able to watch and understand watching, I think I've mentioned this a couple times in like different places.
I dropped down.
I'm sure there'll be people listening who maybe have heard me say this, but
Let's fucking go,
it's very
bro.
interesting to me how like
Yes, sir.
a lot of sports,
I told you, and that's
like,
15 kill win. I told you.
I think on top of the moon right now.
Save this, James.
It's so interesting how we observe those sports compared to esports. Like, imagine football if you could only like watch through like player POVs.
Alright.
Like, it would not be like people wouldn't enjoy watching football as much, right? If you could
Definitely
only watch
not.
football through like the eyes of. I'm sure in some moments it's cool, right? For sure.
Imagine
like,
watching
crazy
just
goal.
Ederson.
Yeah, I mean, like
Nothing's happening.
Like, it wouldn't be like. Don't get me wrong. There are definitely some like instances where it could be cool. Imagine a replay where like you see the replay from Edison's POV. Sure, that would be cool here and there, but like for the most part,
For
you're
90
watching it-
minutes.
No, you're not gonna enjoy
gonna
that,
happen.
right? You see a POV, you see an overview, and there's no like esports that really like have that. And I don't know or if that is much like of an issue, right? Where like, you know, the way we actually play the game is the way we observe the game, whereas in traditional sports, like the way you play the game is not how you observe the game. You watch an overview. That's very easy to understand. Whereas, like, if you're watching a POV in like football, for example, if you're watching a midfielder, he's like turning, scanning, non-stop. Like, it would be like crazy to watch. Like, it just would be really confusing.
Like
at
watching
times.
Tracer in Overwatch is just
Do
hectic.
you know what I mean?
It's hectic.
I recently started getting into Overwatch and I love it. It's such a fun game.
Fantastic game to play. Oh my
I'm
goodness,
so
it's
sad it took me this long to play.
yeah,
Overwatch.
it's fantastic.
It is
As
so fun.
it is so well structured, like the team-based system that they have. Like I mean, it is Team Fortress on steroids.
Ja pierdolę.
We saw it, Pink.
We saw it, bro. We saw it.
Ja nie wiem, ja byłem tak zdziwiony tą...
That was Pink dropping by the studio to check that we actually did see his dub, and we did, and we heard it.
It's something that's
Mi chyba Bloom nie szedł, bo
going
nie
on
wiem
with
co
what Pink was just reacting to that. It sometimes surprises me. It's crazy. Like,
Tego Hamara
you know,
kogoś byśmy go zabili pewnie.
these are players that have won high-level games like this hundreds of times. Like he's
Dobra,
won a lobby
wypierdalamy
like
do
that
zonu,
100
bo
times
z
before,
tego podziurki
but they're
masz
still
chyba,
like
no
so
tak.
excited about
No.
winning a
Yeah.
game.
Jeszcze sprawdzam.
Because
Sometimes
it's
that
difficult to
surprises
do.
me.
I
But
think we take that for granted, you know.
Because
it's so
it's
difficult.
hard to win a
Yeah.
Fortnite game. It's hard. It's very hard. You know, in CS you win rounds, you know, quite often, but you don't win that many games in Fortnite, especially not in a competitive setting like this. So obviously that hype, as long as that's kept around, is going to keep people motivated to play as well.
That's true.
Just let it
In other
bench.
games, it's like you either win or you lose.
You either
So
win or you lose.
Constantly are winning or losing. Whereas Fortnite is like
50
you're
spots.
losing most of the time.
You're losing most of the
Yeah.
time. You win about 10% of your
So
games,
right.
and that's pretty decent if you do that even.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's their
Nie,
Kinch,
no chyba teraz
Yeah.
nie wytrzymał.
11.
task for you. I'm giving you homework. You need to find out who have the highest win rates in all competitions this year.
Ooh.
Competitions this year.
Like who?
Look at him!
who
Look at
actually
him
has
calculating.
The
I
highest.
see
He already
he's
knows.
going
He already
off.
knows.
Have I
He's going off.
calculated
He
before?
knows the answer for this, but yeah, like, I'd love to know like which players like have the highest like actually just like victory royale rates throughout
Game
this
win
whole
rate?
year.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I did that like end of
Który
the second season this year. I'm pretty sure I calculated that.
I'd love to
It
know.
was like
Was it Malibu?
I don't think it
410.
was.
Oh, really?
I think it was.
Otwarają po drodze, no.
It would have been like what
was a
second
hype
season of this year. It would have been like queasy, no? It was like second
I can't
season of
remember.
this year.
Second season of this year.
Na 4 są.
That is.
Sort of through, I did a lot of stats on like all the,
No, tak mi się
the
wydaje.
set lobby finals up to that point.
Right. You posted this.
Maybe not.
Drugi
I
raz.
might have done
Okay.
it for
I think I've seen you post a lot of stats, bro. I follow. I follow.
Tak mi się wydaje, że otwierałem w tej grze. Przecież tak,
Wydaje, że widziałem Kego wejść.
no tak, no tak.
Alright,
też
let's
tak
just see
wydaje.
what's happening here. Not too much right now. Most of the players are in
Yeah, I mean,
early or mid game.
it would definitely be either a hype player or Malabuka.
Yeah. Hype player or Malabuka, one of the two.
They're
I
the
think
only
so
people who
too.
Win a lot of games. So
Yeah, and then you have like Vino as well, who's like freaky stats.
Yeah.
I mean, Vino is fantastic. I love that kid. Like he is just he's just beast, and he's so young.
Yeah,
Like
he's a
this,
kid.
this is the kind of talents that I kind of want to have in a good environment, you know, to grow up, because they can be, you know, the next big superstar. I'm not gonna say like he's gonna be, you know, next mongrel, but skill-wise, like it's definitely, you know, it's just.
That's the problem. He can't be. He could be the next one, but he can't be because he doesn't have access to a big enough audience. You
yeah,
know?
exactly.
Like
Not the way things are now, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that might change. We'll see what happens. They're gonna announce something after the Invitational. I'm excited to see what that is. I got my hopes up. Like as I said, like this is such a big team, such a big company of people. Like even though, you know, we have seen better days, you know, I think they're gonna figure it out at some point. And if they do, like I remember I have said it several times throughout the last years. I haven't said it this much this year, but I always felt Fortnite was the game that has the highest potential as an esport, just because I mean as a viewer thing, because just by the sheer size of the game, because you have like if you have 350 million active accounts, I don't know how many active players that results, but like I just felt it had so much potential. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Nah, for sure, man. Fortnite is so massive, and it is still so massive that it's like the potential is genuinely there for it to be like the biggest esport in terms of like numbers. The potential is there. It is just totally about just finding the formula that works and finding something that can work.
Fortnite's one of the only esports that really appeals to the younger audience, I'd say. Like
That's a good point.
people watching CS:GO, they're probably not 11 years old.
Kids underneath us.
I don't really know a huge amount about what audience.
I don't think so either.
That's actually it now. I'm so scared.
Hmm? What?
Underneath us.
Stream dead?
No, nobody. No, I don't think so. I think you're just lagging.
My stream's good. My phone's good.
Yeah, I think there's just bad reception here. Where nobody's complaining. People are commenting normally, so I think we're chilling for now. You know what I would love to see? How many players actually play actively no build versus build, like overall? Getting those stats would be interesting.
Yeah,
No.
Epic are like real crazy with that. They're like you'd have to like
No chance.
you'd have to like
I'm gonna dig though. I'm gonna dig. I don't know if I will be allowed to say it, but I will do the digging. Now you okay? I'm on a mission.
No,
I'm on a
no,
mission.
If you can get that, mate, I would.
I think if
No.
you
I
just
can't
look at
even
like
say what I do,
the
mate.
zero build hype cups and zero build hype cups and cash cups, like the player numbers don't seem to be too different from like the number who play build mode. And you would imagine
What, but where are you getting that from though?
just like the number who play the
No,
tournament.
On like Fortnite tracker?
Yeah,
Because I know for a fact that Fortnite tracker numbers are inaccurate.
yeah, I know in which
In terms of the active players
Yeah,
per
yeah,
tournament.
So once it
Okay.
goes over 10k, they can only track the people who have been on the 10k at some point during the
Yeah,
tournament.
yeah.
But if you compare the regions that are under 10k, then you can see the exact numbers that
Of
played.
course, of course, of
And if
course.
it's over, if it's like 30k and the other one is 11k, then you know that the 30k clearly had way more.
I just wanted to mention that just because I remember one time,
yeah.
obviously I can't say exactly what, but I remember one time speaking to someone from Epic who like they told me the numbers of like a certain event, and it blew my mind. It completely blew my mind. So I know like obviously we always have to just play the guessing game because we're not privy to that information, but yeah. It's
So
just,
if similar are playing zero build tournaments as are playing build tournaments, then you would kind of think that maybe the casual players are probably more zero build.
I think so too,
a
because
lower proportion of them would probably play tournaments than build players.
exactly. That makes sense.
yeah, I feel like that's a solid assumption.
I trust the analytics guy.
Yeah,
He's the numbers guy, you know.
That's a good guess you could make, for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. I would love to see. I mean, I hope we get more no-build tournaments. I also love all these third-party tournaments, like the Twitch Rivals. I think is a great initiative. I would love to see even more, and I'm like. That's kind of what's missing a bit. Like if you look at even like some of the scenes I've been involved with, like Hearthstone and Dota and these games, like they always had a healthy competitive third-party scene. Like lots of third-party tournaments going on. You don't have that many in Fortnite. I mean, not to the same extent.
For sure. I think Fortnite always historically had a bit. There's a bit more like a barrier to. Like if you're a third-party organizer who wanted to do like a big event back in the day in Fortnite, where the like. Especially since like a lot of them did want to because the numbers in Fortnite were so crazy, but they couldn't because like Epic are very strict with that, right? There's a lot of rules and things that you had to follow, a lot of things maybe you would be able to do in other games and whatnot that they wouldn't allow, so it was always really hard. One thing that I think is very important though, and something I think we need to take much more advantage of, is that Fortnite is still like a very much leading game for brands who want to integrate gaming.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? So like
absolutely.
when, you know, no disrespect.
I don't think it's even close in that regard.
I think that's something very intentional from Epic.
I think so too. I think so too.
It is, and I know it is just because of like my experiences where like, you know, I've been helping host the Amazon, there's like an Amazon music event, right? That they've been doing, and a large part of why they've been able to do that is because they wanted to like build these very specific maps in game based around like Amazon and Amazon themed things, right? And it was like they can only really do that in like Fortnite. If you weren't gonna be Fortnite, what would you do it in Minecraft? Like, you know, like where else are you gonna do that? And so like, you know, there is still such a big potential for these brands to really come in and be able to do things they like, and obviously inherently by doing that, you know, you integrate people part of the community, and like so in this event, right, they've brought in what Wolfies is a part of it, Arch is a part of it, right? And so again, you are creeping and like sort of slowly bringing in these competitive people into this audience of these bigger brands and bigger audiences, and it's like that is something we as a community, I think we need to like look to try to take advantage of a lot more, because there's clearly potential there, and clearly still like a big demand in terms of like brands want to get involved in gaming. What are they gonna do if they go to CS:GO? What are they gonna do? Like go on Dusty? Like there's nothing they can do, you know? Like there's nothing. Whereas like Fortnite, they can come and like I can make, if I'm Starbucks, I can make like an actual Starbucks store in game with all our logos, all our assets, everything we want to do.
It is happening more
I've
and more.
seen several brands doing something creative, and I think we know there's a creative V2 or something, whatever
yeah,
they call it,
2.0 coming, yeah.
I think that's going to be
spray that,
3 levels up from what we've had in terms of the brand partnerships.
Absolutely.
And knowing Fortnite, that like low-key could be the end of competitive Fortnite. And I say this in like a good way, because like that's going to end up just being so successful that they're just going to put all their attention in it, you know, and like just, you know, forget comp, like we don't need that anymore. Like,
think about like
they just become an advertising.
Yeah, like
literally,
it's
they are.
They are.
Like
they
an
are.
advertising platform.
I think we've played every Marvel superhero that's been in the last like 5 years, like from.
You know, the World Cup could then have these, you know, creative modes sponsored by.
In fact, they could, like, and I think also if you think about the live experiences in Fortnite, like the Travis Scott, Ariana Grande, Marshmallow concerts, like the big things, like these are amazing experiences. Like, so there's so many opportunities for not just, you know, brands, but, you know, artists and creators as well, you know, to create something unique within like their own world and shape it inside Fortnite. Like, so for Fortnite as a game, that's why I always believe it's like even in 10 years, I think Fortnite is still going to be one of the big. It's like, if you think about like the natural progression, like let's say of a average kid today, like who plays games, like they maybe start with like, let's say,
Roblox and then Minecraft, and then you get into Fortnite, and you're stuck with Fortnite for quite a few years before maybe, you know, that's not the coolest thing anymore. Now the boys in school are playing like Valorant, CS, or FIFA, which is, you know, and then it just goes on and on and on. So like if we can kind of, you know, make them stick like at that, and instead of transitioning away to play Valorant and the other games, and find that little bridge and gap that to keep the 15, 16 years old and just keep them into the Fortnite sphere to an extent.
Yeah.
I think that's another thing that's gonna make or break the game. And
you just have to give people things to do, you know.
Easy as that.
Because it's really interesting you said that, because now when I think about myself, when I played games, like that's what happened to me. Like when I played Minecraft was one of the first games I really got into, and I got stuck in Minecraft, stuck in a good way, but
that's
just
not going anywhere.
Because I had so much to do. I played survival for ages. Then when I got bored of survival, I played modded survival for ages. Started playing online, started playing PvP, started playing Hunger Games, started playing factions, started playing Hunger Games related factions games, started playing mini games, started playing. There was so much to do that I was just in Fortnite for ages. Even with Counter-Strike, you know, I grinded competitive for a long time. Then I started grinding basic. Then I started grinding ESCA. Then I started grinding Surf. Like there was so much to do. And when you give people a bunch of things to do, they stick around, right?
But that's what they're doing, man. Look at their main menu now. You can barely find the battle royale.
Yeah,
True.
yeah,
It's one of many. It's one of many.
That's what.
Do you want to play battle royale, or do you want to play these 500 different types of games they've created?
Yeah.
Fortnite are doing really well in that regard. They're making it really hard for people to leave. And that's more like, that's not necessarily a competitive thing. That's more like a general Fortnite thing, but they are definitely doing well. And competitive is one of those things that can get people stuck, right? So it's not like, you know, it's not important. Like competitive is one of those avenues people go down and then they get stuck here for years. And if you're one of those people, hi, welcome.
And we've also seen like creators get really creative with the ramifications of Fortnite. Like for example, you have people who create like these fashion shows and other things like within the game. The game is so open that you can create, you know, your own worlds. That's kind of the same if you look at like, I don't know if you guys have really ever seen Roblox or not. That's like that's like just people creating their own storylines. You have like Elsa, Spider-Man stuff going on, like crazy stuff happening, like just storylines that are created within the Roblox universe. And it's not that much about, you know, the game. It's like that everything that's happening around it. Like, you know, it's
do everything in Roblox.
you can do everything. Yeah, exactly.
You can literally play Fortnite in Roblox.
you
Can you play Roblox in Fortnite?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bro, it's metaverse.
Metaverse.
I mean,
Web
that's what it
3.0.
is basically going to be. Fortnite Metaverse. Live your life here.
It
Play
already
whatever
is
game
that.
mode you want.
I gotta have like some of my IRL friends, like every time Fortnite have like a new collab, they like message me like, Daniel, what are these guys doing? They're literally can do anything, and then they'll start like combining the different things, so they'll be like, Indiana Jones can boogie bomb on Venom, and it's like it's all these random combinations you get in Fortnite, and it's like it's like you're playing Smash Bros. You know, it's like it's mad.
Yeah, but that's, if you think about it, like when you're a kid, that's kind of the thing you do in the playground. You know, you have, I want to be Indiana Jones, I want to be Venom, and you know, you do crazy stuff.
Yeah.
That's what we used to do when we were kids. But so it's like Fortnite gives you that opportunity to actually live that fantasy. You know, it gives you that experience, which is just absolutely great.
UMPL, that's great stuff.
Yeah, we have. I think we've looked everything within the Fortnite sphere and tried to figure out like what can we do. But like the deeper we dive, the more we try to, you know, we realize I think our biggest, strongest asset is outside of the game to an extent. Like, I mean, we kind of uses it, the way we think about it in BL is like Fortnite is a tool. Like, even though we just compete in Fortnite right now, and we will have other rosters in the near future as well, like, we still look at it as a Fortnite as like a tool or like a vessel that we're using currently right now. We're trying to, you know, keep that as like the thin red line within like all our content, everything we do. But like, for us, you know, we're also trying to build like a brand, so that, you know, you have to focus a lot on that. But yeah, creative has been definitely on the radar. Zero Build is definitely on the radar. If you look at like other games as well, like for example with Call of Duty, we also have 2 games there. We have Call of Duty and then you have Warzone. You know, there's like and there are some teams who have, you know, both. So I think like if you look at like Team Power and the way they're doing their creative stuff, like, it's crazy. It's so good. Like they're doing so well. Lachlan and them are fantastic. Shout out to Lachlan. Absolutely love that guy. So there is some opportunity.
Nie, zrzucił mi jakiś kurwa cymbał, jebany się cofa to.
A bit of an unlucky game for Setty. I think still they're pretty high up on the leaderboard. I'm pretty sure Nebs is almost, Nebs is in 3rd here. We do have a watch party, which is not really working right now. But we have Nebs in third and Vino in
Nebsy.
fourth. Yeah, Nebs and Hellfire. They're solid. They're solid.
Not a good day for Savage eye drop so far.
They are currently on 74
74.
points. They need a really big game here to clutch back. I don't know how many games they have played. I can't imagine they have that many left actually. Yeah, they've played 6 games. Not the best day for them. They had 1 top 3 and the rest is just a bit all over the place, to be honest. But yeah, we might see, you know, some big games coming out in the last moments. Like with Savage and iDrop, it's like it's either or. It's like they're either like, you know, 23rd or 1st.
Yeah.
I think that's the kind of team. And just like I said yesterday, also Nebs is kind of actually similar in that regard. Like, and these kind of players, if they do get like, you know, one tournament where they just, you know, you have 6 games going in your way, they will win. They will win the tournament. But you have to overcome the hurdle, which is the mid placements. So we're gonna have a little look at Vino as well.
Wait, he's outside. He's outside. He's not in the cave.
I was just about to switch to pink, but he got pickaxed by MrSavage just right now. And look, he's like, I'm in the Red Bull gaming sphere. This is Guild's PC. I can't. I cannot. Ooh.
You just run in. Run around left.
to his zone.
Splash now and then run.
This is a character.
You don't-
I love
you
that
shouldn't
guy.
And this is.
I think everybody does.
I don't think
You gotta
he
run.
gives us
Nothing
like
to
a-
dislike
It's
about it.
impossible.
No,
It's
I'm
impossible.
bad.
Remember the first time we met him, I think the guy barely spoke like a couple of words like the first day.
Best, man.
He's amazing.
Splash before you go.
And his dad. as
Oh
well.
my goodness. That is the best hype man you can have.
So different to his
Build,
son.
build.
It's
funny
like,
thing,
it's like the
Complete. He
Bad.
must get everything from his mom.
literally the complete opposite. Like, they couldn't be more opposite. It's crazy.
Yeah. That's yeah. His father is fantastic. Anna's dad, Abu. You're a legend.
I'm actually like a fan.
Me too.
Like
No
genuinely,
joke.
Like I'll go on Instagram because I follow him on Instagram. I'll go on Instagram and I'm like excited to see what's on his Instagram story.
Have you ever met this guy without a huge smile on his
I've
face?
never seen him not smiling.
No, me neither. I don't know how he even looks without a smile.
I've not seen him not
When I think about him now, I close my eyes. Yeah, he's
like,
smiling.
I just see
He's
a
just
smile,
smiling.
yeah, and like he's like, he's so
Just happy to see everybody
So
as
you've
well.
met him, right?
Yeah.
His hands are massive. I'm 6'8". I have big hands. His hands are bigger, like they are massive. And like whenever he sees me, he'll like grab me. We're like, hey, Nevin, and we're like, and he's so rough, but it's like I feel like I'm like little again because he makes me feel little. You know what I mean?
Abu,
such
what a
guy.
legend. I
What a
think,
guy.
yeah. Abu and Lee. Nebs. I don't know if you guys have met Neb's dad yet.
Nebs' dad's great.
Lee's fantastic,
That's
man.
great.
Lee is fantastic. He's,
I've got-
as I said
I
yesterday,
have 8 choker.
unfortunately a Newcastle supporter, but you know, can't help him in that regard anyway.
Yeah,
So
like not everyone can be saved. You know?
not everybody.
It's fine.
Now that's the club to look out for. You know, that's gonna be the new club. That's gonna, you know, I don't even want to know what's gonna happen there next years.
They are literally richer than every team in the Premier League combined.
Yeah,
like,
they are.
that's
They're scary.
insane.
Somebody said like Man City is one. I'm like, no, Man City doesn't have. Newcastle has money.
Newcastle have money.
They have the FU money. Like they can.
yeah,
literally-
they have the yeah.
That's a different level
That's
of.
a different level of money completely.
Talking about World Cup, there is a World Cup
World
this
Cup?
year.
Gilliam gives
Bro,
a bring
World
to
Cup.
Oh, the other World Cup.
Yeah,
That's-
Apparently some people
that's
care
the kind
about
of
that
thing-
World Cup.
It's a genuine question. No, England is in the World Cup, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
good.
Yeah,
I haven't really followed that much. Like
World Cup's
Holland
gonna
is not
be-
in it. You know, it's
Yeah,
like Norway's.
yeah, Norway's not in it,
Norway
but-
doesn't have that
Norway.
team. He doesn't
You
have
guys
De
have
Bruyne.
some talent though. You guys have talent, man. You got
We do.
Odegaard, you have Harley, you have Jans Peter Haag. I think is how you pronounce.
Yep,
Maybe Haag is
Odegaard,
how you pronounce it.
Solot.
You guys have talent. I'm sure
We
in
do.
a couple
Win
of
the
years
World Cup in
you'll
4
get
years.
us.
I would be happy just to qualify at this point.
Yeah.
I was reading,
Qualification will be huge.
so I don't follow football much, but I was reading an article about Zidane on the BBC website the other day.
Yeah.
And they were saying that France
Oh, okay.
didn't qualify for
I
I see, I see.
94
kind of.
94
Yeah,
World
can you get
Cup,
up to me?
and then they
They
won,
won
the
the
I can tell
98
ya.
one
Yeah.
and
pulls
the
up.
It
2014
can happen.
one. Yeah,
Could be Norway.
yeah. Didier Deschamps won as a player and a manager. Absolutely crazy.
I'm up
Yeah,
as
it's
well.
fantastic. I was so sad. I mean, I have family from Croatia, so
Let's just
I
run
watched that
together
final
on
with my
the
ex-girlfriend at the
coach,
hotel, and that was a sad day for me, man. That was a tough one. Croatia had their quite a run though.
They
Like,
Outside
did,
one,
man,
be
they
careful.
did. They
Yeah.
did. That's their golden generation, you know.
that, yep.
Be careful,
it
I'm
was.
building rest, I'm building
Yeah,
rest, I'm building rest.
World Cup will be fun. It's going to be weird having
double
it in
edit,
winter,
yeah?
but it'll be fun.
Well,
120?
it will be. It will be. There will be no winter where it's being hosted.
Oh, well, yeah, where it's been hosted,
It's gonna
I'm
be.
gonna edit and stuff.
insane, right?
Yeah.
Taking
Hold him,
everything.
hold him.
Interesting.
Watch out for you.
I can't move
Again,
because of reboot.
that's the kind of
Nice.
thing where, like, I wonder if there'll be some sort of integration.
I'm shooting in the
without
trade
it
already.
actually
Close back, close back.
Kind of, yeah.
controversy.
Be careful, someone might have choked something. I'm checking
Yeah,
that.
it would be one of the things you would have expected to see some sort of collab with Fortnite, right? Like some
That's good.
sort of
bring the
World
skins
Cup.
to
Be careful,
Going in
let's...
here.
But I just don't think they will.
Yeah, yeah.
This
This is
time,
out,
we
this is
just
out.
come in
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
Some of the World Cup.
Be careful, side one, they're trying to fuck with you.
Hold
where
many in
it's
the
being
slappish.
held and
Yeah.
everything.
I have 6 splashes.
I'm kind of looking down now. I'm 3 chucks and 1 chili chuck.
Breath
I'm like a full pop, I'm taking W.
away where possible.
20, I fell in.
Indeed.
I'm shooting you out.
Yeah.
Cut
I
you out.
mean, people are still gonna
Take W.
watch. You know, you want to support your
It's
team.
the most watched like event in like the world when it's on, right?
Sit and play
Even
together.
I watched
You know, Norway actually
no, no,
boycotted
take
the
it.
World Cup,
Yeah,
but it's like,
Wait, I thought it was
it's like,
Yeah,
he's like, what are you?
Yeah, I'm actually boycotting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't support
I
this.
might just start saying that, like, yeah, I'm actually boycotting
Yeah, on and
invitation. Yeah, like, yeah.
Oh, now you're making us sad.
No, but it's like, yeah, that's boycott. You weren't invited, mate. You know. Ooh, boycott. Ooh, sorry.
Yeah, so that was a bit of a funny one for
Can you
me. It's
mark
like, I don't
Yeah,
know
mark
what you're really boycotting right there, but
I'm going into the
whatever.
middle of
That's
zone. Be careful.
hilarious.
Creates headlines, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I've
Which
watched
ball,
all
which ball?
the FNCS Grand Finals.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
I'm
Now,
still
now
with
it
that
all
one.
makes sense. Now it all makes sense.
Shooting
I
down here.
understand. That's how it is.
Play the qualifiers because
Go, 100.
Target.
Let's
Yeah,
go on,
absolutely.
Okay, reload.
That's some sad news for you.
Oh
Taking a W
no.
here.
I'm in farm tree.
Man United playing 10 minutes. So I'm probably gonna like
Wait, what?
leave.
Oh.
Yeah, we played Tottenham. I was actually gonna be at the match.
Oh,
I
is
was
it
gonna
is
go.
Manchester?
Yeah.
Okay.
But train. I didn't realize I could go
No,
to the match.
I'm going for it.
They like
Nice.
they basically
One
told me
low.
that my ticket
Bad
was
low.
gonna be suspended.
No,
for
that's
the
not
game.
you.
But then
Then the box.
apparently it
Good
wasn't,
kill.
so I
I'm
couldn't.
Do
going
you have
one
some
chuck in the chili.
I didn't
season
know.
pass or
Yeah,
something?
I
Bad
was
side,
thinking,
bad
yeah.
side, not that
But I
many.
didn't know that I could have
trying
went
not
to
to
this
block you.
game, so I didn't get a train ticket
You
in
got the
advance.
short top pole right now.
So
Only
now
do.
to get a train ticket
You know,
last
only
minute,
so do.
do you know how much they wanted me?
I don't
One
even
guy
wanna
just got
know.
knocked.
They wanted
You are-
300. Just to get there.
300?
To get there.
One solo.
So now
one
to get
solo
back,
It
jump.
cost me
Would've been
200 to
like-
fly from
I'm pretty
Poland
sure
and back.
That's what I'm saying.
you don't know the
100.
joys of the British train system.
No.
So obviously I couldn't go to the match, but
So you will be watching from home.
yeah,
Like
I'll be watching from here actually.
Yo,
Someone
If you
got a
find a
laptop.
PC and fire it up, bro, I'm gonna be.
You got if you get a laptop, I could just leave it here. So I can keep an eye. I'll still be here, keep an eye on it, keep an eye on that. But yeah, no, I'll give that one. I gotta make some content around it, right? So
Yeah.
I gotta find the laptop.
Face splash.
All right.
Drop better.
I'll stick around for a bit for you guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Also,
Good to
I
know
don't
you value
really
us
lost.
over your football team.
I value football over everything.
No.
Yeah, Josh,
more-
absolutely.
more-
Neps and
more
Hellfire has been on fire recently. Yeah, they are. They're solid, man. This is the duo. Like, when we signed Neps, he was playing with Hellfire, and then as we signed him, they split. And that was sad times, because I really had lots of faith in that duo, but they've both proven individually they're solid players, and I think together they're stronger, they complement each other, and if they can make it work. The sad part is we won't be seeing them at the Invitational, but if they just, stick through it, do well in these Elite Cups. They got 5th in the last one, conned off spawn. They died 2 times off spawn as well. Quite solid performance, getting 5th after that. I think they have a bright future for next year. Like I would love to see them together. So let's hope it sticks. Really cool to see Kinch on the big stage. The big stage you're referring to here. Yeah, it's fantastic.
This is the
It
biggest
is a
stage.
massive stage.
This is, yes, I agree. This is where Kinch deserves to be in front of the camera, not behind it. That's what I've been saying all the time. Ooh, Kami and Setty, this is the problem now. This POIs has changed so much, like with these blames now. It's just
I mean,
contesting
it's
is
better
just.
loot, but you're going to get more teams
You
contesting.
will get more teams conning you. It's just so easy, you know. It's so accessible now. I think it's good. I think it makes it more interesting, but I understand that the players, are a bit mixed about it. The second thing is like you really can't build, so even though you get like height on one of the blimps, it's like still you're very exposed in the current meta with the snipers and everything. Like yeah, people will get some surge tax in it, that's for sure.
Flopera jeszcze jest flash.
Have a look here.
2,
Is
5,
anybody
4
in
pół.
late game? Not currently. Savage is firing up right new game. Vino is just in some sort of Star Wars cafeteria, chilling it out. Oh, yeah, I see what's happening here. I see what's going on. I have Kami here. Tripper is looking at the leaderboards right now with 120. Oh, having a bit of a tough day today, aren't they? Not too great right now. We have Han as well, but you guys said that. Is it? It is in slow motion.
Is it?
Yeah, this looks sluggish to me. Wait till he starts running, you're gonna see it. Or is it? Yeah,
Yeah, that's the
that was
We know the chest opening
Matrix
times.
was active there.
Look at him jumping. It's
Okay.
hilarious.
I think we're gonna move away. We're gonna have to figure that one out for tomorrow.
Try
Have,
and look for Surge.
Pinking on us here
I built up a
with
lot.
100 and something points. I honestly can't see. Sorry about that. I hope you guys can see it. Then we have Savage and Hydro. We're still a bit of struggling with 96 points currently.
Okay, whose laptop am I stealing?
That one will be used for editing, but there's a bunch of laptops and PCs out there, so just feel free. Do you want to just? My editor went. If you know the guy with the glasses, Stian.
Yeah.
He might have a laptop.
Cool.
Find Stian. Perfect. All right. Thank you so much, Levin, for joining us. Fantastic to have him in the studio.
Just me and you.
It's me and you, bro. I saw Elix was back, but he kind of just snuck out. He's supposed to be the one.
Ah.
I'm supposed to sit there and edit. I'm supposed to film, but I guess it's just us here. It's cool by me. It's cool by me. I'm actually going to give you guys a bit of a tour. If you're just tuning into the stream, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're here at the Red Bull Gaming Sphere in London, together with Become Legends at the Wolfie's Den. We have the whole BL squad. We have MrSavage. We have Vino. We have Wolfie's, who's not there right now. We have Pink. We have Han. Tayson, he's not playing the Elite Cup, unfortunately. We also have Tripper. And wait a minute.
Is he playing?
He's playing.
With who?
Hang on a second. I can't see. Is
I
that
can't read the
Chico?
name.
No, I can't. No. Voske, I think. I think it says Voske. That's a Norwegian. Hang on. I'm actually going to check the leaderboards. I'm going to check the leaderboards if that is Tayson playing. Yeah, Tayson's playing with Voske.
Okay.
Okay, so we have the Tayson POV as well, and obviously we have Nebs, Setty, and Kami. Then we also have the POVs. Oh, ping pong table for the first time not used. Here we have MrSavage, the BL corner, Wolfies with Pink and Vino, and then we have Tayson and Tripper who are in the game right now. Gonna jump to Savage's POV. There's a bit of an action going on here. So yeah, that's the good thing about getting Levin on. You get like, you know, he's born for this.
Yeah.
He's made for this. That's why a lot of us were sad, you know, when we got the announcement of the official caster roster. But I hope we see them in some way or another. Either way, on the hosting, casting.
Yeah.
In the near future.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I mean, unfortunately, with no multi-regional FNCS, some people were going to have to miss out.
That's true.
Yeah, obviously we don't get to hear all of Epic's decision-making process, and we don't know what criteria they're choosing on either. You know, they're a business; they're slightly different
Absolutely.
from the players and the spectators. They have different priorities, so yeah, we'll just have to accept who they choose. And,
Absolutely. Yeah, I said we have lots of good talents from EU. You know, it's and all around the world. To be honest, I think this is one of the things that I do like about Fortnite is the talent pool of casters and commentators and analysts. Like, I think it is like a good talent pool. I think it's like solid personalities who I remember watching the World Cup. Like, it just felt, you know, even back then, you know, you had lots of faces. The one guy I do kind of miss a bit, to be honest, is Sundown. You know, he had that little flair. I love these personalities on the screen. So okay, gonna just go a bit through the POVs here. Not much is happening. Everybody seems to be in quite early game and mid game. Most action we're gonna see is actually here from Benno and Queasy, who are currently they have like their interfaces on the absolute like smallest, so I have no chance of seeing.
always do.
Is this how you play the game as well?
No.
No.
I have 100% interface.
Yep.
I will not change.
Me too.
I'm not competitive. I don't care about the tiniest
To
margin.
be fair, I play on PS5, so I mean, I'm not a PlayStation gamer, but I sold my PC last year. I got a Mac for work, and I've just been sticking to my MacBook, and it's been a great tool for all content. So I needed something to play on, and the PS5 is a good console for that. I call it my FIFA machine, though. It's mostly FIFA, and now Fortnite Zero build as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's quite a lot. I'm like level 91 right now. I've played a lot,
grounds?
bro. I'm grinding. I'm grinding. I'm grinding.
I think I've played only a couple of games of Zero build ever.
Oh really?
Yeah, I just don't have friends who play it at all, and I'm not that interested.
Neither
in playing
do
it
I.
Either. Not that I'm any good at build mode, but
You know, that's the cool part. I jump in with like
Actually more
random
interested in
lobby fills, and like,
Okay.
and I hope like sometimes I get like these super cracked kids who just carry me through the game. And it's fantastic. I pretend like I do something. I've had some really good players play with me, and like,
yeah,
it's great.
yeah, I like watching it. I've watched quite a lot of Zero build.
Yeah.
So I know what's going on.
Yeah, in terms of the viewership, if you think about it, when you look at the Twitch rival stats, that's healthy numbers. Like I think it was like the last US Twitch rivals was like, if combined like concurrent, around 250k, and that is a lot. That is quite a lot. I'm gonna have to look a bit into those numbers. I'm not 100% sure, but it was pretty solid. In EU too, it was like pretty good.
Yep.
So yeah, there you have it. That is the potential of Fortnite, I guess. Do you follow any other games competitively? Anything?
I basically follow every esport in a small amount, pretty much.
Me too. Me
nothing,
too.
nothing like full on like I do with Fortnite. But I make myself at least vaguely educated.
Yeah, they're lurking. They're full lurking, by the way. I've just seen clip 40 on him. He just went. He was doing some lurks. He was doing some Vino
What is
lurks.
your what do you think is the
Like full
best
Vino lurks.
esport, just like as an esport out there, like right now? It doesn't have to be like the game, just like
Yeah,
the
they're next,
just
like,
an
the next
overall.
I'd say as a spectator,
I tried to
I'm-
make
I'm
some space, but I couldn't
most
really.
enjoy watching CS:GO. I'd say.
It is the best.
No way I messed up.
CS:GO is the best because it is so bare bones in terms of like viewership.
Yeah.
So when you watch it, like I mean, there's just
Taking
not
us what,
too
mate?
much happening on the screen. It's
I
very
found
simple
it,
to
yeah, I found it
understand.
so easy to get into.
Yeah,
That's what I mean.
So I never grew up playing CS:GO or
Oh,
anything.
really?
In fact, Fortnite
I
was
think
the
they do
first.
So
Thing
you
that I
came
that I
into it like
played.
as a spectator, actually.
Yeah,
Okay.
I came
Oh
into
my
CS:GO as a
goodness.
spectator.
Okay.
And, you know, I was obviously aware of what the game mode was,
I think they're gonna end up doing it,
but
Josh,
I'd never
I'm sure
really
they're gonna end up doing it.
played it or anything like that. And it was just very accessible. And with within
What are they doing? They're just
by the
ranking.
time I'd finished watching, a few hours of a pro game, I
Country,
was
we can
starting
get
to get
it,
interested in which orgs were
Country,
good,
country,
which
country.
players were like
What?
the
Country, country.
superstars, and
Look, he's
all
got
these
a
sorts
net
of
open
things,
there.
starting to learn
We've
the
got it.
names. So
Go, mate, go.
yeah.
Who's
ahead,
the
jump.
team that you support?
120. They just got landed on.
If
They just
you
got
have
landed
one.
on.
I
They
don't
just got
have
landed on.
a
He
team
died
I
instantly. The
support.
kid I hit 120 died insta.
I
Yeah, I hit him.
often
Look, they're chugging.
like to try and stay neutral when I watch sports.
Yeah, he killed
It's
him.
quite opposite to how a
Interesting.
lot of
Maybe
people
it
watch
is.
That's
sports.
in because
It was
most
in
people
feet,
watch
happened
it
at the same time.
through
I watched
very
boxing.
vigorous
I hit him
passion
with
one
and
jab.
love for like
When I was
one.
younger, when I watched sports, I always had a team I really supported. Like when I used to watch football when I was young, I was a Man United fan, and your emotions get affected by what they do that day or
Absolutely.
not. And then I got into some things where I didn't really have a team to support, and I just enjoyed
Comes me.
being a fan of the sport and just not really minding who
Okay,
wins.
that's interesting.
I guess that's like it's like risk aversion, I guess.
Yeah, I
So it
know,
doesn't
that's
play
what
so
you
much
put
on
right.
your emotions. You don't get those highs of when your team
to the left of
wins
me.
and you're so excited, but you also don't get the
Looking for me.
lows of when your team
I
does
went-
badly.
I actually have
can't
kind of
open it.
I can
similar.
just stay sort of happy that I've spectated it and
I got
enjoyed
my
myself.
side,
Makes
I think
perfect
so.
sense.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
actually quite similar in terms of League of Legends. I
looking
love
for
to
the
watch
reaction.
League of Legends and
I got
just
pumped
because
when
of
he
the
got
size
flying
of the
it.
scene, like when there's worlds going on, I absolutely love to watch it. Like I understand that as a spectator, it might not like be the most interesting games, like a bit slow early games, building up. But I don't have any team I support there either. I just love to watch good games, and I'm always hoping for the best teams to clash, so I can watch good games.
Okay.
But oh yeah, that's an interesting take, because sports is usually fandom plays a big role into sports in general. So
And we were kind of saying earlier that Fortnite slightly lacks that, just because of the changeability of all these players and the lack of the org support and stuff. And
look who's back
But-
with the laptop.
This actually Fortnite.
Yeah.
Oh, you're VOD reviewing the last game of Savage that we talked about. Right. Makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
Perfect.
right now we're at the sports stadium on the football pitch from chapter 1. I can see that on the screen.
Yep, some Fortnite VOD reviews here.
Yep, perfect. Let me know how it goes.
I will,
I'm
I
quite
will.
eager to learn. So is this the? Is it? This is Premier. Yeah, it's Premier League.
Yeah. It's Amazon have the streaming rights for today, so it's all on Amazon Prime Video.
You have that in the UK. I have Amazon Prime, but we can't watch anything of this in Poland.
Yeah, so for some of the games, Prime they have some of the rights. So not every game.
Okay, I think the only thing I think we have in Poland is the Italian league.
Really?
So, yeah. Okay, that's interesting. Cause yeah, has it started yet?
Starts in 11 minutes. So 8:15 kickoff.
Interesting.
It's Fortnite, of course.
Yeah. So as we were talking about, what reading MrSavage is struggling a bit, 100 points right now.
Buddy, I'm gonna land on it.
It's gonna be. Oof. Here we go.
Oof. Yeah, I got it.
He's lethal.
Man, he's not fair. He is just not fair, man.
Okay, I'm coming out, right?
We got a
5'5", 150. Didn't have
share of experiencing Veno the first chapter of the first season of chapter 3. We had Veno and versus Setty and Queasy, and that was a tough off spawn for Setty and Setty and Chapix.
Yeah.
That was a tough one. We got to experience Veno firsthand. Yeah, no, fantastic kid, great player. He's solid, and a bit unfair to pair him up with Queasy, to be honest. Like,
honestly,
you know, it's that's one of the duos I'm a bit scared of for going into the Invitational. I think they have a solid chance, you know, to do well, but it all depends, though. Depends on what happens off spawn and what happens, you know. So, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully they're not really direct rivals to the playstyle of Setty Kami. So.
Yeah, definitely not. So if they can clean out the other teams from the top, and you know, that's the crazy part about like Fortnite. Like in other sports, if you're like in a team or you have like if you're like a coach, you have so much input like into the game throughout the game. Like in Fortnite, like once. Ooh. Freemok cleaning out Veno here. I see a little clutch from Queasy. Yeah, like if you follow the game, like we as a team, there's nothing we can do like through the game. Like we just have to sit and watch. There's no like to make like big changes, strategical changes, you know, impact the players. Like we can't do anything. Like you can in football, you can communicate all the time. In CS, you can change things between the rounds. Where you have 25 minutes, it's like. We decided before the game, this is what it is, like, you know, shit, we might have decided wrong, you know, and then you just have to adapt all the time, like, and...
Yeah.
Oof.
There definitely is, like, a certain skill ceiling in that, though, which I guess is somewhat valuable, but... it's interesting. I obviously, I've been scurrying around trying to find a laptop, so I wasn't able to track the conversation, but when I just came back, I heard you were talking about, like, how you were into CS, right? And one thing I noticed, right, is you mentioned like, oh, you know, you started watching and as a spectator and you were seeing what players were good and whatnot. And when I got into CS in a very similar way, one thing that helped me to become a fan of certain people was that I wanted to be like an entry fragger. So like when I was playing in my random like competitive games, like people would always be like, yo, you entry. Didn't know what that meant, but then context clues meant I realized I need to be the first one in, right?
To be the first one in.
And so I remember afterwards, right, I went and Googled like how to be a good entry fragger, and I discovered, you know, at the time the best entry fragger in the game was Apex, who was on Envious, and so like instantly then I just became a fan of Envious and Apex because I was like I want to be an entry fragger, and that was only possible because there was like a set role that was defined that I had to fill. And again, even in other games that maybe aren't as successful in the way they handle esports, like at Overwatch, right? I'm experiencing that now in Overwatch, where I've just gotten into Overwatch.
Set roles, yeah.
I've just gotten into Overwatch. I've literally found myself like YouTubing how to play Sigma, how to play certain tank characters because I'm like playing as a tank.
Ooh, me so, too. Like, let's go. That's my G.
That's my G right there. So it's like again, there's like a set defined thing that like a role that I want to pursue that now like I've Googled, I've YouTubed whatever, and now like I might figure out players who play those roles and I can become fans of those players because I play those roles. If you're in Fortnite, what's the equivalent of that? There's no like, what is the? I guess in a way, but even then it's like that's not something that becomes. If you're just playing the game, like that's not something you're. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Again, like if you're like a casual player, for example, that's not possible.
It's not possible.
That's not possible, right?
That.
You don't need that.
I guess if
but even in like Overwatch, I'm a casual Overwatch. I've not even thought about competitive in any sense, right? Overwatch League, Omega LOL, like what the fuck is that? But like I've been forced to like certain competitive players because I want to play a certain role, you know?
I think in Fortnite, like you would just go to the people with the biggest viewership, like you would be attracted to that, and you kind of assume like back when there's Bong World, then you had O'Reilly for a long time.
I guess that's the equivalent, right?
That's like
before that's like, oh, I want good mechs. Who has good mechs? And
who's
find
that?
O'Reilly, right?
Crack one, to see some skills, some plays that maybe you can implement into your own play style. I'm just gonna learn people who just play tend to be more fans of creative players. I think like Sway and Z Scary.
True, actually, yeah. So it's similar to like what we were saying. So it's like it would be like a Noah Riley back in the day. It's like those are the people you probably look to.
Yeah.
But again, I don't think there's anything they can do. But even like again, Apex have like fixed that issue, right? Because Apex obviously have like the certain characters. I forgot what they're called in the game.
I play a lot of Apex Legends.
So it's like,
I love Apex Legends.
So it's like, yeah, in Apex it's like you want to be a bloodhound or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that is actually the character.
Yeah,
Apex is fantastic like that. They also have roles, but there's like also names and characters to these roles, and I think like. I think Apex is probably the best Battle Royale that's ever been made, like just in terms of how the game is set up, and I see a lot of games that try to replicate that after. So also like if you look at the Apex competitive scene, which is really interesting, the last ALGS, the World Cup of Apex Legends, had 70,000 euros. That's a Battle Royale. They're doing something right in that camp, like something is working definitely. I'm wondering like if that thing you spoke about, like the age difference, like because when you're young, you think you can be a Ronaldo and Sue, but as you get older, you realize I don't have that talent. I'm just gonna watch. I'm okay at the sideline. So maybe that's the thing with Apex Legends as well. Like there's just build up a much bigger spectator base because it is a generally older player base. Maybe it might play into it a bit.
It's weird though, because you almost think that would work in the favor of games.
Yeah,
absolutely. The fact that people think like there's hope that people could be the next Tayson keeps them playing longer because they think it's possible.
Because you feel that you can. Yeah.
Whereas like football, like I know, like I cannot be Ronaldo. I hop in the football pitch, I know I can't be Ronaldo. I'm huffing and puffing after a couple. Even that, mate. Even that, I'm huffing and puffing after a couple of minutes. Like it's not happening, right?
You both, bro.
It's like you'd think that would work in the favor of games, but I don't know.
I think sometimes it's tough to draw analogies with football because football is so big it just survives off its own ginormous machine.
It's too big to fail.
Yeah, it's too big to
fail. You can't ignore it. You're an adult, but it's still there in your life. Fortnite's not there for adults.
That's why like and that's something I even apply like with like content creation.
Yeah.
One thing I always will say to people is that if you were like if you wanted to be successful on any platform, whether you want to be a YouTuber, TikTok, whatever, look at the videos that blow up for like smaller channels. Because that's where like the real juice is, because they've clearly done something that's like whereas like bigger creators sometimes
they just get viewers.
They are like they're farming off of their own success, and they've already what's the word called? They've already trained their audience to be receptive to certain patterns, and so it's like as long as they just repeat those things, they're good. Whereas smaller creators have to like tap into an audience they've never.
You're forced to be creative. That's a really good tip to go out there. Look at the smaller creators and how they what made them pop up, like what videos made them pop up. And that's an interesting thing. That's a lot of things we do with our TikTok. We try to figure out like in TikTok it's all about the trends, it's all about what's cool right now. And yeah, definitely a good tip. I think that's also one of the things, one of the problems with content creation in general, why it's been so why many people feel it's stale, because I think like the up-and-coming pros like after the meat pros, the Begs and Mongrels and they just looked at what they did, they're like, we're getting more try to get
Jag
the
borde
same.
ha...
So I don't think there's really too much like
Idę po tego.
innovation in the scene where everybody kept
Dobra,
doing
mam.
whatever the top guys are doing. You just get
O
frustrating.
kurwa.
Then suddenly now
Zero
you
ma,
have
zero
so
ma,
many
zero ma.
players as you have a super oversaturated scene with like too much of the same, and it's like not enough new things is happening.
The audience that are looking for something different is not that huge anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah, true. That's the thing. We notice it with our content as well. Like we are definitely forced to innovate. Like I love what we've been doing, but I just realized even we have to. Oof, Kami's coming in a big clutch 1v1 here. Can he get this BL on top, baby? I love to see it. 257 points from Kami and Setty. Sheesh! Second place now after Nebs and Hellfire. We're truly on top today, man. Holy crap. Gotta love it. Let's jump over to MrSavage, as we like to call him internally, Monsieur Savage. That is Monsieur Savage. He has a fresh haircut. Oof. Taking a big shot there. Yeah, the thing I love about Savage, like he's so relentless, like he's just in pursuit of the kills, and like when the way he fights, I feel like he's a bit. When I watch him, I feel like I watch a bit of like an old school player. You know what I mean? Like he's just, you know, he has that aggression within him, and he just like doesn't back off from fights. Like he just wants it, and he just like you can just see the all like I can almost hear Mongol scream when I see him fight. Like like he's just like plowing through whatever is in front of him, and
very relentless.
And I
sure.
love that.
Player you do not want to come up against in the arena.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Once he's hit you for
Very
100, he's never letting you go.
Yeah. Think like Reese saying yes and no. Fortnite content sucks as a whole, but they're just a cap on how many people are interested. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like as I said, like the way we try to look at it internally in BL is like Fortnite is a tool. It's a vessel that we have to use. Like I have some ideas for next level content we want to do next year, and they actually do involve Fortnite, but because they want to, you know, keep the scene active. But they're not like dependent on Fortnite. I could still do those videos and do it, you know, something else, and they would still be as good. But like, we have, so I can say one. I can say one of them. None of you out there have either the budget. I'm not saying like we have too much budget, but
sorry, money, man. Oh,
no.
The BL contracts.
We signed MrSavage. You know how it is in here. No, for real. Like, I don't think anybody's gonna replicate this. So the thing is, like, we want to get, like, for example, 7 or 8 Fortnite pros, get them to sign like this contract. We say we're gonna do like one of these 5 challenges and surprise them. So you have to accept that you're gonna maybe like jump out of an airplane, submarine, like bunch of different things. So what we want to do is like get 8 pros in the air, in an airplane, and they're going to play a game in the airplane, and if you die, you have to jump out, like in tandem, like someone with an instructor. We're going to make that video. I'm going to make that happen. See what I mean? It doesn't really need Fortnite, but we will still use it since we're in the scene. Like, so these kind of creative ideas, I think we need to, you know, innovate in the scene. I think this video is going to be fire, though. It's going to be crazy. Because these kids out there, they're not ready for it.
That's the kind of thing that would get on like mainstream like news, you know.
See, this is what I'm
people would be like, gaming organization puts players in air and forces them to.
We're gonna get sued by somebody.
Oh, it'd be crazy. It'd be worth it. It'd be so.
All PR is good PR.
Yeah,
I don't mind
it. It would be so worth it.
So it's like, you know, these kind of big videos. I think that we just have to innovate, and I think this can kind of spark an interest in the scene overall. Because if we get like, let's say, in a perfect world, that video pops up and gets like 5 million views, there's gonna be a lot of new people coming into the scene, like, and they're gonna check our other stuff as well, and that might create some interest. Maybe not, but to some it might, and I hope like this is the kind of things we want to do for next year. So we'll see, but I'm still trying to, you know, figure out, like, we're talking with our players, and our players are worried, like, are really worried. Like, they see the viewership, and some of them are like even scared to post at this point. And I've spoken to some of the pros here. They're saying like, I'm scared to post because I know the viewership is not going to be good, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. And I just tell them, you just have to keep posting, even when it's not good. Just be consistent, and it's better to post than to not post. Just you will figure it out. Just be active. Just accept. Okay, the next few months are gonna suck. Like, it's just not gonna be great. That's also going to force me to innovate and look inwards and try to find like new ways. And if you post 10 videos, one of them might pop off and it might lead you to like a new direction.
Plus, we also want to put yourself in a position to be successful when the time comes when maybe the viewership does improve again, right? Because especially with something like a Twitch is like a kingmaker system.
Yeah.
So if you have all the views now, then there's a new audience that come to watch. They're going to see your name on the top and watch you. Take advantage. Whereas now, if all the views come back and you've not been posting, so nobody gives a damn about your stream, you're like, oh, maybe I should have been posting even back when it was dead, you know?
Exactly. Yep.
It's true, yeah, it's
Lille
tough,
Prime.
I understand.
Ja,
like,
jeg
and
skulle
they're
da
so
pet
young,
med,
you know,
jeg
they're
satte den
protective
skægte.
of their
Du kan
image.
komme
They
frem
know,
og sætte
but,
den.
you know,
Du kan tage den frem.
it doesn't
Så.
reflect well if
Bare
you're
læg
like
den, jeg
a
har
big
den
name
her.
player and you get like
Jeg ligger den
50
her.
views on a video.
Her.
I understand that pain.
Du skal også
and
ind tilbage af
we
en
all go
plads.
through it.
Jeg har
That's just
fået
gonna that's just reality of content
Jeg
in
kapper alt
general.
nærmest. Kun
But
4
it's better to have it out there. Other
better
countries,
to-
I think you consider
Jeg
like
splasher altså ikke engang.
Mate, trust me,
Let's go,
this
baby.
bro is.
Du kan pet det her til venstre. Er du klar her?
I've been like going hard on TikTok
Tæt,
recently, right? And they've been doing
I've seen
really
it.
well on
Jeg
TikTok.
tager mig.
Ja, jeg er på den.
You know, just bragging.
Jeg er med dig.
Big 11 TikTok.
Jeg lader på det her.
But
tror jeg.
on YouTube, but I'm actually really just doing it because I want to go on YouTube Shorts, right?
Er du med?
Jeg er på dig.
And like the shorts
Jeg
haven't
kan
been
ikke- jeg kan
great.
ikke
One
nå
of them
højere.
I posted, it did like
Vi
great
Vi er inde, vi er inde. Flere.
on TikTok.
Bag mig også, bliver det bag mig.
Kom nu.
80
Altså,
views.
to steder
Vi kan
på
pet, jeg
en
har
gang.
6 på
I wanted
pet.
to
That's the
delete
nature
it.
of short
But I've left it up. I've left it up, right? I've left it up because it's
Okay,
again,
pet her,
like,
jeg venter
you
på
have to accept that, like you
Jeg har mange
deal
mads.
with
Jeg kommer til at
Du kan
lukke
godt sende hej, hvis det
Okay, det kan vi godt.
you know when you're creating
Okay,
content and when you're
Kan du komme ned i en?
Jeg kan splash, jeg kan
trying
splash.
to improve and
Such
learn.
venter
a
på det her.
different algorithm as well. Like
Åh!
we've done the same. We created like a solid TikTok.
Jeg går i
We've
zone
got,
på det
like,
her.
I think over 500,000 views on
Skal
TikTok
vi sende den?
with like
Ja,
it was
den kommer
Savage, Benji.
Jeg har den, jeg har den,
Savage
jeg har
is
den.
the last one left.
Han er i min boks, så jeg ved ikke, hvad der sker.
Jeg har den ikke, jeg har den
For
ikke.
like 200.
Gå ned, så.
Half a
Jeg har
million.
stadig
views,
pet.
like,
just doesn't make
Skid.
sense.
Kom ned til mig, kom ned til mig.
it's so like how can I extract something
pet for mig,
useful
hvis
from
det er.
this, like as an information? How can I adapt this?
Jeg har
content?
pet.
But
Vi
that's
pet
really
lidt for her.
hard figuring that stuff out as well.
Ja,
you know?
Pet
Hallo.
her, eller på dig.
To do, but
Pas på
I
højre.
think you just gotta put
Jeg lader
yourself
ham på det
out
at bygge op
there.
en.
100%, 100%.
Jeg er med.
So don't get demotivated if content doesn't do
Jamen, det er boks.
too
Så
well.
hvad
and
sker der?
you have to
Jeg er
consider
for her. Jeg er
the
160 ud.
Think about Ninja's career.
Ja.
like, for I remember
300 wood har jeg.
time ago I just stumbled upon it like years and years
Du er nødt til at
ago.
gå frem.
Det er ikke bare sådan, at du
There's,
skal hurtigt
there's
frem, du skal
people who
hurtigt frem.
spend like 2 to 20 viewers
Kom her.
for 5 years.
Hvad er den her?
And
Jeg
then
skal
they
holde
like suddenly
begge.
got 200, then that
Der er
was
ikke flere
1,000,
sådan.
then
Jeg
it
skal
was
have noget
10,000, now it's 100,000. Like
Ja, 300 wood.
you will
Det er
that's the
derfor.
same thing I
Det er
say
hej.
in Fortnite. Like with
Vi skal
Epic
finde
games.
det, vi skal finde det.
Just if you keep doing it, you're gonna figure it out.
Vi kan kigge derude,
Just
kom.
put
Jeg fyrer
yourself
det.
out there and you force yourself to
Det
do
bliver bare
something
sådan noget.
creative mindset and
Jeg er langt tilbage.
try to tinker with it and just
Vi kan ned, jeg kan fyre. Jeg har fyret det. Kom her.
you're gonna figure it out.
Der er en der,
You'll break
okay.
through.
And when you
It's
have
inevitable. It's
100,000,
inevitable.
Han står healet ned, det røde skilt.
That's the thing. Nobody's gonna. Oh, he had the 19
150 med.
views, 18 views,
Stop it,
11
stop it,
one.
stop it.
I don't want to follow this guy. Like,
Yeah.
no, bro. That's not how it works. It's not gonna happen like that.
Er du klar? Er du med her? Kom, vi løber højre. Vi kommer ned højre. Jeg løber.
See
Hello,
your
hello,
price.
hello, hello.
Make 200 videos. They suck. Next 200 better.
Tell them.
100% agree.
Kærtid, jeg
That's
ryger.
what I'm
Altså,
saying.
det var
That's what I'm saying.
et liv.
Han er med
Altså,
dig.
We're just like the thing we're doing right now. Since we know like our viewership isn't going to be great on YouTube, we just focus on
Der er folk her.
quality
Jeg har 5
and
bælge.
just trying to keep ourselves.
Jeg har væk, åbner.
Væk!
Du.
30! Kom ind!
The audience that is here.
Finish.
Han er ikke nogen masse, så jeg kommer den. Jeg holder bagfra, jeg har ikke
But if you have 100k like an average,
Ja, hold den.
like,
Kom her.
and then suddenly you
Lige
have
bag
like 20-30k.
120!
That's still quite a lot of people.
Han smasher ved storm bag
Jeg har
os.
en bælge. Jeg har en bælge.
That's like
Her, jeg har 400 wood.
That's a big foot.
Der kommer du nødt til at få
That's more
bagfra.
than an average in Etic. Nah, I'm not gonna fire shot.
Helt ned by
I
the
was
way.
about to say, bro.
Empty HUD is
I was
a
about to
myth.
say, that
Empty
is
HUD
true.
is a
That's
myth.
fact.
Der er en på lukket.
Dog.
Til det på
No,
væk.
empty HUD. I have to admit there was a period where empty HUD was a fact, but no more.
Yeah.
We have tourists
På lukket round.
Kan du få det? Kan du få det?
all
Nice.
around the world
Jeg tager
watching the
det.
games. It's changed
Vi
quite
skal
a
op,
lot.
vi skal op.
quite a
Det
lot.
er
If you start new content and
Du
Ja,
kan
dør,
godt
altså.
komme igennem. Kom ud.
20k,
Og så ud højre.
Nej, jeg kan ikke. Nej, jeg
like,
kan ikke!
still 100 times
Jeg
better
kan,
than
mand, så jeg kan ikke komme igennem!
Kan du kravle? Kan du kravle?
Nej, jeg kan ikke! Altså,
it's 100 times better than just like starting all again from zero, right? Like 20k is like a huge.
I don't. Yeah, it just,
99% of YouTubers never get to 20k views.
Men det er 50 FPS.
if you think about it, how hard it is
Because
to.
your views
Yeah.
have gone like that, just because you've had to do something new.
jeg har match, men jeg kan ikke komme.
Build from there.
No, it's absolutely like absolutely true. Like there's still a big audience, and the thing is like I've followed, for example, Optic Gaming for a long time. I'm a huge fan of Optic and watch their content, and they've had like this is an org that's been around for over a decade, and I've seen periods where they have average 20-30k on their videos, and then they get up to like 150, 160 for like a year, then it goes back to like 50, 60. Like, it's just gonna fluctuate like that all the time. But the one thing they do, they're consistent. They keep posting. They don't care. They just keep putting it out there. Now they have 1.5 million subs on their main channel. They have 300k on their second. Like the players have two channels. You just gotta keep at it. I know it's tough. So Shohan POV, of course. Sorry about this.
Slow-mo POV.
It's slow-mo, but we can at least see it points. I think it's 124 we're looking at here.
Bro, why is it slow-mo?
I can't even fathom. I can't wrap my head
Why
around
is
how
it
this is even
slow-mo?
possible.
Like, why?
You think there's a
Why?
feature? But wait a minute, guys. There's a bigger problem at play here. There's nobody in that chair.
Who is playing? Oh my
What is
god.
happening here?
Bro.
There's nobody in that chair. Am I blind or
This is
what?
the new
So maybe his
meta, mate, from
gameplay is
Hen.
going through at a slow
That's an
motion, but
empty
his-
chair. Who's playing this game?
But his cam is like real time.
Yeah, I have.
Just watching old gameplay.
I can't even understand
What is
what's
going
going on here. I'm just gonna jump over to Queasy here, clutching it up. Benno rarely. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's funny.
So how's the game progressing, Levin? How's the VOD reviewing going on?
Yeah, not a bad start. You know, we've had a couple decent shots on target. So,
Good on Surge.
yeah, good on Surge, for sure. But you never know, man. You can come back to bite you at any time, innit? So
Yeah.
you want to make sure you clear the threshold at least a couple times before you sit back and relax, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna have to dip out for half an hour. Or
No
so.
worries.
That's okay.
Thank you so much, Kinch.
Hope
Thank
you
you for
don't-
joining me.
hope
No,
you
it's all
don't,
good, all good.
dock
You know
my
what? You
feed
can,
too much.
you can, no, that's, you can just send Rafael in if you see him out there. Elix,
Woody.
tell him to get in here.
Maybe see you in a bit.
Thank you. See you.
Yeah, where is Elix, by the way? Yeah.
He's hiding. He's supposed to be. He's the one supposed to be sitting here. I'm supposed to edit videos, bro.
Wow.
This is not my. This is not my job. No, I love it. I love being here. I think it's fun. I always wanted to do, you know, stream. I did stream like many years ago, a decade ago, like with Dota 2, and I thought that was super fun, you know. It was like I had 500-600 viewers actually.
That's good. What? Like, that's really good.
That was not bad. Like, I'm
Yeah.
flexing. That was the. I like average. I would say like 300. That was
No,
still.
but that's
But I had
still really
600
good.
peak. You know. Yeah, it was solid. I was
remember,
super happy with that.
I can't remember the exact numbers, but like I remember when I'd watch Devon National, like if you were averaging like 300 views, especially back then, like you would have been in like the top 10% of Twitch.
Yep, true.
Probably even better.
I was one of the first partners in Norway on Twitch.
Yeah, like that, like to have that kind of viewership is really bad. I think people underrate that. Like
They do.
when you're getting, even like if you're getting 1K views, right, and like if you're getting 1K views, you're in the top 1% of Twitch. A lot of people don't realize that. Like you're in and around like the top 1% of Twitch.
Yep.
That's insane.
I know for a fact there's people making a living of 200 to 300 viewers. They're
Yeah, you
living
can.
comfortable
Yeah,
lives
you
and
can.
sponsorships and everything. Like
Especially if you have a good community, you have the right
Exactly.
sponsorship deals and
Exactly.
whatnot. Yeah, you can live with that for sure.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, Savage is unfortunately not in the lobby, going into 9th game right now, as we see here. 104 points, have a bit of a tough day, but hopefully we'll be able to get back, you know, day 2. There's always a comeback opportunity. They're a solid duo. I know they can do really well. We also have Vino here, is on 236 points, chilling in this place right now. We have Coming Setty on 261. We have Pink with the smallest
I'm not with.
interface on
You
planet
getting in?
Earth, but definitely above 200
me?
points here. Then we have
I'm in.
Nebs here, who is clutching it up 271, I think. That's what I'm seeing. And Tayson,
you're
who had a
not
bit of a
giving
late start, who is now on 170s, caught up pretty well. Is Tayson slow-mo too?
Yeah, he is.
Okay, we have to look in
Tayson's
Tayson
slow-mo.
and hand. There's something happening.
Who's Tayson playing with? Who did he find to play?
Vaske. It's like a Norwegian.
Yeah,
yep.
no.
Yep. So Tripper just jumping into a new game. I'm guessing it's the same game as Savage is, and absolutely it is. So not too much happening. Not too much happening. Then we have Pink here and Anas.
How much gold you got?
Just vibing.
See what
You
chats.
could buy minis if you please.
BL podcast vibes.
Where did I drop the
Ooh,
2
BL
pads?
podcast.
Do you
You ever
remember?
thought about doing a BL
Yeah,
podcast?
Those are-
100%. You know what's the crazy part is, like, when we do stuff and
My
content
memory
with
is
the pros,
beautiful.
usually like
2, yeah. Do you have
when
cat
you
metal?
when you tell them we're recording, like they kind of go in this mode where they're not comfortable in front of the camera.
Okay.
But I've had some crazy
How's
conversations
your
with
we're the
them, in,
same
like
then.
hotel
need to find
lobbies,
lights.
off
I don't
camera,
have
off
anything.
screen.
What the fuck is happening with my mouse? Oh my.
Yeah, there was a ghost playing in your account. What's happening with that?
You got a good
Oh, I understand why the camera is gone. Was there a bit of emotions to get out, maybe?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Oh, because we didn't understand what happened.
Yeah, it's like, where's Hen? Why
Yeah.
why is it playing in Hen's
I'm
not
cap
there?
build. What I need is a medkit.
Yeah, no. So the podcast,
Medic,
yeah.
yeah.
As I said, we had
Big
some
there.
fantastic
If you need.
conversation with pros, like in the hotel lobbies, like off camera, and I'm just thinking, how can I, you know, put them in an environment
that you
where
that threw the
they're comfortable
shot
enough to
bubble?
talk and give me, you know, the spicy details and everything that we really want to hear from them. So I gotta figure it out, like, because I definitely want to do it, but I think they're like too young and not enough.
Take
media
my
training
cookie,
to
take my
do
cookie.
proper podcast, because it's just gonna
Yeah,
get stale
you
and
can't, yeah, not
it's
yet.
just gonna be,
Listen,
you know.
can't.
So how you doing? Good. How's life?
Cooler box still here.
Good. It's gonna be like
Two
okay.
splash.
not much to work with, you know. It's a bit of a limited.
That was always one of my favorite. That was always probably one of my biggest strengths. Where
is it one
because I talked to a lot of the pros anyway. I'd always be able to get better interviews from them.
What else do you have
there?
then? 6
talking
flashes?
to me about a lot of the stuff, It's just it just happens to be a camera on, and even that will still make people.
Just trying to get back on the official broadcast. I'm joking. No, but it's true, and I agree, and I see too. When the players need somebody who they're comfortable with,
okay, we can wait. Just wait.
I think I'm gonna try to set up. I want to do a podcast at
Gold Prime, you need
at some way. If it's in a hotel lobby, whatever it is, I want to do it. And I want to figure out a way. Just set up some cams, make a little round table, get 8 to 10 pros, and I'm just gonna say recording.
Means you don't have the same RNG.
Just sit down and just talk. I'll get them talking.
Yours is
have some key topics, and get it rolling.
Stop the cap.
Arab once mentioned with every podcast episode, brand risk episode back in the days, we just start with them midway through conversation.
Honestly
kind of break the shyness you're talking about. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I agree.
100%.
I think many people implement that strategy. I guess you have the big podcasters who probably people have a lot of preparations going into them. I'm guessing if you go on Joe Rogan, you get maybe questions up front.
Well, even then, I know a lot of podcasts.
Okay, if we get predated here, we just double pump back.
They will almost be recording before they start recording. So they'll be doing a podcast before they actually even start recording. So at least they'll maybe talk for half an hour before in the podcast setting, but they're not recording yet. And then they'll be at a certain point they'll be okay, we're gonna actually start now and record.
Yeah.
And then by that point the person's already comfortable, they've warmed into things, and then we go.
Yeah. One day I want to start a football podcast. I can talk about that for hours. Me too, man. If you do a football podcast, you definitely have 2 guests here ready to jump on. How's it going with the... Are you still on the United stand? Or?
No, I left United stand a while ago.
I remember you said something about it.
Yeah. A lot of it was to do with just time, So you'd be doing a lot of shows you do a lot of 8 PM shows almost every other day and stuff like that. And at the time, what was happening was that's when all the Fortnite lands started coming back.
Right.
So FNCS, we were going to Copenhagen. There was
Ja pierdolę, ty zjebie jebany!
I just didn't have the time to be able to do it. And I literally just said to them, I was like, hey, I appreciate everything, but I just don't have as much time. And they always knew about all the esports stuff I do. So when I went into it, I told them, hey, my priority is Fortnite and esports and stuff. And they were always really supportive of that. They were like, yeah, it's pretty cool. So when I told them that I just didn't have enough time, they were like, yeah, fair enough. And then I saw the end of it.
Yeah. Did you watch the Sidemen charity match?
I did. It was brilliant, man. It was brilliant.
I love that
Speed
kid.
is a genius.
I love that kid, man.
Speed is genuinely I went and I did a talk at a school, and at the end of the talk, I did a Q&A with all the students, and one of the students asked me who do you think is in terms of content creators, who do you think is the most innovative, or who do you think has just been the best? Because I was during my talk I was bigging up KSI and some things he did along the way, and they were after KSI, who do you feel has really been a trailblazer in that regard? And I said to them, honestly, I think Speed, I think when you look at Speed, the impacts he's had, how massive he is. We've never seen anything like it, bro.
Unbelievable.
Do you know what really showed it to me as well? After the Sidemen match, after the charity match, everybody was taking pictures of Speed.
I tweeted about that.
Every single one. And some of these people are massive.
These people are massive, and they want to take pictures with the most clouted kid,
with
and that's
Speed.
It's it sends a signal throughout the world. And I get it. He's funny. He has charisma. Good looking. I love this kid, man. He's fantastic. I'm so happy. Whoever it was, he was playing Fortnite, and somebody's like, what team do you support? Cristiano Ronaldo, Sui. I think that started everything. And he's leaned so hard into the football thing.
So smart.
He's
so
such
he
a
used to just do
genius.
NBA 2K. Right?
Oh my god.
He was just a small, not small NBA 2K, but small NBA 2K in the context of the world. It's a small scene.
True.
And it was so smart to branch out into football because he captured a whole different audience that was even people like me, where at first I saw Speed and I literally was like, yeah, this is really not for me. This is giving me old school KSI vibes, but on crack. I'm not really too interested. But then he starts doing stuff about football, and I'm like, okay, this is kind of funny.
Okay, this is kind of funny.
And then I buy in.
Nah,
Yeah,
this kid, as Josh finally said, he's so clippable. Like, yeah, he is. Like,
Yeah,
there's
well.
always something's gonna happen that you can like extract 10-15 seconds and put it on TikTok. It's gonna go viral throughout the stream. There's just gonna be something.
Kurwa,
He's
jego
just he's a
ulubiony
genius,
ten.
absolute
Jak
genius.
po szkole wraca, to
And,
zawsze tam
and the songs he's putting
z
out,
kolegami.
they ain't half bad.
I ain't buying into the songs yet, but nah, I get you. I get you.
They ain't half bad. He's
He's
the king of virality right now. I think like just by the sheer force of the internet and TikTok as well. Like he doesn't even have to post himself. Like he will still like. Oh, this is also gonna route a lot of traffic into his YouTube channel because people are gonna find him on TikTok for somebody clipped him for something funny and people are gonna look him up. That's what I did.
Yeah.
I saw him on TikTok. Like I gotta look this kid up, and I followed him on YouTube. I saw the genius that he was, and it's just absolutely fantastic.
Trzymajcie się bezpiecznie,
Yeah, no, there's a
kurwa.
real power in that. It's true. I don't think I've ever like. I don't even know if I'm guessing he does have his own TikTok, but like I don't think I've ever seen a TikTok of him that was like from him.
No, me neither. Never.
TikToks of him, you know what I mean?
No, me neither.
So
never. That's
spreads like
true.
wildfire.
Yep,
Spreads like
absolutely.
wildfire. That's something I wish I took more advantage of because even me, like back in my day when I was doing my viewing party stuff, like I don't know how I had so much energy back then, right? And like that's why a lot of like in the community, a lot of clips that people see of me now are like back from those days. And I used to have a bunch of funny moments, and it's funny because the other day, one of my friends sent me like a meme page that had posted one of my old clips. You know the clip that like, Mum, did I ask?
Yeah.
And it had like a couple 100,000 views on TikTok, and obviously like I've not been added or tagged in because people don't even
They don't know
who he is.
exactly.
It's just
It's a
some random guy.
funny clip, you
but
know.
it's like the power that things like TikTok and that I have now, is crazy.
Yeah, it's
You can do
unbelievable.
so much of that.
Absolutely.
I wish I was doing them viewing parties back then when TikTok was really like in its peak. I could have been. I wouldn't have been speed, but yeah, I mean,
You
like, I
would
could
have been up
I
there.
could have
You
been a
would have
lot
been
bigger
up
than
there.
I am now. Who knows?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I think the Sideman charity match was super fun. It's kind of, and he just went after KSI from the get-go, 18 seconds in, and sliding tackle, trying to kill the man.
Yeah.
So and I love that, like, this thing that he's built up. So for everybody out there watching, you see the importance of personality. Like, it's right now, like
Look at Maurice said in the chat. We've got speed. 11 could have been height.
I could have been weight. Nah, that's.
I could have been weight as well, mate.
Bro, I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
I could have been weight as well, mate.
I'm still working on that one. So we're still here live from the Elite Cup at the Red Bull Gaming Sphere. There is about 40 minutes left, 25 minutes left of the official time. Then we have the final game that's going on. I'm gonna refresh the leaderboard just to see how it's going. Yeah, you're right. Prime Reno is loading. Oof, Nebs is in a shared first place. A fantastic day today. Then
Shout out to Nebsy, man.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Go over to Neb's POV while Kami is clutching solo here finally. Yep.
Boring as fuck, any minutes.
Then we have Kami and Setty are on 14th. I know Veno is pretty high up here as well, so we're going to check the
Jeszcze wpadłem na koło przypadkowo i on insta to zedytował i mnie zrzucił, kurwa, rozumiesz to? Ja
jump
pierdolę.
back to the one, the only Mr. Nebs.
Well, fuck then.
Wait, I can't see anything. I don't know how many people are left in the lobby. What is your thought on this entire Chrome thing? You going through the walls?
Oh, referee!
Go right and down?
Curious.
Like Chrome down here and then go right for the
We wait for one of these teams to go, then we go and just go on like 5 minutes.
Ah, that's a yellow. That's a clear yellow. That's a yellow. Who's the free kick taker in United now?
Well, it should be Bruno, but they let Ronaldo take it. Ronaldo's not on the pitch, so I'm guessing Bruno will be the one to take it. Sometimes Rashford takes it as well. But like, it should be Bruno, but when Ronaldo's on the pitch, he sometimes takes them, or he actually usually always takes them, and he shouldn't, because like, he's not like...
I know what you want to say. I know exactly what you want to say.
Ronaldo's like not a good free kick taker.
Yeah.
Even though it's like against popular, but obviously even me, like I've grown up, practicing the Ronaldo.
Right, we haven't we
like,
haven't.
But it's like when you actually look at the numbers, the ones the amount he takes versus how much he's actually scored, it's like not good. And obviously he scored one last season, which made people like go crazy and think, yeah, he should be taking them, but like. objectively, like Bruno is a better free kick taker, and you should take them. But hey.
Good thing we
What is the
fucking
one player
killed
that you
them,
missed the most in the United squad over?
Oh!
Was that an
What a save!
I gotta check this one.
Oh my
So
god,
that
was
was
top
Bruno.
corner.
He got on top of the rainbow.
Oh, it was sort of in the middle of the goal, but it was a good save.
That was a good save.
Very
good save. Very good save.
save. Bloody hell.
Very good save.
Who do I miss at United? Who would I want back?
I don't know if I wanted that.
If I could have any player back at
I
United,
think
who
it's
would
fine,
be
because
the
then
most
we
right
don't
now?
have to do anything and we just kill someone and moving. But I think we need search as well, though.
We need a couple different positions, so
Like
we
a
need
midfielder?
like yeah, so we could do with like a Scholes or a Carrick, right? Would very much help.
So like an
a Scholes
Fighting
would
on
be
the
really
hill.
good. We could
Skulls
do
is
with a
good.
striker, so we could do
I'm
like
better
a
than my
Van
code looking
Persie.
spray at that.
Like
Oh
prime
my
Van
God.
Persie back at United would be crazy.
that
you know, like,
was so beautiful to watch. Even as a City fan, like you just
Yeah.
gotta
If they die,
appreciate
we can get the
Persie and
loot.
his finesse and his style.
Confirm.
It's just
Yeah, I'm closing.
That's-
Be careful for this production below us. He's a
so
full
nah,
fucking
we could
idiot.
do with a lot of our old players, to be fair, at times. But
They're full fighting on that hill.
Were you when
Pardon,
Mourinho
maybe.
got sacked?
I'm done.
How was your
That's
opinion on
they
that?
finished
Like,
now.
it was
There's
a bit
extra
weird for
loot
me
on it. We
because,
can
like,
just pet
at
and
that
fight it.
point, I wanted him to.
Maybe.
I understand because Mourinho is like
Flying east.
probably like my personal
Just drop
favorite.
him.
Like,
Maybe
obviously
we
outside of
didn't-
Fergie, like,
maybe-
Mourinho is probably like my
Take
personal
it out there.
one of my
manager. You know,
absolutely.
like. And so
Rock
like,
chip
it
ladder.
was hard because I always wanted him at United. I remember when Fergie
On the right, yeah.
was
Back 20.
retiring. I remember saying
good,
to my
you're good,
friends
you're
at school,
Just
like,
hold
"You
your
should
walls.
get
I'll heal
Mourinho."
you. I'll heal you. Mini sir, mini sir.
And I would have been really young, but even back then, like I loved Mourinho. And I
many
was
guys
like, we
I
should
had
get Mourinho. So obviously when we got him, I was so happy.
I'm using all my
It was
mats,
almost
sir.
like a dream come true in a sense. It didn't work out, so it was
Flash
a
up.
bit sad, but at the same time,
Reload
at
your
the
guns.
point, I
Reload
was
your
like,
guns.
yeah.
I'll drop you my
it
last
probably
flash, last
should
flash.
Yeah,
happen.
it was a
The
tough.
football
Head, head, head.
yeah, everything was very toxic
Okay,
at the
come.
club. The football
Yeah.
wasn't great
Come here.
anymore. It was like it made sense. You know,
I went down
It
one
made
on
sense.
accident.
You did win the Europa
In my
League,
box. I'm
Yeah,
good.
you know, he
got
actually
second
he's the
from
last
him.
United
Good.
manager
We're
to
in
win a
zone.
trophy, right? So
though. Oh really?
yeah,
Down left, come.
We'll
Prit
see
it,
how
prit it.
Ten Hag fares.
Come.
yeah, I'm sure he'll do well. Ten Hag's
Come.
a top coach.
He is,
160.
he is. He's
No,
really
leave it, I'm on, I'm on.
likable.
Splash
I
us.
like him.
Just
I
needs to be
agreed
backed.
with one thing he said, and
Come to
I know he got some flack for it. Like he said the day that
You need to lead.
United
Errors do end.
I'm on.
That rattled
good.
some feathers. for
that
sure.
lead
did
us, lead
rattle
us,
some
lead us.
feathers,
That
it did,
rattled
but
some
you know
feathers.
that's just how it is. That's
No, we
life.
can say this there. No?
What he said is right. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
errors
definitely,
come
definitely,
to an end.
That's
like,
just how
errors
it is.
do come to an end.
I'm with you,
Yeah,
I'm with you.
they do.
I might be dead.
It is the
I'm good.
process.
If you have whites, I need.
HP here.
Okay. Chromed. Above us, fighting.
The thing I've seen
build,
though,
build,
like,
build.
just circle back to Fortnite a bit, like
Above, straight up.
Like, I remember. Ooh,
Nice. Splashes, take and use. Oh,
was all
no,
on
no
us.
splashes. No. We need to make hard. Replace.
the pros have
I've
become
8 builds.
very good at
Put
adapting.
it upright,
Come
come here.
better and better. you know?
Yeah, that's really
You ready?
I
smart.
remember
3, 2,
like
1.
in the beginning when we had the first boot camps, like the
No. Chill, my
got
bad.
complaints
Hold.
about everything.
Let's
like,
reload.
the table.
You need to
like,
stop,
I
you need to stop.
understand you have
Plays
your,
back.
how the way you
builds.
play.
On our layer.
Needs to be perfect.
Look down
I
there.
get that, and we
Spray.
fully try to support them on that level.
They
but,
can't have
like,
mats, bro.
when you show up to the World Cup stage,
Get a better
there's
peek,
like
maybe.
a pre-built desk and the chair. That's what you have to play
Yeah,
with.
it's really important though.
If it's snowing
Yeah.
on the pitch day,
You
playing
need to have
Champions
6
League
builds in your
finals,
mode.
you gotta
You
play,
be
man.
able to play,
You can't
yeah.
like, nah, it's snowing. I don't feel. It's cold. Like, yeah, shut it.
You
Go
have
play.
6
You know, it's
builds.
like
Looking for a kill?
too bad. Like you know,
Yeah,
go out there
yeah.
and put. It's 90 minutes.
Yeah, I'm
you know,
I can't eat a tick.
work
at
for
all.
it. Like it's just what it is. Being a competitor requires some
coming
sacrifice.
up.
Also, like in the in Fortnite as well. And I think like
I'm
the
with you.
players have become more and more adaptable. It's solid.
Hey, I
like,
dropped
and,
you. I dropped you.
Even after
4
like
builds. I have 0
2.5
builds now.
years of no launch during COVID.
Stay
so,
on me, maybe. Look behind you.
I think
Look,
the
look.
Copenhagen thing they did was a good like thing.
Correct
for the
him. Is it
scene,
solo?
kinda, you know,
It did. It
brought
was
back
such
a lot.
a good thing.
Then we had the DreamHack Summer, which was top
I knocked
8
him.
there. Pretty,
Bro, I was
pretty
1
solid
tick and
game
it was
from them.
taking it.
291, I think 281 points there for them. I'm gonna jump back to Setty and Kami. Who's the? Oof, we have actually Tayson here in another late game with Vaske here, with 30 people left and 2 kills for Tayson. Trying to clutch up that. The quality is so bad, bro. No, it is. I don't think it is. Reno 11, who are your top 3 favorite, most exciting players in the scene right now?
Interesting. I'd say one player I'm really excited about in terms of just seeing how they do moving forward would be Vico. He's been getting a lot of hype lately, I guess, because of, you know, God Mex and whatnot.
Yeah.
But just from like like speaking to him and obviously speaking to Jerky, right? Because obviously they're playing with each other now. I'm just really excited about Vico and like how his development goes.
Great player.
I think one of the big things when you're like a player like him who's coming through is once you've been putting in all the grind, putting in all the hard work, one of like the next steps is like getting into the sort of circles with the best players, because that's where you learn the valuable information, right? Like,
Absolutely.
A lot of people don't realize that like you could get, I don't want to say a scrub, but you could get a very average comp player and like instantly make them better by just putting them in the same friend group as like all the best pros.
True.
The information that they learn and they absorb is invaluable, and I think for Vico, now that he's finally more so getting in those sort of spheres, like he has the potential now to like explode if he's smart, which I think he's shown he can be over the past year. So Vico, I think, is a big one. Again, I've actually not watched much of him is like individual gameplay recently, but one person who I just really want to see him do well in the next year or so would be Marine. Obviously, he had all the problems with school. He was playing with Rifler, and there was some issues there, right, in terms of like the way that duo could work and whatnot. But you know, he's done with school now. You know, he's not playing with Rifler anymore.
Marine is a super smart kid, super smart player. He has all the potential in the world still. And he's a DreamHack champion, actually, the second DreamHack champion ever. So that's a crazy one.
And a random wildcard one in there. If anybody knows me, you know I like to boast about people I've played with. And so the one person who he's like, I don't know what tier he'd be considered. Maybe he'd be considered like tier 3, tier 4. But a player who I'm really impressed with. One of my old teammates, his name's Meza. He was on Arcadia. I don't know if he still is on Arcadia, but he's been like grinding for so the fact that I've played with him should let you know how long he's been grinding for. And he was always super talented, and like this year every couple of events I'd see him quite high in the leaderboard. I'd see him qualify for something, and so hopefully my guy Meza can start to get up there and I can start commentating over him.
That's
big
a
events.
solid top 3.
Yeah,
I mean, top 3 up.
Very talented. He's cracked. He's
that's Vico for sure. Like he has tons of potential. I agree on that. I think it's a great pickup by Wave. I think there is lots of interesting talents. Like I think, for example, Zandi, he has good potential. Good solid player. We got to see a bit of a glimpse of that during the MrSavage LAN. He showed up. I think it's also the first line the kid played. It's pretty good. I also agree with Josh finding like Tripper. And I think Tripper is coming more into fruition. You know, he was.
No, it's another teammate of mine, by the way.
when you look at like, you're sure you have Thomas, you know, on the other side, but he's shown himself, and also at MrSavage, you know. And okay, sure, I'll go to Savage PSV. Gonna jump over to Savage right now. Here we go.
You know what's funny with Trippin, right, is that Trippin now, especially like through a lot of like pink streams, like Trippin now is being known in terms of more of like his like character and his like personality. Of course, he's doing well in game as well, but like people are starting to really like him because they like know his personality more. And I always find it so fascinating because back when I used to play with Trippin, he was like the guy in the call that was like silent, like he didn't speak. Like obviously I was cool with him and like we played with each other, but like I didn't actually know much about him. Like he was just like Trippin is like the good guy. He's good, and yeah, you want to have him on your team. He's a good player, but like he never really spoke much. And I'm sad he didn't back then because like now I know him more now in recent years. It's like he's hilarious. Like he is so funny.
I was just memeing yesterday like he's become the Savage of Twitter because he's just firing shots left and right, and I love that. I love the spice I'm seeing on Flamelite. I think also maybe the third player I would put in. It's a bit of a tough one. Like this is also one of the things is the competitive scene has been the way it is. We haven't seen the same like uprising of many up and coming talents this year like as we maybe in the past. So it's a bit like different. Obviously there is a lot, but we haven't really having the opportunity to.
Yeah, have there been any crazy people to come up that like were nobodies last year? I don't think there has been, though.
No.
Unless maybe someone's just missing my mind completely. But like everyone that's had really good years this year are like they were all like doing pretty decent even last year as well.
Yeah, that's what I think as well. I mean, one can
maybe
argue
in NA there have been, but in EU I can't think of many.
True. I know we can argue for like maybe I don't know Malibuka, but still Malibuka has been around for a long time, and you know we have seen him contesting for quite a long time versus Benji Fishy, and he kind of got famous through that or infamous to an extent as well. So it's been, but he kept at it. And this year he's proven himself. Like in the beginning of the year, it was an absolute solo demon. He's had super consistent year, won the Gamers 8 and. Here we have Pink.
I always love the people like that, by the way. Like the people who come take a seat. The
Come
people who like.
Come join us. Here we have Pink. Look at this beautiful.
He's got the pink hair now as well. It's the branding.
You need to put on. Yeah, we can see you. You're right there. Up. Yeah, sure.
So you went what?
What do I hear?
You hear us. Hello, Pink.
Oh, hello.
Welcome to the
I can
stream.
just hear you if I take this off.
Yeah, but
you need to keep it because
the
the audience need to hear it.
I can just hear you if I take off the headset.
Yeah, me
mate.
too, bro.
How many views are you on?
I don't know.
We've been around 300.
Yeah, we're just keeping it. On YouTube. So we never streamed on YouTube. We're just keeping.
Actually, yeah. To be fair, if we're streaming on YouTube, that's quite good, actually.
You know what? Jacob is coming here tomorrow, and he's the one who has the fan base. He's the one who's streaming normally for us, and he gets like a few thousand on YouTube. He's
Does he stream on YouTube or Twitch?
Yeah, and actually Jacob swapped. He was on Twitch, but he swapped to YouTube, and
that's a dud. That's a dud.
I want to ask a question.
But it's always, why is it always mute the stream, brother? We're on the stream.
Oh, yeah,
if you can't say on the stream, we can.
Just let me note it down in my head.
Okay. Do you want to type it out so you don't forget?
Yeah.
Cool. Make a new note for you. Type it out here so you don't forget.
So smart, Levin. Just see. There you go.
Oni się full napierdalają.
Oh, okay.
I can hear Setty.
Yes, we can hear everybody. We can hear you too.
Hello, Setty.
Yeah, we hear you.
You
when
can't
you're
hear
like,
Setty. Can't hear. I know you're joking.
No do serwera, kurwa.
Yeah, this is the stream.
Okay, there we
We've been live for 3 hours now, quite a long time.
Chuj, nie wiem, rasa.
Yeah, you can see the chat. They're
Mamy
saying
tutaj
hello.
W or L hair?
mamy i dużą.
What do you think about Pink's hair? Give him a rating. I think it's pretty cool, to be honest. I think it's
Beczki
pretty fun.
duża.
Yeah, have fun.
Yeah, you're in game. Good luck.
See ya.
Good luck.
mate.
You got this. Easy.
U góry wszystko jest,
Pink
masz
is
mi.
popping off. Let me see. Okay, I just gotta fix a little thing here quickly.
Duża kolejna.
We've been playing well, man. I wish I was at this match.
It's good.
We were playing well. From every time I look down, at least, we
Biorę
were
za...
doing really good.
Proszę.
Let's see.
Biorę. Zostawiam 4 splashe
I
tu.
should have brought my charger, man. My phone.
Kolejna duża to jest, by the way.
I think there is a few in the house somewhere.
Leci typ NW.
Someone with one.
Yeah.
31, 21 white. Kurwa.
Ninja called. He wants his flow back. Oh, you're referring to Pink.
No.
No. all right.
Dobra, chyba mamy na bitwę.
All right. Oh, let's swap over to here for a second.
Okay, go. He's landing on you.
Can't land on me? I'm dead, maybe. I'm dead.
Okay,
Yeah, I
he's
think
going down.
everybody
He's
in
going
boot
down.
camp, most of the people
no one
in
in the
boot camp
air,
are doing
no one
good
down.
right now, which is good.
So I'm padding down.
Getting used a bit to playing
There's like 10 kids in the air.
their personal setups as a preparation for the FNCS Invitational, which is taking place in November this year. Looking forward to that one.
Yeah, no, the kids are going
It's
forward.
going to be the
the kids are going
biggest,
forward.
most stacked line
keeping it, I got
since Fortnite World Cup. It's going to be insane.
That's gonna be really fun,
It's
man.
going to be good. Like the I wish you were there. Not gonna lie, like
Hey, I wish I was there. Too.
you not just for the casting. It's more
But
like
just
for
like to be there.
to
yeah,
be
for
there,
sure.
like with the
honestly, that's been my favorite part of this
Me
whole
too.
year. Just
Me
like
too.
spending time with like
That's what I'm
players
saying.
in lounges and having fun, going out to eat, and all these moments are like the ones that stick out to me the most. So
that's the moments that we remember, and I feel like that's a good thing about Fortnite. Like kind of everybody's like it's like a big friend group to an extent. Like even though people, you have people like from different countries, maybe stick to themselves, but in general you have lots of pros, who vibe together, and once you get them together to launch an event, it's just that is definitely my favorite moments too. Gotta agree on that one. Yeah, there is a lot of events for sure. Damn, Jerky and Vico really did split.
Buddy, I'm getting the buddy.
Oh, Vico and Jerky have split?
oh, actually,
I didn't know either.
I didn't know that.
Who does Vico play with now then?
I'm up.
But Vico is going to the World Cup though. I'm
Just going to what leaked? Is that a leak from Renault? Vico's going to the World Cup. World Cup confirmed. Oh my goodness. World Cup confirmed.
the FNCS Invitational.
Wow.
Yeah, the FNCS Invitational is happening, so that's where I think he's going. He got like top 6. I can't remember the top 6 in the Epic XBL meeting leaked. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
150 and 150 and 1.
Vino is going relentless here in the late game.
right there.
We're gonna show the leaderboard after this one. I'm gonna wait for this game to
I got
wrap
bumped,
up and
I'm
give it a
going
few
up.
minutes
Oh my
to
God, there's no way.
refresh,
I
and
have
then we're
a
gonna
good
check it out and see how it
Do
is.
you have any whites?
No.
I have 130.
That game looks spicy over there.
Mate. I wish I was there, bro.
Oh, yeah.
And I could have been
20
there.
second out. South, south, down, south, down, south.
Do you often go
Goes
to
back.
the United games?
Yeah, I go to every
Watch out for
game.
padders.
I've never been to City game in my life.
Bro,
Do it
you've
right
got
now.
to go to a City game, bro. You've got to.
I'm definitely gonna go one time. Like I just, you know,
Right,
it's been
come on.
lived in Norway and Poland. Like it's been.
Respectfully, I think you could probably get tickets, right? It's probably not too hard to get tickets.
No, I think I can. I think I can. I know a few people. You know, I know a guy or two. It's like I definitely I wouldn't even mind, you know, to watch like just, you know, them play, I don't know, Crystal Palace or Fulham, whatever. I don't really care. Like just a prem game would be fun, and we'll see.
I want to start doing. I myself want to start going to more games of teams that even I don't support.
Yeah.
You know, because like it's just great. You just get that
190.
experience, different vibes.
There's
and
no
and
fucking
different-
way! 99
There is a fantastic TikTok account. I don't know if you must have seen it. It's called the padded.
Yeah, a padded seat.
The padded
Such a
seat.
good- such
My
a good
favorite
content.
TikTok. The first time I saw it, I was like, this is a genius idea. I just wanted, you know, I just want to see how all the clubs have, you know, their stuff. And now he's getting invited all over the world.
Gets
This guy.
invited to so many
That's
places.
a fantastic way to live your life.
Yeah, for sure.
Because all the clubs want him to
Literally all
come,
the
so they can
clubs-
show their
exactly,
VIP
exactly.
and everything, you know.
Just the promo potential that's there.
Yeah.
It's
That's a good TikTok account. So what's like your plan for TikTok? Like, how do you wanna what are you gonna think like you wanna focus on?
So my plan for TikTok genuinely is literally just to keep growing it, because so for people, I'm sure a lot of people know, but like YouTube are doing their like the including shorts more in sort of the partnership program, right? So you're gonna be able to make a lot more money from shorts content.
Yeah.
And so realistically, one, you want to just be big on shorts and grow on shorts, because then you can make money, like good money off of it. But then also, what a lot of people think, which makes sense, is that YouTube Shorts' thing is going to be so successful that it's going to pressure and force TikTok to basically copy it.
Absolutely.
And so if TikTok copy it, then you'll also be able to make good money off
Yeah,
TikTok.
it's gonna
And
be.
so
Yeah, I mean that rivalry is just good for us,
it's
you know,
literally-
as
the rivalry
creators.
is
Like
so
it's
good for us.
it's healthy. Like I know TikTok, the creator fund they've set up or the system, like it's just getting better and better as well.
Like,
You
even
know?
the creator fund's a bit stink. Like you don't make much money off of
No,
it.
no, you don't. You don't. Not yet, but it's small.
Should I tell you how much money I made off of a video?
Możemy przebiec na tą górkę,
got
jak
me
chcesz,
curious.
chyba że chcesz
So I had a video that
Nie opłaca się.
2.3 million views.
Right?
And I'll check how much I made. So on the first day, because it does it like daily, right? So on the first day, it hit about 1.2 million views
This is on TikTok.
on TikTok.
Right.
So for 1.2 million views, I made
Dobrze.
£30.
Leci ktoś.
I made £30 for 1.2 million views in a day, and obviously I've got more. Like in total now, it has 2.3 million, but like just that one day where it got, so I can only see. Obviously, if I add up more in total, it's probably made like it's made a lot more in total. But even then, it's not more than 50 quid probably. Like it's
Idę się.
Nie mogę się ruszyć, kurwa!
Idę się, jestem tam.
Okay, so that like
that has to change.
that has to change. Like
Has to
that's
change.
how I'm wondering like how they're gonna create, because I guess it's like pre-rolls and stuff, you know, like and because short form content is so different than long form content, so it's like the strategies they're gonna have to implement, you know, without making it like too spammy and annoying for the user. Like they have to find a way, you know, to keep the ad flow going and to make it good. This is almost. I think this is gonna be the last game for. Yeah, somebody said. Meanwhile, the Twitch YouTube rivalry went the other way, where YouTube gets better, Twitch reduces spam. Yeah.
Literally, yeah.
There has been a lot of people dipping off Twitch lately. Not gonna lie, like we're streaming on YouTube ourselves, and we've debated a long time if we make a Twitch channel, and like as time has gone on, you know, we're kind of just decided not to set up a Twitch for now. Like we might in the future, I don't know, but the thing that actually interests me the most right now is the possibilities like of the short form content and multi-streaming. I think because the audience, like usually if you think about it, like the overlap of audience, I think the audiences on TikTok and the YouTube don't overlap too much.
They don't.
So
As
you can
much
have,
as people would think they don't.
I don't think they do. I think like you can have a healthy stream on TikTok and on YouTube at the same time, for example. But on Twitch and YouTube, I don't think so, because that's like a completely different like community-based things. Like
even then though, like across all platforms, like, you'd be surprised that there's not as much of an overlap as people think.
It's not.
Which is why it's very valuable to just like put the same content
exactly.
on multiple platforms.
There's probably people who know like Levin just from TikTok. Like they have probably no idea like what they just follow you on TikTok and they just don't know like the big picture. So yeah, we're definitely switching player POVs. We're just looking at whatever brings most action, just trying to keep yeah, no worries. Trying to keep it spicy and interesting here for you. We have a bunch of players here, so we're just going to get a little through. If you just joined us, welcome. We are here at the Red Bull Gaming Sphere, live with Become Legends at the Wolfie's Den. We have quite a lot of players here with us. We have Nebs, Setty, Savage, Tayson, Tripper, and Matek is here as a content creator. We also have Head, Pink, Wolfies, and the one and only Veno, who has joined us and has been a part of this since the beginning. We've been here for 3 days now. This is our 3rd day at the Sphere. Lots of fun. We put out the first vlog today, so check it out on the Become Legends channel if you haven't seen it yet. Look forward to seeing how that one does. This is the first time we actually do make a video and just put up a stream right after, so we don't know if it's going to impact the video, so we have a bit of a learning curve there as well. Right now I'm here with the Setty and Kami POV. Have a look at how they're doing. It's like 34 people left in the lobby, 0 kills so far. They're looking quite healthy here on mats. Items, yeah, as he said, 4.5. Looking pretty good for Setty. Let's have a look at Kami. Yeah, it's looking like a solid game for them. I hope they can get like a top placement, because going into day 2 with as many points as you can is definitely important, because you want to get that top 50 so you can qualify for Saturday finals. And here we have the one, the only Kinch Analytics back on the big stage, as they call it.
Nice.
This is the biggest stage of all.
This is the biggest stage of all, indeed. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How was the break? Was it good?
Yeah, all good.
Perfect.
Just helping out a few people.
Yeah.
Getting towards the end of their rounds.
Yeah, I'm so happy you guys are joining us. We really like our plan was to bring Jacob here from Tuesday, and he was supposed to do all the streams because he's that guy, he's the entertainer, and we were and then when Jacob he had some obligations in Warsaw and he couldn't come here for the 2 first days, we're like, oh shit, we got to do an stream for 2 days. Me and Rafael, like, what are we gonna talk about? What are the topics we're gonna say? Like, I haven't streamed in a long time, like, and I definitely can't professionally commentate for it. Like, I mean, I know the game, but I just don't have the technical analysis to give like a valuable insight to the viewers. So I was like, you know what? Let's just entertain. Hopefully, we're gonna get some guests in the U11 show. That's fantastic. So thank you guys so much for joining us this one. The Omid from Red Bull is right across the. He will be handling all the financials regarding the Sphere. So yeah, we're still looking pretty damn good here.
Idę do góry? No. Jestem rezable, by the way.
Curse of the commentator. We get a big. He's fighting this one. He gets a knock on one. Can he get the finish? Looking a bit shit here. These two can reload that. There we go.
Splashes.
Can he does have 10 splashes. He's quite healthy on the mats as well. He just get in here right now. Avoid that. Drop down a bit. That's what I was thinking. He gets out and he manages to use some of the splashes. He still has 1 pad left as well. 26 people left in the lobby. Yeah, Rice, if you want to become a guest on the raid, bro, you are so welcome. All of you guys, we would love to have you whenever you want to come. Like, the more you can take off mine and Raphael's shoulder, the better, because we're not these guys. I mean, we love it. We love being here, and I appreciate everybody who's tuned in and joined us. But to keep people entertained, like, it just made me realize this time how hard it is actually to be a caster in this stream. It's demanding. It takes a toll on you. I had a spinning class today too as well, so I'm like, My legs are just saying, you
Nie
know,
mogę sobie to, mam takie lagi. No ja pierdolę, no.
gets this
Kurwa, nie da tego grać, no.
top 15, 91 points still.
Okay.
Still think they're in a good position. Gonna be checking the leaderboards. Are you guys going to finals on Saturday?
You
Yeah,
did
we
headshots,
definitely
man.
are. We definitely are. That's gonna be, you know, the big thing of this entire the hub stream that we're doing here at the Red Bull Gaming Sphere. We definitely want to do POV of the finals. Hopefully we're gonna have multiple people qualify. It's looking good for quite a few of them. Nebs and them are in healthy position right now. Actually, jump over there. Hellfire is kind of just vibing here in the zone, waiting it out. They got 4 kills though, so or actually no, they have more. They have 5, I think. Quite a lot of points. I'm actually gonna check the leaderboard. We can hear Kami in Pink's POV. I believe you can. Kami, he can be loud. We know.
Elix, right? Send me some
Let's have a look here at Tripern. Not much going on. Everybody's in relatively early game. We do have
from them. 178. That is.
Yeah, quite tough. Bit uncharacteristic from Tripern and Thomas, but we'll see. They might, you know, we've seen it like in the other elite finals. I mean, in the semis, if we can call it that. Like people who've had like a fantastic day 1, drop off in day 2, and vice versa. So it's been.
Straight in that. Straight to Inu.
I think 2 weeks ago they got 120. Like 120
yes,
points.
true. Yep.
And then they qualified pretty easily, like in 20 seconds.
Yep.
With like 500 or something ridiculous. So
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean 170. They're well within range for day 2 if they have a good one.
Yep. Jump over here to Nebs and Hellfire for a sec. Hellfire clutching it up here in a late game, trying to get those very vital placement points.
There's no fucking way the second I go for it.
Yeah, somebody said that Hellfire sounds like stock. Indeed, it does. He might be in a wind tunnel somewhere playing from Denmark, you know. Denmark full of those tunnels.
One good.
Oof. Not much going on with other games. We have the POV from all the players, but unfortunately Savage is not playing anymore. They finished their 10 games. Same for Tayson, it seems. Setty and Kami, I guess, are just waiting. No, they're not waiting because it is past 9, so there is no final game for them. They are wrapped up for the day, so we just have the Nebs POV, Pink POV, and Vino POV for the final game. So we're gonna let you know how that goes. Meanwhile, I'm just gonna refresh the leaderboard just to see. We have Nebs and Hellfire in 4th place, just putting the POV from the people at the boot camp. Then we have Setty and Kami in 22nd with 267 points right now. We have Vino is 9th with 300 points. We have let's see if we have Anas here, also 15th. Yeah, we have 4 players in the top 20 right now at the boot camp, so that's pretty damn good. Unfortunately, it's gonna be no more points for Setty, and then I guess it's gonna drop down to about like 50th place or something maybe. After all the games, 40th, 50th, I don't know. So they have a chance still on day 2 if they can have some good games. See, they've been a bit, they have a good consistency today. Pretty weak games overall. Uncharacteristic for them. But yeah, it's kind of hard now getting conflict spawn. We have more to work with.
It's getting harder and harder each week to stay consistent as well.
Oh,
just with the number of teams entering, like every session.
I imagine he went out that winter.
That's the thing. How long is this gonna? Is this 6 weeks, 7 weeks? 7 weeks, yeah.
Probably still right on it.
Yeah, so like top 50 in the first session, there were only 200 teams.
Right.
Now there's like 350 playing today or something? 330 probably?
353 teams.
I was wrong.
Okay.
Yep.
So top 50 is almost twice as hard as it was.
And this is week 4, I think? Yeah. Ooh, so it's gonna be like almost 500 players. Yeah, at the end. Okay, this is gonna be a busy one. Hellfire is still alive here, getting that good zone.
Mate, I
still
need
has
2
3
tags
pads
to
here,
purple,
2
bro.
in the inventory, 1 on the
Give
ground.
me my purple Evo,
Han,
man.
you're welcome to come and join us on the stream. Give us some of that Fortnite insight. You can tell us how your day went. Here we have Henrik McLean joining us.
It went absolutely shit. I was closed by Vortex. Okay. I just
Ooh, shots fired straight
by
from
seven, you're right.
Hannah just as they sit down.
That's good.
Yeah, somewhere over there.
It's fine,
Yeah, a little bit down now,
Yeah.
down to the left.
I don't know, it's like mid-ish endgame. It's like
Get ready to
always
pad.
like in that 50-50-ish 4th zone.
You don't want to scuff yourself
Getting
for
pushed
one
or
card.
running out of resources or what?
I don't even remember because like it's that useless to me because I didn't do anything wrong in that. It's just gone from my
not
brain
getting that
already.
All good.
Chilling.
What's working at SDO
Don't want to be low ground.
then?
Should go up too.
Yeah, true.
Hellfire is still alive here somehow. And
Mate,
Curse of the
I'm
Commentator.
watching so many
78 here,
adverts on
jumps
this
in like a
laptop.
maniac.
What is going on?
Diffy, mate. Dead!
Dead! Your laptop.
What the fuck?
What are you watching?
More
Oh. I'm just seeing some advert. I thought it was Twitch or something.
No, we're watching the...
It's Amazon ads.
Yep. Yep.
Did you finish that Arsenal v... The Arsenal video?
Documentary?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
So
fantastic. Kinda, you know... I heard somebody tweeted something like... there was a lot of like people talking about like how good it was, and one Arsenal fan commented, "Is that why people are giving us less shit right now? Because of the documentary, because Arteta is like charismatic, you know, and you kind of feel a bit more with the team." Yeah, that was actually pretty good. I loved seeing Arteta in his role, because I've seen Arteta a lot like behind Pep for a long time, so now seeing him, you know, his manager style, you can see he's like a mini Pep in some ways, but he also has his own flow and all the crazy stuff that he does, bringing the light bulbs and the ideas and the way he communicates and talks. It's like he's like a very creative person. I love it. And Arsenal this year, whew, they just don't want to drop those points, do they? They're not dropping like
Is Arsenal doing good this
they're
season?
first place right now in Premier League. They lost one game, and that is to 11's big Man United. The only game they lost.
When was the
Cristiano
last time they
Ronaldo.
won the league?
What? 1930. No, I'm joking.
Was it the unbeaten season?
19 like 70s.
Like 04 unbeaten season or something, wasn't it?
Invincibles?
Yeah. Like they haven't won in recent times.
It's been a long time, but
Yeah.
this year they're looking lethal actually. I like people.
Is Arteta still the...
Yes, of course. People are saying like the thing, like when they got Gabriel Jesus, like me as a City fan, I knew how crazy this kid was, but we're just seeing him come into his form now in Arsenal. He's great, like he's absolutely fantastic, and they have such a young, they're a young squad, man. This is a young team, man. Whatever, if this team just gets Champions League spot, like bro, that is fantastic achievement for them. Like I think they should just keep at it. Love to watch it. We have still Vino here and Pink, who is alive, and then we also have Tripper.
Vi er helt inde. Vi er langt
He's
inde.
still alive. Just 188 points for them.
Jeg tror ikke, om der sidder nogen.
Yeah, it's true. You can use it to translate
Vi er inde her.
into esports coaching. Yeah,
Hvordan vil spille?
Jeg kan spille den, Jesper.
that's the thing that's been with esports in general. There's been lots of, you know, crossover of philosophy and mentalities, and performance coaches also has, you know, been they're going back to forth. Yeah, I don't know honestly. They're looking good to me. It's not like they're like barely winning as well. I think
Jeg har stadig 2 pas for det. Vi har bare ikke så meget healing.
I think we gotta give them respect this year. There's just not much to say about it. Like,
Men Vintunnel, er den på os?
we'll see after Christmas, but for now, like I can't see them dropping that first place. They've played some of the big teams already. They've been solid and yeah, but they have some tough games
Nej,
ahead.
vi kommer til at flyve samtidig med dem. Men jeg tror ikke, de kommer til at blive
This is the last game. We're here with Tripper, who's at 190 points. We have Pink, who is on the smallest UI I've seen. And Vino with even smaller UI actually. How can he read or see anything with that? There is just no way. This is gonna definitely damage his eyesight. I think this is what would ruin my eyesight. I used to have like my icons so small on my desktop because I like to have it like really tidy and neat.
Okay.
When I started playing World of Warcraft, I had the same, so I made like my interface like super small, and I was always like, you know, just had to get in here to read it, and over the years it just catches up with you at some point.
Maybe he doesn't want to see his points in the game.
Maybe, but they are healthy. 300 points after the last game, but I think they have way more now, so they're in a good spot. Definitely.
Du kan bruge den her,
Ja, vi fatter herude bagved. Er du
Almost
klar?
need a big
Ja,
game
bagud,
here to
bagud.
get
den her.
better
Få den her.
position going
Der er en,
into
der
the second
passer
day
ud.
on
De
Friday.
fatter under. Jeg lander her, jeg lander her.
Looking forward to Pink because he took a big shot here.
He's above, he's above.
See if Queasy
I need minis, Anas.
drop spot for rotation.
I did not see that.
I did. You know
Vi er så højt op,
the,
var
the
det.
split
Hvad
that
siger
Aqua
så, man?
went
Jeg giver mig
to
lidt quick.
in Saudi?
Vi kan pat her.
Yeah,
It's there.
that's there.
Hallo, fedt.
So now they have a boat and a vault.
Hej, hopper ned.
But
Det er ikke hej, eller
They
hvad?
can get that whole
Kan vi pat på et sted
I
her?
mean, they can't get that. They can't get that whole
Ja, jeg
split.
patter på den boks. Jeg patter på den
Not
boks.
because they can't
Er du klar, det bliver
contest
low,
it.
det bliver low.
It's the fact that it's gonna be removed by the time of
Jeg kan ikke, jeg kan ikke.
Nej.
Jeg lander på det ud
Jeg
her.
lander på dem. Jeg er
Ja.
bevokset.
Jeg skiller.
I think is the
Ja,
best
jeg er inde
POI
ved siden af dig,
right
inde
now.
ved siden af dig.
Like what you say is like the
Jeg skal lige på min mini. Husk, jeg er ikke lavet patch, jeg er ikke lavet patch.
the strongest POI in the game right now.
Ja, vi giver 0-5.
Kondo.
Er du klar, vi kan løbe her? Ser du mig? Jeg slider.
Reason,
Jeg går ind ned her.
Tayson,
Ser du mig?
Malibuka.
It's gonna be a party over there.
That's
gonna be-
head and Vortex.
Jeg er 100 hård.
Oh,
Fuck it.
Okay, but.
yeah, nothing to
Tag der.
lose. Are you hyped for the invitational?
Vi er
Jeg
her.
er 360 foot.
No.
Ser du på højre side?
I don't know.
Der er Woody til højre for jer, ser du det nu?
It's so,
Yes,
easy,
let
it's
them
so, it's so
contest.
easy to contest the place that I'm going.
Let
Like,
them
or like, it's
Ser
so
du det
easy
Woody
to
derhen
like
syd, Thomas?
kill
Ser du det?
people.
Er du klar? Åbn bilen.
I'm not really worried, I can't lie.
It's just gonna create more hype for you, like especially if you destroy them off spawn, you're just
Ja, tag
gonna
noget metal.
Get
Gå
surged.
langt.
not only
Er du
surge,
klar?
you're gonna get
Jeg er gået her.
Ja.
Jeg løber.
winning off spawn on big
Ikke
lances.
dit under, ikke dit under. Chill.
Makes legends, so
Det er det.
just go for it. No
Kig opad,
fear.
kig opad. Lidt.
Er det de der?
Here we last game.
Jeg skyder mod på
Elite
skyd mod her.
Cup of day one.
Okay.
De har ikke match op, de har ikke match.
At the Red
Er
Bull
du
Gaming
sikker?
here in London.
Det ligner,
BL
de
and
struggler
friends
med
at
match i hvert fald.
Wolfie's Den.
Jeg har 400 match, jeg er lidt fremme.
Fantastic day with a great day.
Ja,
We're a bit,
400.
I have to admit, I'm a bit fatigued today.
Vi
Like
skal have et eller andet i hvert fald.
I'm really tired.
super tired, but,
just
but
fell
the
ned under.
spinning class actually like
Kig herunder.
I don't cycle that much. Let me just put it like that. And
Hundrede
today's
også.
was just not just a
110.
cycling
Nej.
session.
Få
It was
det.
cycling,
Få det.
techno,
Ja,
ja,
music,
ja.
rave, dancing,
Bag mig.
push-ups while cycling.
Han er bagved, jeg
Have
tror.
you done
De
spinning?
er over skoven her.
Han er over.
This was intense. Me and Han were on fire though.
You
My
know-
throat hurts, not because of
Top 8
any
lige nu.
disease, but because we sang our lungs out during these
That's what I'm
songs.
thinking. But like, honestly,
Harpunet ned
I
en
feel
solo.
I think that was Thomas HD in the background.
That was indeed.
That's how you know
Good builds.
something's happening.
He's getting some points. There's a 224 right now. If he can get this kill, he needs so
6 builds.
badly. 40
2
health.
builds.
Bless you so much. Cheers.
Father.
Ooh, 6th place. That's a good game.
How much
to
points did it end on?
They are on I think 236.
Hvordan dør vi?
226.
Altså, vi havde lige alt.
226. Can jump over to. Yeah, not great. That's something to
Everyone's
work
into
with.
about it.
Mine's even worse. 150.
It's gonna be
But that's only 350. We need
23.
350 points. That's like 3 wins and then 1 more decent game.
You have Kinch Analytics right
He
next
would
to
have
you.
swam
so,
down. He would have swam down.
Kinch,
Just
how,
get this go. Get this go.
like,
Mustache.
what's the percentage of chance that I could do
He's
that?
going to edit, sir.
5. That's my analytics.
Well, today, like,
Yeah,
how many
man.
teams are
If
gonna get
Vortex
350
plays like he did
plus?
today, then that's 5.
What do you say, Kinch?
No.
Teams are gonna get
Yes.
350 today.
yes.
I'm
No,
guessing like.
Yes. No. Yeah. Sniper
Gonna
bullets.
see these guys are in the game. These
Wait,
guys
how much
are in
points
the
is
game.
for Cole?
these are in the game. Yeah, at least 5.
Okay.
At least 5 and 350.
If you only
bro.
knew Kinch Analytics.
There was 190 last time, and now there's more teams in Elite.
Actually,
Yeah. Yeah.
does
So
that
we
mean the
got
points are
run
going to be higher?
Insta to the brick here.
No, but the weirdest thing was, I swear Elite had 4, like,
You
it was
can
4
chill.
points
You hold
per
it,
kill.
right
and they
six.
changed it, like, after the second
If
week.
it pulls far.
Yeah, yeah.
If it pulls like south
Now,
or
now it's
on
shambles.
us, don't do it.
Okay.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday.
It's like
Yep.
if you die in late game at like 15th place, you waste a full game.
You good?
Straps.
Yeah.
You got a big pot?
But I think by
No,
the end
right?
of the season, when there's like 550 teams,
We should run. We should run.
it's gonna get a little bit easy for some of the best teams to get wins.
Yeah.
So it's kind of good for future proofing for Elite. But really, they just shouldn't have that many teams in Elite. So.
No way, Ray. Remember how I was talking about how like TikTok would be forced to do something because YouTube's partnership program. They just announced that they're launching TikTok Pulse, which is basically like the same thing as YouTube's partner program.
There we go. There we go. Getting some news here from Levin on the TikTok partnership program. Interesting. Interesting. Gonna have to look into that after the stream. That's definitely interesting. Whew.
Ads placed on your videos
Okay.
have to have at least 100k followers.
We have 180.
I gotta start grinding.
You got it. Don't worry. Just keep at it. Oh, that's the TikTok. All you need like a few viral videos and you're gonna get the fans. It's not. It's easier than other platforms for sure.
So Instagram revenue coming next, is it? Instagram Reels.
Like I would hope. I this would be good. Like Instagram is in a bit of a tough spot. Like, I think the problem with Instagram is like they try to be too much. Like, I think that's the problem with some platforms when they try to be everything, because you are not everything. There's one reason why 90% of the audience uses you. I'm not gonna start reading, you know, news on Instagram. I'm just saying that as an example. Like, I'm not gonna, you know, change my habits just because you implemented it into your platform. So if I think Instagram kept real to what it was. I do like Reels though. I do like Reels because I feel Reels is, it feels like a bit, because maybe I follow good creators. I follow like lots of people who are like videographers, cinematographers, and photographers. So the content seems like higher quality overall.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean. So it's like it feels like a bit more premium than TikTok overall. While TikTok is like more just purely creator based, like straight out of, it's like raw, uncut, or like just direct. So it's like a bit different again. So and I see also there is good content on Reels.
I do. I recently did start like scrolling through there like quite often.
See? Yeah, me too. I started more and more. But the only platform I'm still not using is actually YouTube Shorts. Right?
I'm landing a bit back here. Like here. Okay. Okay, I'll meet you. And then we'll
Right.
pad.
Yeah, I think short form content is definitely part of the future.
I got hit.
Get used to it and set that as
I'm popping a
standard.
big. We'll chilly once,
Next
find a place to
generation's gonna
pad.
go back to watch
You have a pad or no?
videos. Like,
Yeah, you lead this then. I'm chilling once.
yeah,
Do it now.
You actually
yeah, I mean, you
Do it,
kind of forced to it. It's
starting now, by the way.
I'm one. I'll have to meet you front, bro.
Here we go.
I quite like
We're wrapping up the stream now.
having a choice, like, I can, if I want to watch a good quality longer video, I can go to YouTube. If I just want to look at some nice pictures,
Dead.
I can go to Instagram.
Yeah.
Now it's like whatever platform
Just
I
lead,
go on,
lead,
I'm
lead.
being pushed with the same
This is what I
20-second
mean. It's like,
videos.
yeah, true. It's a
I
bit
gotta
like,
make-
you know,
I gotta stop, bro.
somebody
Keep
said,
flashing.
Reno, if you wake up
I
tomorrow
got
with $1
pad.
billion investment from an oil prince asking you to expand into other esports, what's the first title BL is expanding into?
I'm good at
I
two
already
now.
have the answer
Slide in.
for that.
Going one up.
No, actually not. I think the
I
first
only
title,
would
like,
now. Only would now.
if I could do whatever I want,
I have another
because
pad,
money
another
is
pad.
just not the factor,
can
because
no
to
pad,
get
what do you
into
think
some of
about
the games, you need this stabilities, like to get
Double
into these
flip,
franchises and stuff. Yeah.
We have mats to take height.
I was just about to say
The
that.
second game is
Then we'll
Valorant. So
then-
Riot, if you're watching,
Okay,
I'm Reno. Fun
Okay,
reveal.
look
Yeah,
at
yeah, I think like League and
No,
Valorant.
they're
I
not,
love
they're
the
not.
games. I think they have
Okay, okay.
massive potential. I see what Riot is doing. I'm just gonna say it straight out. I fuck with it. Like, it's just,
What's
you
it
know, I
connected
think
to?
they're gonna
Us, maybe?
destroy the competition over the next 10 years. If other people don't step
Oh
it up.
my god,
Like,
that's so
look,
unlucky.
they're creating
Can we go run
K-pop
ahead?
stars, bro. They're creating next level content. Look at
Come.
Arcane on Netflix.
We're gonna go down.
Top show in 34 countries when it launched. People watching
I need
this
you to hold
who
rules
never
now.
played a single
I'm
game of
right
League
side
of Legends just
and
because
like
it's
3 layers
the
up.
quality, the
I've good
characters, the
lead.
storyline is just so
Okay.
fantastic.
Let's make
Like,
a hard box. Come here.
we were sucked into Arcane when it
Look
came
down
out.
now.
It was during
Come,
the
come, come.
FNCS. 1-0 United
30.
Tottenham. I'm guessing by Levin's reaction here in the background.
How many
Fred!
mats you got? I have 20 build. Put it.
I keep, yeah. Good,
me.
good for Levin.
You know what I'm thinking?
Yep.
Dead.
I feel kind of depressed right now. You know, cheer me up.
Chill. I brought the body
I'm
back.
gonna go to a steakhouse after this.
Yeah.
At
Oh my God.
9:30, you're gonna find a steakhouse.
On God.
If you do
400
find
quid,
one,
by
do
the
let
way.
me know, because I will definitely accompany you on that one.
You wanna go?
Man,
Mate, there's plenty.
0.
you don't have
Top
to
eight.
ask me. Of course I'm
Trust
gonna
me,
go to
guys,
the
he loves
steakhouse.
steakhouse.
Of course I'm gonna go to steakhouse. Yeah, bro. You know what? I see somebody saying BL Valorant
Nice.
sound
Mats,
crazy.
Mats, go get
Crazy
it.
is
You need it.
really good. Like,
Nice.
spoke a bit with the
Siphon.
Elix about it, and I asked like, how good do you feel like Crazy
can
is,
eat
and he
2
said
ticks
like
before
Crazy has
you're dead.
potential. Crazy is
Unlucky,
the
bro.
Fortnite player.
Bro,
He
when
was
you
the
come that
player,
you
he's
got
now
dropped down, I
killing
just
it
got
in
killed from
Valorant,
behind,
man.
and I just got a refresh. I had
Haven't
400
seen
with
that logo
everything.
in a
It was
while.
so cancer.
No, it looks cool. It looks cool.
Is
That's
it 11s?
Gareth Bale's.
Gareth Bale's
team.
org, yeah.
Yeah. That's a while I've seen that. Yeah.
Does Bale even play football anymore?
Yes. He
Where-
does. He plays
what-
MLS. Yeah.
Is MLS in America?
Yep.
Where,
That's
where all the washed football players go.
bro. David Beckham played in MLS. No. MLS has been somebody has been joked to refer to as the retirement league, but I think
Yeah,
like,
it
I
kind
think,
of is though.
But
It
but,
is.
but I was about. It is growing massively,
Yeah.
man. The numbers are like
Yeah, because all the good players,
Americans
all the good players
I've
went
heard
to it.
Americans say football instead of soccer lately, and that means something is happening. Like,
Oh,
that's gonna grow
gonna be
a
crazy.
lot of fans, bro. They have. Think about this in America. They have fantastic facilities. The stadiums are next level. They have the infrastructure. They have the money. There is no like. They have the tradition of sports. Like they have everything. It just cannot. Like I don't see it failing.
wait, real question though.
Yeah.
Who do you like the most in the American football, like,
Of the teams,
of the teams?
probably Orlando. I would say.
No. I mean, who? Which player?
What player?
Who's
right
retired
now,
from Europe?
Ooh, first place for Vino last game here. That was crazy.
Who's
He's gonna
retired
give
from
a
Europe?
wide shot here. Look at them. Oh, isn't this is what is beautiful about bringing everybody to a LAN. You see them gathered like this around the hero who is the one, the only Harry, also known as Venno.
The rat.
Venno.
Venno or Vine.
Venno. I don't call him that. He's just Venno to me. I love Venno. I love
I've
Venno.
known him as the rat for I think like 3 years now.
422 Kinch. They have to fuck up massively not to qualify. Like they have to do
Not
some
even
astronomical
That's
things.
not possible. That's not
Even
possible.
I could qualify off those points.
They need like
They could just
one
sit in a bush and qualify.
one okay game. So one player in MLS that I really like right now. It's hard. Like I don't know. Carlos Vela, I think. Yeah.
I know mine.
Who?
I don't know if he's still playing there, but Ibra.
Ibra is in Ibra.
So he's been gone for a while,
Ibra
right?
is in Italy, mate.
Wait,
Ibra is in Italy.
For football or just chilling?
Oh, he's playing.
Where?
He's
What?
in
At
AC
Juventus?
Milan.
AC Milan.
Yeah, Ibra.
But so he came back to.
He doesn't play. He's been injured.
So he's gone back to AC Milan after
yeah,
America.
no, it's a while since he played in LA Galaxy. Yeah.
Nah,
so-
but I always loved watching Ibra.
Ibra is fantastic. Holland is is the new Ibra. That's the club.
Holland. I
Holland.
think he's better than that.
Holland better than Ibra. Early to say, bro. Ibra had an insane
Ibra had an
career.
insane kick,
Mate.
and big nose.
Ibra has won everything except.
I swear,
Champions League.
everyone who has a big nose is just awesome.
No, sorry, not Champions League. I mean, what was there's? Wait, yeah, Ibra hasn't won a Champions. Has he? Yeah, he has.
Probably.
Wait, I'm gonna Google this. What trophy hasn't Ibrahimovic won?
World Cup.
Yeah, no, FIFA Club World Cup winner. That's the Club World
Wait,
Cup.
where is he from? He's from Sweden.
He's
Only Swedish.
Bosnian.
Bosnian and Swedish.
Yeah. Family.
No, his family's from Bosnia, but
Family's
he's lived in
Bosnia, but
Sweden.
he's been in Sweden his whole life, just like me. But I've been in Norway, so I kind of relate to him on the nose side of things. We have the beautiful, just like yourself, sir. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us on the stream today. I think we're about to wrap this up. Day one is over. If you want to check leaderboards, go to Fortnite Tracker. You will be able to see how everybody did. Just want to say a big shout out to Levin. Thank you for joining us on the stream. Thanks to the one and only Kinch Analytics, the man behind the numbers, the man with the brain, and Henrik McLean.
Oh, well, go on.
Thank you so much for joining. See you next time. Have a fantastic day. Thanks, guys. Remember to hit
Thanks,
the
guys.
subscribe button. BL sleeves on BecomeLegends.eu. Not that many left. Get yours today.
It's bulk
See ya.
season, guys. Bulk season.